More than 200 years ago, there was a powerful necromancer. As powerful as he was, he became egotistical and prideful. As we all know, pride goeth before a fall. Modern day. The necromancer was out for a walk one night. While crossing the road, a man bumped him with his shoulder, and he did not apologize. The necromancer would not let this stand. The necromancer turned, ready to curse the rude pedestrian. But he wasn't paying attention, so he didn't notice the truck barreling towards him. All that power, undone by a truck. When the necromancer awoke, he was sitting before a goddess. He introduced herself as Nyx, the goddess that would decide where the necromancer would go for his next life. Oh, so I get to go to some amazing isekai world? The necromancer asked.
No, I've decided you'll return until you've learned some humility. I pray you learn from this lesson.
Little did he know she'd send him back in his already dead body. I will admit, it's kind of comfy. I don't care if I have to raise like a whole horde of like zombies. Every time I wake up in the morning, I look over to the side and I go, honey, I feel an evil presence. And then she turns and looks at me. I'm like, oh, there it is. Sorry. Good morning, honey.
Attacking woman.
I've got ectoplasm all up my crack. That's my cousin! Tay-Tay!
It's alright. Hey.
There we go. Everyone come to the BJ store. This will attract customers.
The wind chill. Something's off.
Yeah,
Let's go
I
in and
farted.
take a look.
Meat, dog. We have meat.
I can tell you and I are going to get along just like fire hoses.
And I bet you can do some things with a fire hose, can't you?
God damn it! Fucking damn it, guys! That's hilarious.
Hello, boners! I have returned did. How's everyone doing tonight? It's gonna be another night. We're gonna try to catch up on some of these fucking ghost videos that I got backed up. Doing my reactions and watching the stuff as it goes on in the paranormal community. And let's be honest, TikTok rots your brain. Come on, if you're watching ghost videos on TikTok, dude, they're just trying to go TikTok famous. Don't believe that shit. Come on. If there's a channel that's got nothing but ghost videos on it for TikTok, guess what? They're faking it. Let's get right into it. I'm gonna have to move my big old bonehead. Screen ready. I'm sorry you hate it there, honey. You hate it there every day. Oh, too small, too small. Yep.
Don't want my bonehead shrinking that much. I'd suffer blood loss.
Alright, what have we got first? It's from Slapped Ham. This chilling footage should not exist. Here's why. I don't know. I wonder if we'll actually get a here's why. I doubt we'll get an answer. Yeah, because I want to be at home. Well, I want you to be at home too. You have my dinner.
How you doing? I'm Callan, and this is Slapped Ham.
It's
We've got a
Slapped Ham!
curated massive list of some seriously freaky content
massive
today,
list.
so sit back, relax, and enjoy.
I don't know. This is shorter than most of your other videos. 13 minutes? 14 if you lean up. Yeah, we'll round up to friggin' 14, whatever. Still, shorter than most of your videos. Massive list.
Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans took a bizarre turn when an Eagles fan was caught on camera seemingly resorting to black magic.
Are you fucking kidding me?
The fan, dressed in Philadelphia Eagles gear, was filmed repeatedly stabbing a voodoo doll resembling Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes during the game.
Football voodoo!
Did the voodoo work? The unusual moment was captured by Reddit user
my
miserablead1498,
fucking
who
God.
shared it in the Eagles subreddit, quickly dubbing the woman the
We are
Super
not
Bowl
taking
witch.
this seriously,
The video rapidly
right?
spread to platforms like Instagram, X, and TikTok, fueling both amusement and unease among fans.
Oh my
What makes the
fucking
moment
God.
even stranger is what followed. Mahomes had one of the worst games of his career. He posted an abnormally low quarterback rating. He committed multiple turnovers, something rarely seen from the star quarterback. The
It was
Eagles
this
dominated the
lady's
Chiefs,
fault.
securing a 40-22 blowout victory to win the
Well,
championship.
now everyone,
Naturally,
all
this
the
led to
haters
tongue-in-cheek
know who
speculation
did it.
about whether the Super Bowl witch had actually cursed Mahomes. One fan joked, NFL defenses couldn't stop Mahomes, so time for Plan B, Black Magic. Whether it was pure coincidence or something more mystical, the voodoo doll
That
incident
lady
became
did
an
it.
unforgettable subplot in
There you
Super Bowl
go.
history, one
You
that Eagles
found-
fans
you
will likely
found the
laugh about
culprit.
for years to come.
That's the person that ruined that football game.
A chilling Ring doorbell camera video posted by TikTok user Natasha Solis has been making rounds online, leaving viewers
Has it?
unsettled and divided over what was captured.
I
Recorded at
doubt it.
4:28 a.m., the footage appears to show
Oh, this
something eerie
fucking
happening.
shit again! How many times are they gonna show this?
While the exact nature of the anomaly is unclear, the eerie atmosphere of the clip has many convinced it could be paranormal activity. Natasha's post, captioned as stunning paranormal activity, quickly
Yep,
took off,
the ghost-
racking up over
There was a
150,000
ghost,
likes
and
and
all
nearly
it wanted to
8,000
do was
comments in a
ride a
short period.
bicycle.
The mysterious nature of the footage struck a chord with
Bicycle,
TikTok's community, with
bicycle.
reactions ranging from fear and fascination to outright skepticism. So what do you think? Ghost or glitch?
Or bullshit! I
In
call
early
it
February
staged. I call
2025,
it
Instagram
staged.
user Forbidden Truth shared an unsettling audio clip titled Mysterious Sounds Heard in St. Louis, Missouri.
That sounds like wind.
The post features a recording of an unexplained low droning hum reverberating through the night, its source completely unknown.
The wind! I just said, it's the wind. Even the subtitle on fucking YouTube thought it was the fucking wind. It's the wind.
Described by listeners as a deep repetitive hum or a trumpet-like sound, the eerie noise has reignited interest in a phenomenon that has puzzled locals and researchers alike for years.
Yeah.
Strange sounds in St. Louis aren't new. Over the past few years, residents in North Street,
whatever.
Louis County, have reported hearing a similar low-frequency noise,
It's
often
my
late at
bullshit,
night. Local news
man.
outlets even covered the phenomenon, but authorities were never able to conclusively identify its source. Theories ranged from underground industrial machinery to distant train vibrations, yet none could fully explain the widespread
To a
nature of the
massive
hum.
penis.
This newly recorded clip appears to capture the same mystifying noise, providing rare audio evidence of an ongoing mystery.
It was a man with a massive penis. He came out and he whipped it around. And it made this weird sound.
While some skeptics have dismissed previous reports as psychological suggestion or atmospheric interference, this reel gives listeners a direct experience of the phenomenon, adding credibility to past claims. Whether this is
whatever.
a natural phenomenon, industrial noise, or something beyond our understanding, one thing is clear.
Yeah, I
the
just
mystery of the
told you
St.
it's
Louis
the fucking
hum
wind. We
is
just
far
went
from
on this
over.
for fucking ever. Over fucking wind. Weather whirring. It's the fucking wind!
Here's a quick and strange one posted to TikTok by Ufotopia. It's some footage captured on the red carpet of an awards ceremony. The woman appears to shift and move in a truly bizarre way.
Yeah, but you can see weird fucking cuts.
Admittedly, the clip is terrible quality, so it's hard to know for sure what's
This
going on
looks
here.
like
With that in
AI
mind, I'll throw this
bullshit.
one out to you, the viewers, for final judgment.
This is AI bullshit. That's what that was. There was
Chilling
even
TikTok
a
video
man.
by user Rye.
Did you not see the man that was much smaller walking by too?
Truly bizarre way.
This is AI slop. Watch the guy come walking through here too. That's like much smaller.
Admittedly, the clip
He
is terrible
walked through a
quality, so it's
person.
hard to know for sure what's
It's fucking AI. I can't believe you put this shit out there. You couldn't see that this was AI. You put it out there. It's paranormal. Look at it. God, you're embarrassing yourself.
going on here. With that
Come
in mind, I'll throw
on!
this one out to you, the viewers, for final judgment.
Oh my god.
A chilling TikTok video by user Rye, who goes by the username Hello It's Rye, has left viewers spooked.
Okay. Yeah, animals do that shit all the fucking time.
In the now viral clip, Rye's dog Coda is seen staring intensely at the wall, letting out a low, unsettling growl in the early hours of the morning.
He's not just staring at the wall. There is a number of things on that wall. Any one of those things could be triggering the fuck out of that dog. Alright? Look. Any one of these things. Who knows? Something could bug the shit out that fucking dog. Alright? I have a dog. They're scared of our kittens. They're scared of fucking everything. All right, we got a chicken shit dog. If I step out of my bedroom, they bark. I'm like, shut up, and they're like, oh, it's you. The dog you could have just taken something like, for some reason, it didn't like whatever the fuck this is. Right? There, you're not seeing my mouth. Whatever the fuck this is, it didn't like that, and it's growling and barking at that. And you were like, filmed it, like, it must be a ghost!
Intensely at the wall, letting out a low, unsettling growl in the early hours of the morning. According to Rye, this eerie moment became their unexpected early morning alarm. The idea that pets can detect spirits is a long-standing belief in paranormal circles, and Coda's intense reaction immediately fueled speculation that something unseen was lurking in the house. The clip quickly blew up on TikTok, racking up over 800,000 likes and 16,000 comments at its viral peak. The comment section erupted with terrified viewers, many sharing personal experiences of pets reacting to unseen presences.
Okay, if animals could sense the spirits, alright, wouldn't more ghost hunters bring a pet, an animal, with them on a fucking ghost hunt as a tool to help them find the ghosts? I mean, I would trust a dog far more than I would trust half the machines they fucking use for that shit. And B, if they were able to accurately sense them, wouldn't we have more evidence, better evidence than what we have? Because they would just lead you to the ghost, right? You can train animals to fucking hunt and sense. They'll hunt fucking bears. Right, you can't train a dog to hunt a fucking ghost? It's a BJ! It's a me! Hi, Zycro! How are you?
Some users urged Rye to burn sage or even
I'm just running my mouth like normal.
move out, believing Coda's growl was proof of paranormal activity. Whether genuine, staged, or simply an overactive imagination, Coda's eerie behavior has left a lasting impression, reminding viewers that sometimes it's not what you see, but what your pet does that sends chills down your spine.
Yeah, whatever. What my pet does, I usually call them a dumbass. My dogs are really,
a recent
they're
Instagram reel
not the
posted by
brightest.
Star Co-op has stirred up
My
discussions
cat,
about CERN's
Skunk
Large
Kitty,
Hadron
she's
Collider
much better,
and its
but she's
potential
a
to
pain
open
in the
portals
ass
to other
'cause she knows how to
dimensions. The clip
disconnect my
features Dr.
computer.
Astrid Stuckelberger, a Swiss scientist, making extraordinary claims that
I've
beings
had to
have been
find a way to
detected coming
block
in
it.
and out of portals beneath CERN.
Actually, CERN is dealing with radionuclear research. But it is more than that, because there are lots of physicians. I know some. They're doing very strange...
Wait. Howdy. I'm good. Just tired. Was out till just now. It's past 4 a.m. now. Holy shit balls. I'm sorry. At least I'm not streaming like I used to. I used to stream till like fucking... I remember when I streamed once till 8 in the morning. I was like, I'm so tired. I ain't doing those long nights no more. But I'm still out there. You need to get some rest, Zycro. Get your ass in bed. And how are you doing, Mags? Always a pleasure to see you. It's fine. I got the next 2 days off, hence why I'm up. Well, good. Enjoy the next 2 days off. I remember I used to do Halloween Horror Nights, and they'd schedule me at the butt crack of dawn the next morning just to do a breakfast. I used to get so mad. You don't know what a breakfast is. They offered character dining, like breakfast at parks at like Universal Studios. So the characters had to come in bright and early in the fucking morning. Cheery. Like, why would you schedule someone who just worked all night at Halloween Horror Nights to be in bright and early the next morning? Like, oh, but you get turnaround pay. I'm like, I don't care. I want to fucking sleep.
experimentation. There are beings from...
Trying to lock in an editor. Ooh, I hope you do lock in an editor. I would love to have an editor. As for me, I'm doing good. I am multi-streaming to 2 platforms. Everything seems to be running smoothly. This is my 3rd time doing it. So, Kick is working out well. Let's see. I'm going to be out of commission these 2 days. Overexerted my knee when I had been up in an accident 3 days ago. Noise. In an accident? What happened? You alright? Fuck. I mean, I overexert my knees just from standing up, but that's because I'm all kinds of fucked up. It's awful. My bowels tell me it's time to go to the bathroom. Can you make it there without your cane? Let's find out if he falls. That happened to me once. I ended up in the emergency room just trying to get to the bathroom. Yeah, I might. Just scraped and banged my knee and leg, muscle pain in my arm. Oh. Did the car make it? I'm assuming it was a car accident. Sometimes that's the worst part. I remember I got all fucked up. I was more worried about my car. Basically went and crashed into my truck on my motorcycle. Ooh. Crashed into a truck on my motorcycle. Damn. Damn. Well, get better, and hopefully insurance covers the bike. I hope everything goes okay. That is awful. I remember when my wife wrecked my car. She took it out just to get something. And you always know it's a bad call. She calls me, and the first thing she says is, "Don't be mad." And you always know it's bad. Don't start the fucking phone call with "don't be mad." You know it's going to be bad because that's how it started. Don't be mad. God, you know you're going to be fucking mad. Yeah. Yep, that's how it went. The car, and that's the thing is, was she hit the front, and it deployed both front airbags, right? But otherwise, the damage wasn't that bad. The car still ran fine. There was no internal damage. But I couldn't drive with the fucking airbags out, and it was worth more than the car just to have the airbags replaced. I was like, are you out of your fucking mind? Yeah, it pissed me off. Play, bitch.
Portals coming in and out.
Oh, wait. I was hella paranoid because I was with someone. Thankfully, nothing happened to her. Just a tiny scrape on her hand. Oh, that's a relief. Yeah. When someone's riding with you, they're your responsibility, and that always scared the shit out of me. I mean, I got 2 kids now, and it seems so casual now, but every now and then you get that moment of realization, like, oh shit, I got kids in the car. You know, you gotta be extra careful, especially when you got jackasses on the road swerving in and out and dumb. You're extra cautious when you got people in the car, especially little ones. I'm like, oh, fuck you! I get paranoid as shit when people start driving like assholes. I'm like, I got kids! Yep, the one time I got distracted for a split second. Yep, that's all it takes. All it takes. I could go on and list all the car accidents I've been in. I've been in some crazy ones. I got in one where I rear-ended a person, and I got off totally scot-free. Even the officer and the other driver were both on my side. That's the funny. It was a tropical storm, and the person in front of me had stopped at a red light, but visibility was very low, and by the time I saw them stopped at a red light, I hydroplaned into the back of her. And the reason she was stopped at a red light was because there was an ambulance coming, and or she wasn't stopped at a red light, I'm sorry, stopped at a green light. She was stopped at a green light. So it was green for go, and she was stopped. And I didn't see the ambulance because it was a blind corner. You get what I'm saying? So everyone, they saw the skids in the road. They saw that I stopped in more than enough time, more than 2 car lengths, you know. I wasn't following too closely, anything. Everyone was like, fine, you know, and we all moved on. So, yep. Oh, I've been in way too many crashes and accidents. That's my family are done with me. Makes sense. Fair. Yep. I've been in weird accidents like that. My car survived. They had a dent in their bumper. We took care of the issues. It wasn't a big deal. You know, no iffies, no freaking tickets or anything. It was just, okay, take care of it. Yep, got it. Yep. And we went on our merry way. I had one lady try to sue me for an accident, and it caused her. Even the officers were treating me like it was my fault and blah, blah, blah. And I actually fought it. And when she tried to sue me and I brought out the evidence, they fucking canceled their suit. I was like, yeah, shut the fuck up. It was your fault and you know it. Lurk. Thank you for the lurk holes of Orion. Thank you for following the other day. Laugh my ass off night. Yeah, it was a construction zone with a blind corner. and it says slow. You know, there's signs all over that say slow and everything. And I was making a turn at into the gas station there. And this lady comes flying around the corner and fucking T-boned me, and they blame me. They said I obstructed her right of way. I was like, well, I can't see her fucking coming. And she flew around the fucking corner. So they took, you know, the amount of damage I got from being T-boned, and the pictures I took of the corner, and the, you know, the blind spot and everything. And yeah, it was her fault. She was flying around the corner. There's no way you took that much fucking damage. It totaled my car. It bent the frame and everything. Yeah. As soon as they saw, oh, it's my fault? Shit. Yeah. Gotta love those. But, alright, back on time.
Physicists from the CERN who told me this.
They've testified to beings coming in and out of portals.
Yes, they have apparently
beings
in the bottom of the
at the CERN research facility coming out of portals.
Door where they are dealing with all the subatomic dimensions. They say there are 17 different dimensions of reality.
Even more bizarrely, she alleges that one of
only
these entities left
17
behind
or
a
the
mysterious
only ones that
scarf
they
as physical
found?
evidence of its presence.
You know, they had a being, they did not tell me more, who came that doesn't resemble a human, and then they had another one, and they have a proof because they left a scarf. They left the scarf, and now
The concept of CERN experimenting with interdimensional travel has long been a topic of speculation, fueled by theories that the Large Hadron Collider is tampering with reality in ways.
I gotta be honest, interdimensional travel fascinates me. I would love if they did find a way to, you know, travel through dimensions. I think that would be cool as shit. I always had this theory, and it's not based in science whatsoever, okay? I used it for a role-playing game, okay? That's how non-serious this is. But the theory was always that fictional worlds, like a movie or a book series or whatever, once it's created, it creates a whole world that goes on long after the book ends and before the book begins. That it sprung into creation by being invented. Or perhaps that the idea for it, you know, came from, you know, that somebody thought it up because it already existed and they somehow tapped into it. I always thought that was a neat idea, and I ran with it for a fucking role-playing game. I thought it was clever.
Beyond human comprehension.
I mean, let's be honest.
Berger suggests that CERN's
I'd like to
work
find
extends
another
far beyond
world
nuclear
where
physics,
I'm fucking
claiming
king.
that scientists there have confirmed the existence of 17 or more dimensions. She states that some CERN physicists have personally testified to witnessing entities entering and exiting these portals. According to her, these beings do not resemble humans, and their existence is being covered up.
yes, they have apparently in the bottom of the CERN this portal, this door where they are dealing with all the subatomic dimensions. They say there are 17 different dimensions of reality. That's what those physicists say. Some others say there are more dimensions. You know, they had a being, they did not tell me more, who came.
I always like the idea of that show.
While this really brought renewed attention to CERN-related conspiracies, the idea that CERN is opening portals is not new. For years, alternative media forums and YouTube creators have speculated that the Large Hadron Collider is creating rifts in space-time, possibly allowing entities to pass through. So what do you think? Is there any truth to these concerning claims? Let me know in the comments.
You know, they had a being, they did not tell me more, who came that doesn't resemble a human, and then they had another one, and they have a proof because they left a scarf. They left the scarf, and now.
Before we get to our last segment, remember.
You know, they say it doesn't resemble a human. I'm imagining that. I can't believe I'm thinking about this. As soon as she said. And they left a scarf. I'm like imagining all the furry artwork that I saw today on fucking Blue Sky. And I'm like, there's a whole nother dimension. It's a furry world. And one of them came through and was like, here's my scarf. And they just left it behind for everybody. Just for you to remember me by, guys. I don't know why. It popped into my head. Probably, like I said, I've been scrolling fucking X and Blue Sky today, and it was everywhere. I was like, what the fuck? There is something going on today. It do be like that. Yeah, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. So, like, I've been seeing it all fucking day today, and then that pops into my head. I'm like, oh, alternate dimensions? Guess what? My brain goes, hey, remember that really fucked up thing that you saw? Here it is again!
But hit that subscribe button and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll always be in the loop every time we drop our scary and creepy content. NASA's Instagram post featuring the Helix Nebula, nicknamed the All-Seeing Eye, has stirred fascination across social media. Captured in infrared by the Spitzer Space Telescope, the stunning image resembles a giant cosmic eye peering out from the vastness of space. With its circular shape and layered rings of gas and dust, the nebula has long been informally called the Eye of God by the public.
That sounds like my butthole.
The Helix Nebula, located 650 light-years away in the constellation Aquarius, is a planetary nebula, a structure formed when a dying sun-like star ejects its outer layers of gas and dust into space. As the star collapses into a white dwarf, its exposed core illuminates the discarded material, creating breathtaking, colourful formations. In this case, the result is an eye-shaped nebula with swirling blue and red. You're not making the
story any better. At first, I'm like, yeah, okay, it sounds like my butthole. Okay, then that sounds like a fart. And then you're like, lights and shut. I'm like, okay, that sounds like somebody held a lighter to a fart.
Giving it an almost supernatural
You're just making it worse.
This is not the first time space has delivered bizarrely eye-like imagery. Back in 1996, the Hubble Space Telescope captured an hourglass-shaped planetary nebula about 8,000 light-years away. Previously seen as large outer rings with a smaller central core, Hubble's powerful lens revealed a stunning, intricate structure with elliptical rings and detailed etchings thought to be remnants of past stellar ejections. What makes this nebula even stranger is that its central star is slightly off-center, an anomaly in cosmic formations. The colorized image, created by combining ionized nitrogen, red, hydrogen, green, and doubly ionized oxygen, blue, resulted in a vivid blue eye at the center of a glowing red-orange hourglass.
To view it in a certain way to get an eyeball.
These two fascinating images are yet another reminder that the universe is full of surprises. Sometimes they just happen to stare right back at us.
Yeah, but see, an eyeball is a ring around a ring around a ring. It's not all that complicated, okay? So just about any time you see that, it looks like an eye.
Do you want to see some more scary video clips? Then check those two links out right there.
I didn't see anything scary. There was nothing scary in that one. And he just said that these shouldn't even exist. And I didn't even hear a reason why they shouldn't exist. Except for that AI one, which was absolutely awful. And you should be embarrassed for showing it. Five. Okay, hold on. Pause. Top fives. 5 most disturbing stories from the internet. Ooh, let's just hear some creepy shit.
So disturbing that they seem like something straight out of a horror movie. In this video, we'll be exploring 5 chilling stories that are sure to keep you awake tonight. Be prepared to hear about a desperate caver trapped in a terrifying situation, which is not Nutty Putty.
Not Nutty Putty? I heard that one. That was fucked up.
Each of these tales serves as a haunting reminder of the darker side of reality. So hit those lights, sit back, and enjoy.
That doesn't look good. That was like radiation testing. I was like, no.
The Polaroid Phantom.
The Polaroid Phantom?
In 1985, screenwriter and cinematographer John Matuszewski moved into a house in the serene Mount Washington neighborhood of Los Angeles.
What do we got?
The house that was built 6 years before John moved in was modest but intriguing, set back from the road within a winding path to the front door that at night took on an eerie feel. Shortly after moving in, John's first roommate began to hear strange noises, muffled footsteps on the roof, and creaking sounds that seemed rhythmic. John initially tried to dismiss the idea of a ghost, pushing aside the unsettling feeling that the house had awakened since his arrival. However, eventually the eerie atmosphere got too much for his roommate, and he left. John's next roommate was filmmaker and longtime friend John Huckert. Huckert experienced a similar strange phenomenon.
How come I don't recognize these names?
Although he was less bothered by it and more intrigued.
I love movies and films.
Huckert was alone in the house when he sensed a presence, a feeling.
I hear filmmaker, I'm like, I want to hear the name.
He looked around and noticed the bathroom door opening by itself. Feeling something wasn't quite right, he nervously grabbed his recently gifted Polaroid camera and took a photo. The photo developed but showed nothing unusual. Huckert took a second photo, and results of this image were very different. As he watched the photograph develop in front of him, he realized he'd captured
oh my god, that looks so bad.
It had large eyes, a wide open mouth, as if it were screaming, and a strange wispiness.
Yeah, it looked like a ghost costume you'd find at fucking store, like a cheap one, like you cut holes in a sheet.
When John got home, Huckert showed him the photos, and John immediately thought the camera had been messed with to produce such images.
I agree.
Decades worth of unexplained activity and communication through photographs.
These guys are literal fucking filmmakers. They know the tricks of the trade. It's not that complicated. You fucked with the camera or the film or whatever, and you got the pictures you wanted because they know the fucking tricks to get what they want out of the film. This is what they do. It's like, oh my god.
The pair attempted to take photos whenever they sensed something unusual around them, and whilst they didn't capture anomalies every time, they collected enough evidence to convince themselves that they were not alone in the house.
I heard
subsequent photos revealed various strange presences.
Oh, I gotta follow a kit!
To clear words and sentences
or
suspended in midair, which had not been visible at the time. The messages began to appear on film in June 1992. The first was in
Wait a
response to a
minute.
friend's question to the ghost. Is he here now? The photograph revealed a barely discernible yes. In
Wait a
cloud-like
minute.
shape.
Mags just followed me?
After that, the writing
You weren't
became far
following
more
me on
legible.
Twitch already?
As they continued to ask questions and took photographs, they could clearly see the answers to their questions appearing on the developed snaps. At one point, they asked its name, and it spells out right. The fact that other people witnessed the phenomenon validated John and Huckert's claim, and proved that they were not manipulating the camera. It's important to note that in the early 1990s, there was no Photoshop or any other means to alter images. They never intended to go public, but when a new TV show called Sightings began airing,
Got
they
you on
sent a copy of
kick.
their photographs to the show. Before they knew it, the producers wanted to do an hour-long live satellite show.
Thank you,
from the house.
Mags. Thank
After they
you.
filmed the episode for Sightings, they received offers to appear on several other shows. The producers of these shows carefully examined the camera and even sent it to Polaroid.
And shit, that was so weird. It showed the Twitch alert for fucking follow on kick.
Many
That
theories
was
have
so
emerged
weird.
regarding how the ghost images were captured, but to date, no one has a clue. In 1992, a video walks viewers through the Polaroid process from start to finish. Huckert is seen placing fresh film into the camera, asking a question, and waiting for the Polaroid to develop. Take a look.
You open this up.
Okay.
You tear it open.
Okay.
Pull out a brand new, fresh thing of film.
This has been done so many fucking times.
You close it up. Okay. Okay. Oh, what do you guys want to ask? Write a question. What kind of things would you
I miss Polaroid cameras. I loved having the instant
when he
picture.
died and, you know, if he lived in this house and if he, you know, how long ago he, I don't know,
What do you think, Scott?
Just ask when did he die in his house?
Yeah.
Did he die?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me stand back now. There'll be a flash. Okay. Right. Did you die in this house? And here's the photograph. It just came out of the camera. And let's see what happens.
You
It's
know,
43
the camera
on
could be tampered
Tuesday
with.
Afternoon, and we'll see what happens. We'll, the last 2 times it didn't work. Maybe it will this time. Right? Did you die in this house?
Now, is this on automatic focus?
Yeah. Why it's not focusing?
Fuzzy too.
Can you hold it like right in front of your chest?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Well, it takes a moment.
Is something coming out?
Polaroids weren't that quick.
I should have posed, huh? Oh, forgot you're taking picture to it.
Remember? God, I'm dating myself. But anyone remember Polaroids when you used to have to fucking shake the bitch?
No one has an
Well, you
explanation.
didn't have
In
to,
fact,
but
the only
everyone thought
explanation
you
is that
did.
John and Huckert are sharing
You
a
get the
home with ghosts.
Polaroid and people would shake
The
it.
photograph
They'd
collection
like
is so
wave it
unique
in the
that it was
air.
put on display and has been compiled into a book titled The Polaroid Ghost. No one has ever been able to debunk the images that have literally developed right before the eyes of skeptics. The extraordinary way in which these spirits communicate through the photographs is truly remarkable, and for us, this is one of the most convincing pieces of evidence we've ever encountered that a spirit world does exist, one that we have barely begun to explore.
Groovy!
We'd love to know your thoughts on this case, and whether you think this is real, or just a very elaborate hoax.
I'd say elaborate hoax. That's my opinion.
Floyd Collins' cave disaster. In the early 20th century, a fierce competition known as the Kentucky Cave Wars emerged between adventurous splunkers and property owners, all eager to profit from the breathtaking beauty of underground caves that attracted curious tourists.
Okay.
In 1917 and 1918, American cave explorer Floyd Collins discovered the stunning Great Crystal Cave within the Flint Ridge Cave system.
I'm not
However, its
familiar
remote
with this
location
story.
resulted in a limited number of visitors. So, seeking a more accessible site, Collins struck an agreement with a neighbouring landowner to explore Sand Cave, a modest yet intriguing cavern on his property, hoping to attract a larger crowd and share its hidden wonders. Floyd was known as a skilled caver who often explored places that others
I
avoided,
never
and over the
understood
course of 3
caving.
weeks,
I couldn't
dedicated
do it.
himself to examining a
Hell
small
no,
room in the
tight
cave,
spaces.
bravely navigating through narrow passageways, claiming there was a grand grotto chamber deep within the rock. He worked tirelessly to create a more accessible
Seeing them
entrance to
crawl
tourists
into
to be able
those
to view the
super
chamber.
tight spaces.
However, on January 30th, 1925,
Can't even fucking move your
his light
arms. I'm
ran
like, oh
out, and his
hell
gas lamp
no.
dimmed, and he became trapped in a narrow passage. In the ensuing darkness, he accidentally knocked over his lamp and tripped, becoming pinned by a falling rock. When he failed to return home that evening, friends and family set out to look for him. The search party discovered that the entrance to Sand Cave had collapsed, and they could faintly hear Floyd calling for help. They dug for hours, and by noon the next day, more than 150 people were working to free him. Eventually they created a hole small enough for a young boy to crawl through, but by this time, Floyd had been trapped for at least 36 hours. His younger brother Homer was able to reach Floyd and took him food and drinks to sustain his energy. On February 2nd, 1925, rescuers attempted to pull Floyd from the cave using a harness and rope, but this failed. His plight gained significant media attention.
Maybe I
drawing
did hear
interest from
this
both national
story.
and
It
international
sounds very
audiences,
familiar.
and his entrapment became arguably one of the
It
biggest
reminds
stories
me
in
of
the
the
world
Nutty Putty
between the end
Cave.
of World War I and the beginning of World War II. One of the journalists reporting on the incident, Skeets Miller, became involved
Or
in the
maybe
story
I'm mixing
and had
them
several
up.
rescue attempts due to his slight frame. Miller wrote of his experience saying, "It is terrible inside. The cold, dirty water numbs us. As soon as we enter, we dread it, but our suffering is nothing compared to Collins. His patience and constant hope during long hours of agony inspire us all." And despite the ominous conditions, Miller reported that Floyd remained optimistic.
I saw something
Collins, he wrote,
about
stating
this
he didn't
story.
expect to die
It's
soon.
very
At
similar.
Floyd's request, he took him
Or,
no closer.
like I said, I
An
might be
electrical light was
mixing
eventually
this
brought
one
down
up
to
with the
provide
Nutty
Floyd
Putty
light and
Cave.
Many inexperienced explorers and tourists
But they
gathered
had a
outside the cave,
diagram
lighting
of how
campfires
he
that
was
mounted against the
trapped,
side,
and it was
creating
fucking
puddles,
insane.
including one where Floyd lay. On February 4th, disaster struck again, when parts of the cave collapsed due to the melting ice. Rescue leaders, led by Henry St. George Tucker Carmichael, determined the cave was too dangerous to enter and chose to dig a vertical shaft straight down to reach Floyd. They could not use machines for digging due to the risk of suffocating fumes. A team of 75 volunteers planned to dig a 55-foot shaft using pickaxes and shovels. They aimed to dig down at the rate of 2 feet per hour. While they moved the first ton of dirt quickly, progress slowed as they encountered boulders. A radio amplifier connected to Floyd's light bulb detected vibrations from his movements,
Yep, the light bulb.
20 times a minute, indicating he was alive. However, on February 11th, 1925, tests showed that the light bulb had gone out, leaving his status unclear. On February 16th, miner Ed Brenner reached Floyd Collins. He had been trapped in the shaft for 17 days, 12 of which were without food or water. Brenner flashed his lantern into the darkness and carefully eased himself into the cave. He saw a glimmer. It was Floyd Collins' gold tooth, shimmering the light, but it was not moving. Brenner turned his back to his fellow rescuers, shook his head, and shouted dead. The coroner declared that Collins had died from a combination of thirst and hunger, along with exposure due to hypothermia, noting that his face was sharp and pointed, resembling that of a bulldog. He had a sharp nose, a high forehead, sunken eyes, and an open mouth. He had likely been dead for 3 to 5 days before he was found. Initially, Collins' body was left in the sand cave, and Beat Oil, the owner of the cave, erected a sign on the highway proclaiming, 200 yards away, the body of Floyd Collins is imprisoned in Sand Cave.
Yeah, they were so close to getting him.
Muddy path to stare at the gaping
and
hole
every time they got
Collins.
close, something
However,
would
2 months
happen.
later, his brother Homer reopened the shaft and recovered Floyd's remains. The body was embalmed in Cave City and buried on the family farm, which was renamed Floyd Collins Crystal Cave. Unfortunately, poor Floyd was not allowed to rest. In 1927, Lee Collins sold the cave.
Yeah,
to
I think
Harris
this
Thomas.
is a story I saw.
The sale included the burial site of Floyd Collins, along with a morbid clause. Floyd's body
It's
could be
fucked
exhumed
up.
and displayed in a
Oh.
glass-covered coffin inside the cavern.
If you get a chance, you
People paid
should
to view
listen to the whole
However,
story
it
to
was
hear
stolen on
just
March
how
19th,
fucking...
1929.
This
Although
does
recovered,
not do the
the
story
left leg was missing.
justice.
Following this, the remains were kept in a locked casket in a secluded part of the cave. In 1961, the cave was purchased by Mammoth Cave National Park and closed to the public. The Collins family requested the reinterment of Floyd's remains, which occurred in 1989 at Mammoth Cave Baptist Church Cemetery. It took 15 men 3 days to remove the casket and tombstone from the cave. Today, Floyd Collins rests under the very same tombstone that once adorned his macabre underground tourist attraction for all those years.
Damn.
The worst school on earth. Elan School.
When I
Elan
die,
School
I
was
want to
founded
be a
in the
tourist
1970s by
attraction.
Joseph Rickey, a former heroin addict who had worked with young people in drug treatment facilities.
Bury me upside down and
Located
put
on
my
a
ass up
33
in the
acre
air
campus
so
in
everyone
Bowling
can
Green.
kiss my
The
ass.
facility was an abusive behavior modification program and a therapeutic boarding school for troubled teens. Behavior modification is a controversial treatment method that uses both respondent and operant conditioning to change behavior. It focuses on changing observable actions through stimulus control and consequences. To increase good behavior, it uses positive and negative reinforcement. To reduce bad behavior, it uses positive and negative punishment, as well as extinction strategies. The privately operated facility claimed to rehabilitate youths facing challenges, such as learning disabilities, emotional issues.
This sounds
mental
very
illness, and
familiar
substance abuse.
too.
However, in some cases, these programs were used as a form of punishment.
I think
for
these
not
were
meeting family
documentaries
expectations.
that
For
I
instance,
saw
Annabelle was
on
sent to a
fucking
program
Netflix.
because her mother disapproved of her boyfriend. However, whatever problems these children had when they entered the school would pale into insignificance compared to the
I was
emotional and
very.
physical
There was
trauma
a time
they'd
I was very
experienced
into
in
watching
their facility. 41
documentaries
years,
on
the
Netflix.
organization went to great lengths to deceive the outside world, convincing parents and law officials that they were helping children with behavioral issues become independent and considerate citizens. In reality, they were brainwashing these children and subjecting them to horrific conditions, telling parents their children would participate in a fun program which included activities like horseback riding and camp games. However, nothing could be further from the truth. In a controversial program of the school, humiliation was identified as a therapeutic tool, and from the moment a child entered
Yeah,
school,
there was a
they were
lot of fucked up
categorized
shit
not by
that went on
individual
here.
needs, but rather by a complex social hierarchy that grouped students into 2 main categories, either strength or non-strength. New students were automatically
I
placed in the
heard that it
non-strength
was still
category,
going on under
which
a
essentially
different
means they were
name.
perceived as less than human and lacked control over their own actions. These students were required to obey orders without question. They were made to feel worthless and led to believe that they are destined to end up dying in an alley as drug addicts or prostitutes. They were made to think that everyone hated them. This belief was reinforced during general meetings, where everyone lines up to verbally criticize a new student, subjecting them to relentless and harsh remarks.
Really?
The control of the school
Oh,
raised
that
the
must have been a
students,
lovely
often sharing
place.
their experiences at Elan with the outside world. This dehumanizing process slowly breaks down the students, and some of them were not allowed to speak unless spoken to, ask questions, or even look at others. When they are broken, they are told that despite feeling utterly worthless, they still have a chance to turn their lives around, but only if they follow the Elan program.
Yeah, of
Punishments for
course.
breaking the rules varied in severity.
That sounds
ranging
like
from
a
being scolded
cult.
by other students to facing physical beatings and being confined to solitary confinement for extended periods. The reality was that there was nowhere to turn, as the adults in charge could not be trusted, nor could the other students. When students started adapting their behavior to meet the program's expectations, they would gradually advance through the ranks and eventually achieve the status of strength.
Why
With
does
strength,
this remind
students
me
gained
of
some responsibilities
Scientology?
towards their peers, and were
It's
allowed
just
to look at
getting,
and speak
it's
to
just
others
getting
without
that
having to ask
vibe.
for permission. They also enjoyed certain luxuries, such as the ability to read during school hours, something that was normally forbidden outside designated times. The significant impact of such torment on the students resulted in PTSD, anxiety, and a tendency to turn to escapism or substance abuse as coping mechanisms, all the things they had been admitted to the school to eliminate from their lives. Throughout its history,
Go figure.
the school faced numerous allegations of maltreatment of its students, and was known as one of the most controversial residential therapeutic communities in the nation. In 1975, Illinois state officials removed 11 children from the Elan program, due to allegations of mistreatment, and several runaways from the school ended up dead or too terrified to return. Despite the rumors, it wasn't until the 1990s that the full extent of abuse at Elan School was revealed. This came to light during the trial of Michael Skakel, a former pupil at Elan who was accused of murder. Several of his former classmates testified against him, describing their experiences at the school. They revealed that beatings and public humiliation were commonplace, along with mental abuse that included degrading tasks, such as cleaning urinals with a toothbrush for hours at a time.
Gross!
Some students also reported experiencing severe malnourishment. The truth was out, and in the end, the school didn't survive. It announced its closure on March 23, 2011, effective April 1st, due to the declining enrollment and financial difficulties, as well as negative online attacks from former students.
This was still going on in the 2000s.
A fire destroyed a building on the former Elan School's property. The brutality of the school not only damaged countless children, it also cost lives, and is a horrific example of behaviour modification taken to the extreme. If there are any viewers of this channel who went to Elan School, we'd be interested to hear your stories.
No, I didn't go. But I don't know if I've been able to contain my mouth. I really don't.
In the early 1990s,
I'd be in all kinds of trouble.
Mesfoui worked as a shoemaker and trader in Marrakesh, Morocco, along with his female assistant, 17-year-old Anna. Outwardly, he was a helpful and friendly man, but he used his shop to lure female customers, and with the help of Anna, drugged and killed at least 36 women.
What the fuck?
Them, he cut their heads off with a dagger. Many of his mutilated victims were
okay.
Eventually, he was caught and confessed he killed his victims for money. And in 1906, Mohammed was sentenced to be crucified, which was later changed to beheading. However, the public was so outraged by his crimes, they demanded that he should suffer for what he did. So every day for 4 weeks, he was led from his cell into the market square and lashed 10 times with a rod made from thorny acacia, whilst a baying crowd watched on. It was finally decided, because of the heinous nature of his crimes, and as a warning to others, Mohammed would be walled up alive in the Marrakesh marketplace.
Holy
shit! On June 11th, 1906, he was led inside the wall through a hole that had been created that was 2 foot wide and about 6 foot high. Chains were attached to the back wall to ensure Mohammed did not attempt to escape and to keep him standing. Screaming for mercy, he fought to escape, but was eventually chained up as a bystander threw filth and offal at him. The masons then came forward to brick up the opening. After his interment, the crowd went silent, but would cheer whenever they heard him scream inside. Mesfoui could be heard for 2 days before
That's
silent on the third day.
What the fuck?
Following his death, many in the crowd voiced their anger that he had died too quickly. Many people visit Morocco every year, Marrakesh being one of the most popular places to go. However, many tourists do not know about this story.
Holy shit!
A radioactive disaster. In 1985, a private radiotherapy institute nestled in the Brazilian state of Goiás undertook a significant relocation to new facilities. In the process, they carelessly abandoned a cesium-137 teletherapy unit, which housed a small capsule containing approximately 93 grams or 3.3 ounces of highly radioactive cesium chloride, a substance that if mishandled could have catastrophic consequences. The teletherapy machine languished in the decaying confines of an abandoned building.
Oh, wait. I didn't see this from Ragoku. Reminds me of those kids from a traveling soccer team that got trapped in a cave for like 4 days. I never heard that story before. Huh. I'll be damned.
Oh yeah, for over a year, caught in the midst of a complicated legal battle regarding the property and its dangerous contents. During this time, the environment grew increasingly perilous, but authorities remained uninformed of the threat. Eventually in 1986, a court appointed a security guard to monitor the premises until the dispute could be settled. On September 13, 1987, an unfortunate twist of fate occurred when the security guard temporarily left his post. During this lapse, 2 men, Roberto dos Santos Alves and Wagner Mota Piera, illegally trespassed into the crumbling structure, drawn by the hope of discovering something valuable.
Oh,
in
wonderful.
Search, they stumbled across the teletherapy unit, and believing it to be a hidden trove of scrap metal, they pried the source assembly free and transported it home in a rusty wheelbarrow. Once they reached the safety of
that didn't work out well, did it?
Began to dismantle the equipment, unaware of the serious danger they were putting themselves in. The following day, Piera started to experience alarming symptoms. He was hit by a wave of debilitating diarrhea and dizziness, and his left hand became painfully swollen. Concerned for his health, he consulted a local doctor, who mistakenly attributed his troubling symptoms to something he had eaten. The doctor sent him home with simple instructions to rest and recover. Alves, despite feeling unwell, continued his efforts to dismantle the equipment. He eventually released the casing capsule from its protective rotating head and successfully punctured the capsule's aperture window with a screwdriver. Looking through the puncture hole, he saw a glowing blue light emanating from within the capsule. He then inserted the screwdriver through the hole and managed to scoop out some of the glowing substance. Thinking it might be a form of gunpowder, he attempted to ignite it, but the powder would not catch fire. A few days later, on September 18th, Alves sold the items to a local scrapyard owner.
Fucking with shit we don't understand.
Who also noticed the blue glow from the punctured capsule. Believing the substance to be valuable or even supernatural, Devere brought it into his home, and over the next 3 days invited friends and family to come and see the unusual glowing
let's
On September
spread
21st, a friend of Devere's managed to extract several rice-sized grains of the glowing substance from the capsule using a screwdriver. Devere then shared these glowing grains with various friends and family members. On September 25th, 1987, he then sold the device to a second scrapyard. However, the day before the sale, his brother Ivo took some of the glowing substance home and spread it on a concrete floor. Later, his 6-year-old daughter, Lydie, ate a sandwich while sitting on the floor. She was fascinated by the powder's blue glow, applying it to her body and showing it off to her mother. Dust from the powder fell into the sandwich she was eating, and unbeknownst to her parents, she absorbed a fatal dose of radiation. Devere's wife was the first to notice that many people around her had suddenly become severely ill.
God damn it!
On September 28, 1987, 15 days before the item was stolen from the institute, She reclaimed the materials from the second scrapyard and took them, in a sealed plastic bag, to a hospital. After tests, the presence of radioactivity was detected, prompting immediate action. News of the radiation incident was broadcast across local, national, and international media.
That's fucking awful!
Within days, nearly 130,000 people flocked to local hospitals, concerned that they might have been exposed. Of those, 250 were confirmed to be contaminated. Ultimately, 20 individuals showed signs of radiation sickness and required treatment. Sadly, those who had direct contact with the radioactive substance were not so fortunate. The first to die was 18-year-old Admilson Alves de Souza, who was an employee of Devers and had worked with the radioactive source. He developed lung damage, internal bleeding, and heart issues, ultimately succumbing to his condition on October 18, 1987. A few days later, on October 23rd, little Lydie passed away after suffering a terrible deterioration. Her upper body swelled, she lost her hair, and she experienced kidney and lung damage, along with internal bleeding. She died from septicemia and generalized infection at the Marcelo Diaz Navy Hospital in Rio de Janeiro. Lydie was buried in a common cemetery in a special fiberglass coffin lined with lead to prevent the spread of radiation. Despite these precautions, on the day of her burial, more than 2,000 people gathered at the cemetery to protest, fearing that her corpse would poison the surrounding land. They attempted to block the cemetery roadway with stones and
fuck
bricks
you,
to prevent
assholes!
damage. Nevertheless, she was eventually interred, but it was far from a peaceful farewell. Gabriela Maria Ferreira, age 37, the wife of Dever, and the person who alerted authorities to the sickness, also died on October 23rd. She developed hair loss and internal bleeding, especially of the limbs, eyes, and digestive tract, and died of septicemia and generalized infection, the same as her niece. Isaiel Batista dos Santos, age 22, also an employee of Dever, developed serious respiratory and lymphatic complications, and died on October 27th. Dever himself miraculously survived, despite receiving 7 GY of radiation, but his life was blighted by the incident, and in 1994 he died of cirrhosis, aggravated by depression and binge drinking. His brother Ivo died of emphysema in 2003, also being afflicted by depression. Hundreds of others were also affected after being exposed to low levels of radiation. In light of the deaths caused, the 3 doctors who had owned and operated the Radiotherapy Institute were charged with criminal negligence, and measures were put in place to ensure it never happened again.
Yeah, well, these guys fucking broke in and stole shit, and they're like, well, we'll blame these guys instead. Criminal negligence. But, oh my god. Lurk, gonna try to pass out now, so good night. Good night, Zycro. Thank you for coming. Get some rest, and hopefully your knee feels better.
Rarely gets talked about. So, that's 5 disturbing stories, real stories, that we found on the internet.
Yeah, that's
Thanks for
awful.
watching.
That's
Stay safe.
fucking
I'll see you
awful.
next time.
We found a glowing substance and decided to share it with a bunch of people without any caution whatsoever. It makes me mad. It makes me mad. It makes the whole fucking situation makes me mad.
The basement. On February the 20th of 2025, a mother noticed something disturbing with her son's giant inflatable Elmo balloon. Later that same night,
this
she
fucking
notices it
shit again?
So she pulls her phone out
I
to record
just
it
went
and
over
sees
this last fucking night. Oh my god. Depths of despair. They all regurgitate the same shit over and over again. Depths of despair. 5 scary ghost videos that will leave you gasping for air. Okay, let's cut to the chase. Look, the Elmo balloon moves all on its own. Why? Because it's a fucking balloon, and in your house, wind passes. It creates tunnels, gusts. There's airflow through your home. Guess what? That airflow will carry a balloon through your home.
It's doing it again.
It's such bullshit. And they go on and on about it. It felt like
Nothing out
something
of the
was
ordinary
looking.
is seen, but just after she reaches the bottom of the stairs.
Trust me, bro.
A disembodied
That's
whisper
another
from the
trust
room
me, bro.
saying, "Hey,"
It
as if
felt like
something
something
aware
was
that she
looking
entered
at
the
me.
room. Although Rachel, the mother, didn't seem to hear this at the time.
Yeah, I'm
Something
pretty
was clearly
sure
going on with
the
balloon in
scientific
basement.
community
On
was,
another day,
like,
Rachel sees it moving again
gonna listen
and
to
doesn't dare
feelings.
enter the room. That is until her son Andrew decides to go in with it.
Okay. With the balloon? Okay, the balloon always stops in front of the door, right? Right? They show it stopping in front of the door, but if you watch the video, it's when the door is closed. Because that's where the opening is to the rest of the room and the airflow spreads out. But when they leave the basement door open, Elmo goes into the basement. Because the airflow now flows into the basement. Oh my god, it's so fucking dumb. Yep, airflow can go upstairs too.
Quiet.
And you know, these balloons, these balloons don't take long before they start deflating, right? So they got all of this footage over a matter of what, a day or two, maybe 3, right? They just milked this for all it was worth. Yeah. I call bullshit. This is a big load of bullshit. Big stinky bullshit.
All replied to her. Some people believe he is already possessed, or something is attached to him.
This looks like it's on a string. Yeah.
The balloon appeared to be going to. Thing that many viewers in the comments noticed
like,
is that the boy doesn't.
People don't use fucking common sense with a lot of this shit. And at first,
banging noises.
Like at first with the Elmo balloon, like the first part of the video when I saw it yesterday, I said, you know, I could chalk it up that they didn't know any better, that they don't know about airflow. Like that. Okay, fine. They saw something creepy, whatever. But then they kept going and they kept milking it. And I'm like, okay, you know perfectly well what the fuck you're doing. And you're milking this for all it's fucking worth. That's what you're fucking doing. Alright? I'm so done with this stupid ass shit. We had a fucking, I said this last night. We had a balloon like that. It was Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony. It was for my daughter's birthday. It did the same shit. We didn't have a basement. It would follow the airflow in the fucking house, and it would reach a certain spot and stop. They do that. They're fucking balloons. They go where the wind blows them.
That sounded like they came from her son's room. So she decides to pull her phone out and record while she checks his room.
Hey, Andrew.
I heard a noise from his room. Well, is he in the room? Yes. Duh.
Andrew?
As she looks inside his room, 3 bangs can be heard. Another strange thing that many viewers in the comments noticed is that the boy doesn't seem to ever
I didn't even notice
presence.
the fucking knock.
All replied to her.
Or
some people believe he is
whatever.
already possessed, or something is attached to him, which could be the
or
case.
Or he's playing on an iPad and he's a fucking iPad zombie.
To the basement when the boy follows, as if he was trying to lure him down there. And on the next night after this, Rachel will soon believe the same thing, because on the next night she's home alone.
They've already blown it for me. They've already shown that they're milking it for all it's worth. So this is all fucking staged bullshit. I'm surprised they didn't have the kid look at the fucking camera and say something like red rum. Here we go again. The same fucking thing. Again. Now take that same Elmo, put him on the other side of the house and see if he goes back to that basement door. Oh, look, see, the basement door is open. Where does Elmo go? He follows the airflow into the basement. I've seen younger kids with better acting skills.
At the very top corner of the door above the
I
basement
can't believe.
a terrifying.
Alright, this is a 23-minute video. This is a 23-minute video, and almost half of it has been this one fuck. This says 5 scary ghost videos. We spent almost half the fucking time right now on this fucking thing.
Creepy
this big fucking nothing burger of bullshit.
Her, but didn't realize what it was until she got closer. The forehead and hair are quite clear to see, but as she gets closer, what looks like 2 very dark black eyes can be seen. This
it's called having someone in there.
Given all the strange
because it's already been proven, in my opinion, that y'all are full of shit.
Which also explains the peculiar movements of the balloon that didn't seem to follow natural physics. Could it be that the balloon is controlled by whatever?
What do you mean it doesn't follow natural physics? Yes, it does. Oh my god. Oh my god. Does it follow physics? Oh my. People be dumb.
Keeps going to the basement door, hoping that the boy will eventually follow it down there. Whatever the case, Rachel is completely terrified and has decided to keep the door locked as they continue to investigate. The shed.
The shed. Okay, we just move on to it at 10 minutes and 23 seconds. Almost half the fucking video was spent on that bullshit. Next time, use the flash or the light and show the room. Yeah, they never will. They never will. They get the best camera to make to fit whatever they're trying to fucking sell you.
On January the 31st of 2025, a man named Alex began to hear strange sounds coming from the roof of his house late at night. Not sure why it might be.
Could be that too. I've also seen shit where they've used rubber masks. That cat horny. That's what that is. That cat's horny. That cat wants to fuck. strange noises. That's a horny fucking cat. At first I thought he was aware of it and he heard something else. No, apparently the horny cat is the noise. You're fucking kidding me. What?
After hearing strange sounds coming from the roof, Alex hurries outside and sees something try to hide inside his shed. So he quickly locks the door behind it and tries to communicate with it, but doesn't receive any response. Alex says, based on the way the house is designed, it would be nearly impossible for someone to climb the roof. He believes it's something paranormal or an alien. So he sets up a security camera recording the shed to monitor whatever may be inside, and it doesn't take long for him to capture something disturbing. Watch closely.
I trapped it in the ghost inside my shed outside. It unlocked the door all by itself. So then why was it trying to fucking hide?
The door seemingly unlocks on its own and opens as if letting something out, before once again closing and locking all by itself. Alex was left speechless after reviewing the footage, and after looking inside the shed, it was completely empty. Alex thought that was the end of it, but it turned out things would only get worse. A few hours later, Alex hears noises outside his property once more, and notices something downright chilling.
2 de la mañana y hay ruidos horribles afuera de mi propiedad de nuevo, y una de mis perros está afuera.
Again, this shit's all on TikTok. He's milking this for all its fucking work. That's what TikTok fucking does.
Afuera, que quiere entrar, pero algo está extraño. Y te voy a decir por qué.
Yep.
Déjame te muestre esto. Esto es una locura.
Yeah, I saw that out the fucking. You got a fucking accomplice. All right, and let me be clear. That shed door opening on its own wasn't opening on its own. It's got a lever on the inside as well. I'm sure of it. This shit's so fucking ridiculous. It really is. I can't believe this shit fucking happens.
Mi perro ha estado dentro.
Most of these shit,
mi perro ha estado dentro del garage por las últimas 3 horas.
They let you assume that you're dumb enough to believe that they're all by themselves because they said so. There's no one else here. Trust me, bro. You don't know them. Why the fuck are you gonna trust them? It's not, they have an accomplice.
Esa no es mi perra. Vete de aquí. Vete de aquí, tú no perteneces a este mundo.
A dog that looks identical to his own can be seen standing outside the door wanting to come in, with little to no expression at all, even after seeing its supposed owner. Its tail doesn't wiggle or move, not to mention his dog is already inside the garage, and has been for the past few hours.
Eat a dick.
As you can see, when he calls his actual dog, she comes straight away, and her tail is wiggling with excitement as she looks around. Alex explains that whatever was outside was definitely not his dog. He believes it's linked to...
What a load of bullshit. This could be a neighbor's dog. It could be a plant. There could be cuts in the fucking video. This is fucking... That is not a fucking... Oh my god! I can't believe this shit. And people eat it up. You need your glass of water and a foil hat. Yes.
What happened before with the shed? And
they do the cutaways. Why would he cut the camera away from the dog? Okay, so if the dog is the center of attention, why do you turn your camera away?
There must be a skinwalker trying to get inside his house.
Oh yeah, and he let him in. He opened the fucking door.
Showing all his dogs and explaining what happened.
Me quedé toda la noche despierto, con miedo, con lo que pasó anoche estuvo bien feo. Y mucha gente me dice, deja entrar ese perrito, a lo mejor no tiene dueño. Eso no era un perro. Eso que ustedes vieron ahí afuera era algo que trataba de aparentar ser un perro. Yo llegué
Tried to pretend to be a dog. Bullshit.
Lady estaba en el garage por la situación que tiene, que te voy a explicar ahora en un momento cuando te la muestre. Y veo que se escucha algo que llora afuera. Aparte, se nota que en el ambiente hay algo pesado, se siente
it's wonderful how TikTok is the perfect place to display this
nonsense. Algo
nonsense.
extraño está pasando. Y cuando abro la persiana veo a supuestamente Lady, mi perra, y no era mi perro. Yo tengo 5 perros.
It was not my dog. I have 5 dogs.
Se ha quedado esta semana en el garage porque está. Estas son 3 de las perras grandes. La que ven ahí se llama Lady, que es la que algo trató de hacerse parecer a ella anoche. Lady está en heat.
Okay. That dog outside didn't really look like this dog, but I mean, it was also very dark. It could have been this dog. I do remember the white spot on the chest. That did stand out. I did look for that. But that, you know, if they're related, I mean, the guy obviously has a lot of fucking dogs. Or a neighbor or a friend that has a dog. Or one of the dogs had a fucking litter and they got fucking siblings. Alright? This is so fucking ridiculous.
Estas son las dos otras chiquitas.
Alex goes on to show all 5 of his dogs and explains that the dog lady was in heat and was bleeding, so she was staying in the garage that night. On the following night, he has some people of an indigenous tribe come over to clean the property.
Wait. Your dog is in heat and you're surprised another dog came to the window. I fucking hate people. I really hate people. I can't stand stupid people. I can't stand it. Why does it... Do you understand how heat works?
Later that same night, Alex hears noises around 2 a.m. and goes outside to check it out when he sees something horrifying.
Amigos,
dogs go wild for that shit. They'll break chains. They'll fucking bust through fences. They will do shit to get to their... Woo! At that party time, they will do what it takes. If they catch a whiff, they go and do it. So, she's in heat and you're keeping her in the garage. And you're like, I heard noises outside my garage. There's a dog that came to my window. Duh!
Escuchan. Coyotes por todas partes. Estoy acá afuera con Lady. Lady está bien. Vinieron los navajos, un grupo de la tribu navajos a limpiar la casa y no fue positivo lo que dijeron. Dijeron que hay algo muy feo en la propiedad, afuera de mi casa, y déjame que te muestre. Apuntan a ese lugar y al corral. Dicen que mi casa está protegida, que Lady está bien, pero que hay algo en esa zona. Y sinceramente no sé qué decirte. Se siente esto un poco mejor desde que vinieron. Vino también un presa a limpiar. Pero el puto sonido de nuevo vino. ¡Qué mierda! Lady. Hasta Lady tiene miedo. Y esa vibración o ese sonido siempre viene de un mismo lugar.
Some guard dog you have, it ain't even barking if there is something weird going on.
Pero
yeah, I thought dogs could sense ghosts.
Let's go. Corre, Lady, corre, mamá.
They sense the paranormal.
Adentro.
What looks like a tall, dark figure can be seen peeking out from behind a corner before it suddenly emerges fully and begins to move towards Alex, scaring him and his dog back inside the house.
Yeah, it's probably your homie wearing like all black or something.
And what he locked in his shed, lurking around the property.
We never get a good view of that shit.
Although Alex has no idea what might be the cause for this.
Yeah, it's still, that dog outside the window, it still doesn't, it looks like the same breed, but it doesn't look like the same dog. That's why I'm like, you're full of shit. You're full of shit, dude.
So until further updates, this one remains a mystery. If you have any video recommendations, you can send them over to depthsofdespairbusiness@gmail.com or tag us on TikTok at depthsofdespair_YT.
No, I'm good. Hell, even the dog in the sides would go crazy when the alien showed up. This dog was like, play, I want to play.
The following video was uploaded by a mother named Anisha and was originally taken by her son late at night when the rest of the family was asleep. The reason for the recording was that Anisha's 4-year-old son was convinced that the elf toy hanging on the frame would come to life.
I've seen this. This is so fucking dumb.
So he set up a camera recording it overnight as he slept.
This is fucking video editing, fucking 101 type shit. It's a superimposed image and they fucked with the opacity. I mean, it's already weird that they got a flickering light. They put a fucking strobe light in the background. It just makes it easier to put in fucking cuts and hide your edits.
And when he woke up, he saw something that made him cry. So he shows it to his mum, and she sees this.
Yeah, in one of the flashes, you'll see like a transparent kid in the fucking hallway looking up. Slower version. Yep, see, there it is.
In a bright flash of light, a silhouette of a young child.
Yeah, it's a single frame. It's like a single fucking frame.
The appearance of this figure seemed awfully thin and bony, as if it was the spirit of a dead person.
No, it's fucking video editing.
Also looking at the elf toy. Anisha is adamant that she captured a spirit that day.
Of course she is!
In the following video, a mother named Amanda was filming her daughter talking to her grandma's urn while playing with the display cabinet. Amanda's mother had passed away only...
Hell, even the dog inside... Wait, you said that already. cool.
A month prior to this, and she thought it was a cute moment where her daughter was hugging the cabinet the urn was inside.
Almost looks
so
like
she
Curious
decided to record
George.
it when she unknowingly captured something strange.
What a curious little monkey!
What looks like a dark figure can be seen dashing across the room right in front of the camera. Now, Amanda didn't notice anything strange at the time, and only saw this after reviewing the footage. Thinking her mother is still watching over her, she felt a sense of relief. However, some people in the comments warned this is an evil entity trying to get to her in her most vulnerable moments. But as always, let me know what you think. Subscribe and hit that bell.
I think
icon so you
someone
never
put
miss
their
an
finger
upload.
across the fucking screen. That's
The
what I
religious
fucking
doll.
think.
In the next video, a woman has a small collection of religious dolls and figures on her bedroom table. Nothing strange had ever happened before, but on one particular night, she was woken up to a strange sound in her room. And when she turned the lights on, she saw something she couldn't explain.
What did they see? What is it?
The doll's mouth starts moving on its own, and it looks like it's talking and saying something. This left the girl completely freaked out, not knowing what this could mean. As of now, no updates have been provided, so whatever is going on remains unknown.
Because that's
But if you
fucking
want to see the
video
story of a
editing
clown doll coming to
bullshit!
life, you're gonna want to watch
You
this
can
video.
see
Trust
the
me, I've
edges
seen
on it! I do this shit for a fucking living! Actually, no, I don't do it for a living. But I do this shit all the fucking time. I'm sitting here, look, on my desk. I've got, you can't see it. I've got a paperweight. It was an award given to me from my high school for outstanding advanced television production. Yeah. I worked with video editing and shit like that.
Video like this. Just click the thumbnail on screen to watch this video now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you over in the next one.
Alright, what do we got now? We're getting through some of this ghost shit. Let's narrow down this list. I was over 200 before, now I'm down to 140. Yay. Alright, Nuke's Top 5. 10 scary videos for full screen terror.
A woman named Ray says that her family has experienced many strange things since they moved into their new home.
Oh,
Ray says
really?
that the house's basement is especially creepy. She says that even on
Especially?
warm days, the temperature down there is always freezing. And she says that she feels like something is watching her when she's down there. Even weirder, the family often hears strange, unexplained sounds coming from the
I
basement.
swear to God, if this is that fucking Elmo shit again.
But things in their house get even weirder after Ray buys her son Andrew a creepy large Elmo balloon.
Oh my fucking God, I called it. I fucking called it. I'm so fucking over this shit. How, oh my God. Y'all are embarrassing yourselves playing this fucking video. I cannot believe fucking last night and already 2 tonight playing the same fucking bullshit. How long does he show it for this one? Okay, it's definitely not as long. 5 minutes. He cut it down to
we
5
can even
minutes.
see what looks like a bizarre set of dark eyes and the bridge of a nose. So is Ray's house haunted by an entity that is manipulating this Elmo balloon? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide.
A fucking hoax!
What the f just happened? Now these next clips
I don't know
videos
what
have
the
no
fuck
real
just
explanation.
happened.
They were either
'Cause that
uploaded
was
without
a
a
big
source of
load of
info,
bull.
or the people in the video just can't explain what happened either. So, in this first video, a woman is riding her bike down a street in Brazil, and then, what the f just happened? Now, just a quick note for YouTube content guidelines here. This woman was not seriously hurt, and she actually falls off the bike right behind this post right there. And then the bike takes off for the moon, apparently. Now, this was sent in as a paranormal video, but I'm thinking the bike got hung up on a cable or something. But no idea why it flies 50 feet in the air. So, you tell me. Now, this next clip comes from the podcast Grown Up Kids, hosted by brother and sister Seth and
I think it most likely got caught up on something. I mean, and that's being generous. That's being generous. It got caught up on something. Where's the before and after? Why do those videos never have a before and after? What led up to that? And what came after? No, they just show you the part they want you to see.
Jesse.
I'm Jesse.
I'm Seth.
And we're siblings. We are.
And we have a podcast.
It's not a paranormal podcast, and they've never posted or even mentioned anything supernatural.
I swear to God, I thought one of them was like, we're siblings and we're in love. And that's where it felt like it was going. Okay, I'm sorry. That was the vibe I was getting from it. It felt weird. I got a really weird vibe that was coming. I don't know why.
But then one day, while recording, this.
I am stupid good at the game. What?
It was Godzilla!
That? I don't know, but it scared me.
Yeah. Wait, I'm being so serious.
I'm so serious. Super serious.
I don't know, but I'm scared. That sounded like a dinosaur.
It was Gojira!
What do we do?
I don't even...
Well, if you're worried, get up and go fucking look!
With pipes
or
something?
ignore it!
Okay, so it either sounded like...
I thought someone was playing music. Thank God you were here, because
no.
if that happened while I was home alone, I would have literally put my...
As you can tell from their reaction, Jesse and Seth have no clue what they just heard, but it totally freaks them out. To this day, they say they have no idea what the sound was, and Jessie says that she has never heard this sound in her home before this incident or since. So you tell me what you think this sound is.
I am stupid good at the game.
It sounds like a fucking Godzilla toy. That's what it fucking sounds like. It even sounds like the cheap recording like you would hear from a fucking toy. That's what it fucking sounds like. Come the fuck on, really? We're gonna chalk this up to paranormal? It's a fucking Godzilla toy. Oh my God. Come on. I gotta play that one more time.
Before this incident or since. So you tell me what you think this sound is.
I am stupid.
I told you what I thought it was!
What was that?
This next video from Brazil was uploaded without a description, and the uploader didn't respond to any of the thousands of comments and questions. Now, I have many questions of my own, but we'll get to that after the video.
Alright.
Check it out.
A lot of people praise Nuke's top 5 for having the best ones, but so far, 2 for 2 have been fucking god-awful. One's an obvious fucking hoax that I called out on several occasions now. The next one was just a fucking Godzilla toy that they're over-embellishing. Oh my God.
Now.
Moça, tira ela daqui! Ele tá seguindo você! Ele tá seguindo! Ui, gente!
What is it?
Dele. Não, põe a mão! Você tá louco com a mão assim, cara? Que isso aí? Saiu uma parte dele. Que isso, macho? Ih, não, tira a mão lá, Pedro! Para! Não põe a mão, meu! Não põe a mão! Não põe! Ui, se mexeu. Olha o cheiro que tá. Por que você mexeu? Olha o fedor que fez. Jesus. Menino do céu. Pega isso daí e joga pra lá com a peneira. Pega isso logo. Ai, tá amarrado. Tá amarrado. Puxa aquela corda, ó.
So something weird and kind of scary is sitting at the bottom of the pool. But what is it? How did it get there? And more importantly, how do you even get in the pool and not notice that thing? Either way, I have no idea what that is, and neither does anyone in the video's comments. So tell me what you think it is down in my comments.
It could have been a fucking stuffed animal that, like, maybe a dog chewed it up and tossed it in there.
She's experienced a few strange things around her house.
So in the upstairs of my house, there's 2 rooms. Both of the doors open and close all the time by itself.
So one day Maggie's casually filming a cute video of her cat, Onyx, when suddenly something happens that is truly bizarre.
My cat does that
first,
shit.
Maggie doesn't even notice anything odd and even laughs at what she thinks is just the cat being weird. Or, well, just being a cat. But when she watches the video back, she notices that the cat's tail seems to be yanked by some invisible force.
Yeah. Okay, this is where I'm about to get upset. It looks like something is tied to the fucking cat's tail. Looks like it's in reverse. No, it looks like something is attached, like they pulled the cat by its fucking tail. Like they tied a string to it. That's what it fucking looks like. And the cat goes after its tail after that. Like, get this thing off my fucking tail. Hold on. Let me see if I can slow it down. Let's do a half speed. to get whatever's on his tail off. I think somebody pulled the cat by its fucking tail with a string.
Now, at first, Maggie doesn't even notice anything.
That's what I think fucking happened in that video. That's what I think fucking happened, is they tied a string to the cat's tail and fucking pulled it.
Odd, and even laughs at what she thinks is just the cat being weird, or, well, just being a cat. But when she watches the video back, she notices that the cat's tail seems to be yanked by some invisible force. The video went viral, and no one can really explain just what happened to the cat. But what do you think? If you see something that you think would be perfect for the top 5, email me at nukestop5@gmail.com.
Hey.
You can also tag me on TikTok at nukestop5official, and be sure to tag...
These fucking channels will show videos of animals reacting to nothing all the fucking time and say animals can see fucking ghosts. So if it was a ghost pulling its tail, wouldn't it be going after the fucking ghost? No, it's going after its tail. You know why? Because somebody tied a string to that motherfucker, pulled the fucking cat by its tail, and they're all like, ha, look at me, TikTok views. That's what I think fucking happened, and you can't fucking convince me otherwise. It's bullshit.
Tag me only at nukestop5official, because there are a lot of fake accounts on there. Unwelcome guest. At the end of last year, French single mother Alex and her son moved into a new home. The house was remodeled from the remains of an old church, and it was built right on top of what used to be an old graveyard. Shortly after moving in, Alex begins to hear the creepy sound of someone walking through her home. But when she looks, she finds nothing and no one to explain these strange footsteps. Late one night, Alex is lying in bed when she suddenly hears something that is downright chilling.
Yep. And it all stops when you get down there, right? Turn on the fucking light so we can see. Let's see how this was done. Yep, keep all the lights out, right? You have to make sure to keep the lights off so you can't see who's all the tricks you have set up. You turn the lights off
Alex hears
everywhere
a child's
else.
voice calling out, Mama, from somewhere, even though her son is fast asleep in his room. She hears the voice again from downstairs.
I say the child's voice was either a recording or another child or her actual child, because I didn't actually see them in their bed. I saw that she went in to check on them. Maybe they were in there. I don't know. Maybe they have more than one child. I don't fucking know. But a recording is just as fucking easy, you know. So let's erase the child's voice. B, you turned on the lights in every other fucking room, but not the room where shit actually happened in. There's a red flag for me. The piano stops playing, of course, once you're in the fucking room. Because always they do that. Because, of course, they want you to hear them playing the music until you actually get there. Then they get shy. There's a table right in front of the fucking piano. Someone easily could be under that fucking table. Easily. And all those pictures falling down. Again, string pull. Chain reaction. It looks big. It's big. It's grand. This is fucking bullshit.
Here's Mama.
And of course, you can see the vertical thing, meaning this was made for fucking TikTok. TikTok and shorts, and let's get TikTok famous. It's bullshit.
And she goes down to investigate. Alex is horrified when she discovers the piano in her living room is playing all by itself, and her TV has inexplicably just turned on. Books come falling out of a cabinet, and a chair rocks back and forth, almost as if someone or something is sitting and watching her. Understandably, Alex says she couldn't sleep the rest of the night. But unfortunately for Alex, things are about to get even creepier.
Yeah, well, again, I've said this about ghost videos. If you're going to fake it, less is more. Alright, the problem is you put too much stuff in there, and they all revolve around that table. The table is in the center. The piano in the middle, the pictures on one side, the rocking chair on the other, but we don't ever look underneath that table because that's where the mastermind is.
One night, Alex returns home from walking their dog. Her son is away at his dad's and her home should be empty. But as she heads toward the house, she notices something that sends a chill down her spine.
What am I looking at? Oh, we have somebody wearing black inside our window. There's no one at home right now. Trust me, bro. Oh, and they're fucking with the lights.
A dark figure can be seen inside the house.
Yeah.
Alex is frozen in fear as the strange shape seems to head toward her son's room. Luckily, her son isn't home, and the shadow just disappears. Now, no one was found inside the house or on the property.
Oh, of course.
Cut to
Trust
another
me,
night,
bro.
Alex and her young son are having a nice, quiet evening at home. Suddenly, this happens.
Oh, I've seen this one before with that fucking teddy bear. Yeah, it took a minute for you to, you know, let the person knocking escape, right? Turn the lights on after. That's just fucking camera shit. You're on a cell phone camera. It's not the best camera in the world.
A teddy bear in her son's bedroom seems to creepily wiggle around all on its own. But the worst is yet to come. One night when Alex is once again completely alone at home,
Wait.
the paranormal
And you cut the fucking scene. You cut it. On that second go around, you cut it. Look, show the whole fucking thing. In context. Hey, the cat ran over there because they're sus as fuck. Someone's in there fucking around. Alright? See? It takes a second. She pulls it. It takes a second before you even get to look behind that fucking full curtain, giving the person doing it chance to escape. And there we go. Ta-da! The teddy bear's on the floor. Where do we look? We look up here. Teddy bear's on the floor. We look up here. Why do we look up here first? Because the person was down here so that they could sneak out. And that weird shadow or whatever, it just looks like camera issues.
A teddy bear in her son's bedroom seems to creepily wiggle around all on its own.
Yeah.
But the worst is yet to come. One night when Alex is once again completely alone at home, the paranormal activity in her house becomes absolutely terrifying.
You know, another explanation. Now, this is just more of a funny idea in my head. How old do you think her kid is? How big do you think they are? Do you think that they cut open that teddy bear and put their kid inside the fucking teddy bear? My daughter would have done it just to scare the shit out of her sister. Just a thought. Just a thought. Again, less is more. All this shit, you're oversaturating it. You're looking ridiculous. Oh, the running ghost. The running ghost. Of course.
With everything that has happened, Alex believes that her home is haunted and is now actively looking for help.
Haunted by
But what do you think
yourself.
is going on here? Could the creepy events in Alex's home have anything to do with its history? Perhaps some spirit from the old graveyard that the house is built on. Let me know.
Oh, and it was built on a graveyard. Of course it
A woman
was.
named Tracy works at a mid-sized hotel in Pekin, Illinois. Lately, she says that many of the hotel guests have had complaints about one
Bullshit.
particular room.
Okay, so I'm here at work tonight.
I want to
and
see.
we
I
have
want to see the evidence that it was built on a graveyard. There'll be documentation.
here that work on the railroad. I checked in 5 of them, and the second floor is where they usually go because that's where all the king suites are at. Well, they're all saying, please don't put me in room 205. I'm like, okay, what's wrong with 205? And not one of them would tell me what was wrong with 205.
Why?
So, how about
That's stupid.
me and you, all of us, go up to room 205 and see why no one wants to rent that room.
So Tracy films as she heads up to check out the hotel's mysterious room.
Okay. That's stupid. Every time I've heard someone go, I don't want to explain it. or I don't want to talk about it. Just don't give me 205. Don't give me this number. I don't want... Fucking stupid. Alright, this feels set up. This feels set up from the get-go.
Room 205.
Okay, walking up there now. Going up the steps. Alright.
Oh, well, see, I already see your problem. It's a non-smoking room.
It's like really cold in here, though. Like
just the
really
way
cold.
I like it.
And the air's not even on. I mean, I don't see anything. So maybe we can sit. Yeah, the air and stuff's not on. Maybe sit in the dark. See if we can hear something. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I'm gonna probably lose all my views or my people watching, but okay, let's do this.
Why?
All right, but no, I'm out.
That's
Tracy
a trust me,
find out
bro.
why room 205 is so unpopular. The room is eerily cold, and when she turns off the lights, some creepy little voice from the darkness whispers, "Hey."
I didn't even...
All right, but no.
That's barely fucking anything! Oh, eat a dick!
Guess I just got my answer. Oh my god. Go back to the front.
After many requests from
All
viewers,
that
Tracy
is
says
trust
even though
me,
the
bro,
incident freaked her
bullshit.
out, she plans to go back and investigate the room again very soon. The hospital
Very
visitor.
soon. Yeah,
User Chosen12803
whatever.
posted to the Nukes Top 5 subreddit about a strange experience that his sister had while visiting a hospital in Panama back in 2020. Chosen's sister was at the hospital to visit her ailing father.
Hold on,
now, this
hold
was during
on.
the peak of... So
Hold on. I want to make sure that everything's still running properly, because it looks like both my streams have got that little loading, my little loading circle. Okay. Kick is working. Still waiting on Twitch to catch the fuck up. Oh, wait. Kick was working. What the fuck? Can you guys see me? Welcome to the chat room. I was already in the chat room. I get a bonus? What do I get a bonus for? I'm good. I don't need a bonus. What the fuck is going on? Alright, it looks like it's still playing fine. It's going in and out. Why the fuck is it going in and out? I mean, it could be just like Twitch's service. Yeah, it keeps going in and out. At least on mine. And it does that shit all the fucking time. But if you guys are watching, let me know. Am I coming through loud and clear for you guys so I can continue?
Anybody? Anybody out there?
If it's coming through loud and clear for you, I'll just keep going. Why the fuck is it doing that? Alright, I'll keep going. And hopefully fucking Twitch and Kick will both figure out what the fuck's going on.
So hospital hallways were cleared out of all but close family members and essential personnel.
Okay.
However, the woman says that even though she was all alone in the hospital hall, she kept feeling very odd, almost as if someone was watching her. Then she spotted something very creepy at the end of the hall.
What?
Some strange white figure seems to be peeking out at her from the end of the hallway. She films as she heads right toward the bizarre peeking shape.
Okay, why do they do that? Why? Why? If you see a figure and you're going to chase it, why do you always turn the camera away from the figure, giving them a chance to escape? Keep that motherfucking camera on the figure. That's your money shot. There is literally rewards out there for evidence of the paranormal. Why would you turn your camera away if you're already chasing it down?
When she checks the spot, there's nothing there. Just an empty hall and some medical equipment. But without knowing, her camera did pick up a strange little unexplained moan, almost like a child.
That could be any fucking thing.
Can't shake
God
that creepy
damn it.
feeling that she has about the hospital hallway. She films herself as something seems to move her hair around. Now,
I
her
saw
hair
this
was
last
rounded
night
up, but
too.
maybe
They
was
cut
just
that
a
other
draft.
part out.
And her hair is not where you should be looking in this clip, because, did you see it? Back down the empty hall, just over her shoulder, you can once again see some strange tall white figure peeking out at her. But
Yeah,
this time,
whatever,
she
eat a
doesn't
dick.
even notice. Reddit user Chosen12803 says that his sister sent him the video, and he pointed out to her that whatever was in the hall...
If it's all staged, you're seeing exactly what they want you to see. So that thing over her shoulder, the way the camera was aimed, that's because it was planned. That's because the accomplice was back there. This was the plan from the get-go. Stop being ignorant. You know better. People know better.
All was still watching her the entire time.
Yeah, whatever.
AI photobomb from beyond. So this next story requires a quick bit of explanation. So the phone app CapCut allows you to upload a small picture of a person or object, and then it uses AI to expand the background of the picture, making it larger. The
sure.
AI creates an imaginary larger scene around the picture, and then includes the smaller picture into the larger photo. So just to try the app out, a woman named Geneva put a small picture of her dog and cat sitting on the couch into the app. The app produced an impressive large AI background, but something about it was a bit strange. For some reason, the program added some unknown AI-generated woman into the picture.
So?
At first, Geneva was confused as to why the AI added some random stranger into her picture. But as she took a closer look at the photo the AI created, she realized that the unknown woman looked almost exactly like her deceased mom. Even stranger, Geneva says that she had just had a conversation about her mom right before trying this AI photo app. So
Did you see the fucking thing's face? It's all fucked up. It looked almost exactly like my mom. I'd be fucking insulted if somebody said, it'll look almost like you. Like, no, it doesn't. Look at its face.
the AI somehow tap into something supernatural? Or is
No.
it just a very bizarre coincidence?
Really? Really? You thought that looked like... What, just because she had blonde hair? It's not even the same shade of blonde. Does she have the same clothing like that? This is a big fucking reach.
You decide. Waving goodbye.
You
Grandmother
fucking
Renee
stretch
Ryan is relaxing
further
at home
than
at night with her
Mr.
1-year-old daughter,
Fantastic.
Maya. Suddenly, the little girl starts to act very strange.
Okay, so we're at home. It's just me and my daughter tonight. I don't know what is going on, but she is like, she's acting super weird. She keeps peering over the couch, and it looks like she's looking at something. What's wrong? Like... There's literally nothing there. Well, what are you looking at? Oh my god.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Hey.
Bye.
Maya, what are you waving at? Okay, this is so bizarre. It's like she's sensing something and she's scared of it.
Little Maya is upset and seems to be scared of something or someone on the other side of the room. Maya even waves bye-bye to whatever she sees, seemingly hoping that it will take the hint.
Yeah,
and
it
just
would be
leave.
creepy,
Concerned
but
Mom Renee says that she has
it's
no
a
idea why
kid.
her baby was acting that way. She says that little Maya has never done anything like that before or since.
I swear, I've never seen her act like that ever before. It honestly well and truly freaked me the F out. I was so scared. I was home alone.
Renee says that as far as she knows, no one has passed away in the house and that there haven't been any recent deaths in her family. However, she says that she wouldn't mind if the incident was paranormal, as long as the visitor was one particular spirit.
And I was Maya's age, well, I was 2, my daughter's 1. I lost my dad. He was 19 years old. He was very, very young. It was quite horrible, although I didn't understand it at my age that I was. But, I mean, if he was coming to visit her and say hello, happy days. That'd be beautiful.
So, just what do you think was upsetting little Maya? And just who or what was she waving at? Let me know what you think. Dead man walking. Sage is at work late one night after closing when one of her coworkers glances at the parking lot CCTV cameras and notices something very spooky.
What? Oh my god, that's artifacting.
Anytime you get in the light, they disappear. So it's only then. That is legit.
They had something similar done that was debunked. It was like with okay. They had something similar happen and it was debunked with Disney video. A Disney security video. It looked like somebody was walking through the park and they're like, is this Walt Disney walking through his park again in the middle of the night? No. It's remnants over the fucking digital thing. It's just used to seeing the same thing over and over again, and that's what it does. It has to do with like the video codecs and shit like that. It's a pain in the ass, but yeah, that's not a fucking ghost. I could see why someone would think it was, but it's technology. I can't count the number of times I've seen shit on like Facebook or other apps where they show something like that, and they're like, "Am I haunted? Is this a good?" No, it's a bad video codec. That's what it is.
That for sure is something. Wait, oh my god.
An eerie, pale, translucent figure can be seen just walking from one side of the parking lot to the other. Now, the workers have no idea what this could be, and they haven't seen the strange figure again since this incident. Scary videos. So now for something a bit lighter. These are videos that started out scary, but then they took a weird turn toward something completely goofy. First up, this guy was waking up to strange noises in his bedroom late at night, so he set up a motion sensing camera to monitor him as he slept.
I get
Around
those.
the third
I
night,
get strange
something
noises in the middle of the night too, but I call them my wife.
Up.
Your dog's
In this
an
next video, a young
asshole.
woman named Priscilla spots something absolutely terrifying, and it's right next to her head.
I just scared myself really badly. Wait, no, I'm still scared. What's going on? Oh, it's my bun, y'all. No, baby, I'm
Oh my god. See, you know what? Honestly, most of these fucking haunted videos are shit like this, just without people being self-aware. Alright? It's something stupid that you're not using common sense to see. You're jumping to conclusions. You're like, oh my god, it's a ghost! It's like her. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, that's the bun in my hair. Dumbass.
I have tears in my eyes.
In this clip, well, there's no setup. A guy named Miguel pranks his mom with a big, scary fake spider, and it's kinda hilarious.
Man, were you
I hope
trying to
enjoyed the
give
video.
your
Thanks so
mama
much
a
for
heart
watching.
attack?
Hopefully, I'll see you back next time.
I couldn't do that shit. I'd be afraid I'd hurt my mama. You can't hurt your mama. Don't ever hurt your mama. I couldn't do that shit. I'd be too afraid. I had to call and wish my mama a happy birthday today. Oh god, this is a long one. Slapped hams.
How you doing? I'm Callan, and this is Slapped Ham.
Fucking scary security camera videos that should not exist. Another should not exist. But this one time they're not saying that we should know why. Slapped ham. It's almost an hour. It's a fucking hour.
You're about to see some of the most mysterious videos going around the internet. So smash that subscribe button right now.
I'm skipping through the shit I've already seen. I'm fucking tired of this shit. If I see that fucking Elmo video again, I
This supernatural
swear.
security footage shows the inside of a garage. A wide-angle fisheye lens is used, which allows for an outstanding range of vision. It's a very typical garage
We
with
need a
cars sitting outside of the
fisheye
driveway
lens.
and various outdoor and gardening items sprinkled throughout the area in front of the doorway. As the video begins, we can clearly see that it's nighttime. After a few seconds, a mysterious light descends from the sky. It disappears for a moment before seeming to travel right through the
That's
side
a
of the truck
bug.
in the driveway.
It's a fucking bug, and it didn't go
At first, it looks sausage-shaped, but as it moves, its almost wisp-like consistency becomes apparent.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is like reflections and fucking bugs passing through fucking...
Once it makes its way into the garage, the bizarre apparition vanishes almost as quickly as it appeared.
Because
There isn't
it's
anybody
not
around in
an
the shot, and
apparition!
no noise to indicate anyone lurking off camera. If you slow the footage down, you can see that the mysterious shape's movements seem somewhat purposeful, yet very odd.
No, it doesn't. It looks like a reflection.
Perhaps the eeriest notion is that the light seems to disappear into thin air once it enters the garage.
Because
What do you
it
think the
wasn't
security camera's
there!
captured? Could it be proof that a ghost is haunting the property, or is there another explanation for this creepy video?
I just told you my explanation. This is fucking dumb. It's embarrassingly
A chilling
dumb.
piece of footage recently shared by the Facebook page Dimension Breaker has left viewers on edge. The security camera features a woman walking around an office. But watch what happens. Something unseen appears to grab the woman.
Completely staged.
This eerie scene resembles something straight out of a horror film.
Yeah,
Is this a
probably
genuine
is.
poltergeist incident,
Probably
or
from
could
an
there be
indie
another
horror
explanation?
film. Probably
As always,
from
I'll throw this
some
over to you, the
student
viewers,
shit.
for final judgment. Do you believe this footage is real? What do you think?
No,
happened
I
to the
do
woman?
not.
Let me know your thoughts and theories on this one. in
There's
the
no
comments
setup,
below.
no story at all. Just look, it's scary. Yeah, it's fucking set up.
Here's an amusing little clip to break up the tension shared to TikTok by user
Sure.
Ox King. While on a long trip home in an Uber, this passenger nods off in the front seat. But watch what happens.
Where am I? What was that? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I just had a nightmare.
The passenger gets fired from a nightmare.
Like, what the
I wonder if the
fuck,
driver charged a
dude?
cleaning fee, as he would have almost certainly soiled his trousers.
Where am I? What was that? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I just had a nightmare.
I've never had a
Radio TOS
nightmare
host posted this
wake
next clip
me
to
up like
platform,
that.
asking viewers if
Never.
They thought it shows a ghost.
Never.
The video is a compilation of footage captured at
Never.
an unnamed
I've
hotel
had
in England,
nightmares.
where the poster has worked for the last 16
I had a
years.
nightmare.
While they admit they don't believe in ghosts.
I had a nightmare that my friend slept with my wife, and they were just so nonchalant about it, like it's no big deal, and who gives a shit. And it caused me to wake up just angry, and I just felt this, like, I was in this angry mood all fucking day, and I knew it was fake. And I'm telling my wife, I'm like, I know it wasn't real, I know, but I can't shake it. It felt so real. I'm so mad.
Ghosts. They have heard that the bar, restaurant, and kitchen of the hotel are all haunted. Take a look at what the security cameras have captured. We see a glass fall from behind the bar and smash on the floor. Two curious patrons who must have heard the glass break lean over the bar to see what's happened.
So, a glass broke.
Next,
And
we see some more strange activity.
another glass broke. While they're
Lastly,
fucking
we see a
around
yellow
right
caution
next
sign
to it.
fall over, as if pushed by some sort of unseen force.
Oh my god. Okay, shit falls over!
A cleaner begins to search the area for the cause of the disturbance. England is renowned for its historic pubs, many of which are said to be haunted by spirits from the past. Among the eerie goings-on in these old
Places
buildings,
like
patrons and
this,
staff
you
have
need
reported
more
seeing apparitions
context.
along
That's
with
why
other
you
spectral
need
figures,
someone like a
heard disembodied
debunker to
voices
come
and
through.
footsteps, and
You
like
need
the
to
hotel
know
in this
the
video, some
layout of the
objects moving
building.
around and even
Is there
breaking.
vibrations from outside? Is there...
Have you ever visited a bar
There's a
or pub
lot
that's said to be
more
haunted?
to it
If
than
so,
just,
have you
oh,
witnessed anything
it
out of the
moved.
ordinary?
Well,
Love to hear your stories in the comments.
what
down below.
happened? Because there was a... There was... I don't know if it was a museum or whatever. I know there was a statue on a shelf. And the security camera shows the statue moving. And everyone's like, oh, it moved all on its own. And then upon further investigation, it was moving because of the vehicles outside. It was very subtle and it took time. That's why the video they show of it moving on its own is sped up. Because it's over time spinning little by little from all the vibrations going on. It was totally not a ghost. And that's what I think this shit is too.
Here's a quick and eerie little one captured by Facebook user Rick Stewart. One evening in March, some years ago, Rick's home security system detected movement at the side of his property. It took several snaps and sent a report to Rick's phone. And there, a mysterious transparent figure can be seen in the driveway.
Oh, why? Why?
Everything else in the image is quite clear, yet the human-like shape isn't. It's this detail that sparked discussions about paranormal activity in the comments section. As always, though, I'll throw this one out to you, the viewers, for final judgment. In this piece of creepy footage, two men are sleeping. They seem somewhat restless and are shifting their arms and legs around. Since sleep is a time for the brain to relax, some experts have suggested that humans may be able to sense paranormal activity more easily in this state. 50 seconds into the recording, the dorm room door opens up.
Who hasn't seen this video
It's
by
open
this
on its own
time?
because there's no one
The
there.
guy's leg gets dragged up in the air. I feel like this is all fucking staged. Ropes and pulleys and shit like that.
20 seconds later, something barely visible enters the room. Viewers may notice a slight shift in the image. After a few more seconds pass, the legs of the man who is closest to the camera start to lift. The initial lift doesn't wake him up. He starts to stir awake as he's yanked toward the end of the bed with his legs being pulled up into the door.
Okay, that's another thing that could be happening here. You know how he says the way it comes in is shift? That could be masking. That there's actually a person there, and they use video editing to edit the person out. So whatever thing, instead of saying that you can see the lines from where the masking took place, they're like, no, that's the apparition.
Dorm room ceiling. As his legs are being lifted high enough for him to almost be in a headstand, the man realizes that he's being hoisted up and starts to fight whatever it is that's pulling him along. The spirit almost succeeds in pulling him entirely off the bed, but at the last moment, it releases him.
Yeah.
The boy sits up and looks towards the open door. He seems confused as he searches for whatever it was that lifted him up. He then gets up and walks out into the hallway, likely searching for a human culprit.
I'm starting to think that,
However, it seems it was something
that's
more
what it
sinister that
was.
disturbed his rest.
I think it was masking, and there was somebody there lifting his legs and doing all that shit.
Here's an amusing little one coming via some security footage posted on TikTok by user Can You Not Though. The footage, captured by an interior camera in the uploader's home during daylight hours, initially depicts an ordinary scene. But watch what happens.
No. Don't do that.
Something seems to fall off the shelf.
No.
However, instead of getting scared, the man starts lecturing an unseen presence.
Yeah, no. Don't you stop touching my
It's
shit.
as though he's used to strange things happening around his home and has grown accustomed to telling ghosties
Hi,
off.
Scuff Kitty. Come here. No. Come here, baby.
Don't do that.
A lot of commenters gelled with the footage, admitting they also do the same thing when something strange happens around them. So what about you? Have you ever told a ghost off? Let me know in the comments down below.
No.
I tell Lil Boo off. What do you think, Lil Boo? They said, have you ever told a ghost off? And I was like, no, but I've told my little Boo off.
I've told a ghost off.
Did you? What'd you say?
I wish I could have called him the B word. I'm like, you little B word.
Really? You said that to a ghost? Ghosts aren't real.
Not true. Actually, that is not true.
What do you mean it's not true?
It could be, the ghost could actually be true.
Have you seen any real evidence?
Really?
Ha! 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 Ha!
Doesn't mean nothing.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Does too.
No, it doesn't. Win.
Alright.
In a disquieting incident on a quiet Brisbane road, dashcam footage has captured the eerie moment a man approached a car in what many suspect was an attempted carjacking. The unsettling encounter occurred in October of 2023 on Pineland Road at Sunnybank Hills, approximately 20 kilometres from Brisbane's CBD. The footage, which was quickly spread across social media after being shared on Facebook, shows a man slowly walking down the deserted road. The driver then quickly speeds away. The driver's unsettling experience has sparked widespread concern, with many suggesting that the late-night encounter was a possible hijacking attempt. Social media reactions were swift and filled with alarm. Many users speculated that the man's actions were part of a broader pattern of criminal behaviour in the area.
Yeah.
Authorities
This is
have not yet
criminal
confirmed
shit.
that the incident is part of a larger trend, but the public's reaction highlights the need for ongoing vigilance. As the investigation
People are
continues,
dumb.
drivers are urged to stay safe and report any suspicious activity to the police.
Okay. Let me remind you. A vehicle is a deadly weapon. Alright? At least in the United States. A vehicle is considered a deadly weapon. And if you feel your life is in reasonable danger, that a reasonable person would see this as being in danger for your life, you can use deadly force. That's what I think a lot of people have been missing with shit like this. Now, one guy, if you could turn around and run, yes. You have to try to de-escalate the situation first. Don't just go straight to running a motherfucker over. Okay? Don't get that mistaken. However, if they're coming up on your car and they're about to open your door and you feel like you're about to not be around anymore, then you can, you know, you have the right to fight for your life. There you go. At least in the U.S. I don't know what it is in other places. I just think that this is very stupid form of crime. And people that fall for it, like, come on. I know no one wants to get their head dirty or do, but if motherfuckers are trying to do something bad to you, you need to take yourself priority at that point.
Whenever someone goes out for a tasty meal, they probably don't anticipate being served from a haunted kitchen. However, after seeing this footage shared by Desdi Masala Zerchu, that could be the kind of grade A ghostly service that one might receive from this commercial cookery.
Oh, really?
The footage opens up with a woman in a well-lit and tidy kitchen working inside a large refrigeration unit. She's organising the various meals and other prep items for the dinner rush, and doesn't seem particularly fazed by anything. After spending a while rummaging around, something unexpected catches her attention. She jumps in shock, flinging the refrigerator closed in response to the ghostly action. Seemingly for no reason at all, we see a small bowl of flour flung violently from the stainless steel rack behind her, closely followed by a red cup.
Okay. I didn't see her fling the door closed in response. She just walked away from it and it closed. Like, oh, well, look at that. She just treated it like any other spill in the kitchen.
The cup goes spinning off to the corner of the kitchen near a trash can, and the flour falls in a heap on the floor.
Okay.
After pausing for a moment to examine the situation, bizarrely, the woman just...
The problem is, where it came from, it's too obstructed. You can't see it clearly. This could be easily fucking set up.
Turns to stacking the refrigerator. Although the incident could have been some type of elaborate prank, the footage doesn't show any sign of human activity in the kitchen. Considering that it seems there isn't much room to fit behind the stainless steel rack entirely...
How do you know? How do you know? Seeing as there's not much room behind... How do you know? How do you know? They don't show it. So how the fuck do you know? There's not much room behind the stainless... Prove it. It didn't really faze her much. She's not freaking out or running or screaming. It's just like, eh.
Really unlikely that anyone could have thrown the cup and spilled the flour with such aggressive force.
Yeah, whatever.
Such a startling
Bullshit.
Event.
Bullshit.
Have you ever had something unexpectedly happen in the kitchen? Perhaps a misplaced item or dish that suddenly fell to the ground? If so, remember that this footage seems to show that hauntings could occur just about anywhere.
Yeah, not everything's a fucking haunting either. You gotta stop assuming that.
Snapcam subreddit by user SaturdayEst84, viewers see what might be paranormal activity captured by a security camera.
I gotta say, one of the funniest things I've heard in regards to ghosts and everything is was from Iron Mouse. There was the talk that her and several others, I think it was on Zentrea's channel, I'm not sure, were talking about ghosts and whether they believe. And Iron Mouse was like, no. No, I don't believe. I think I'm supposed to, but I don't. Because if everyone turned into a ghost, or if there was all these ghosts, because there's been a lot of dead people over the years, then I would have, like, ghost jizz in my mouth or something. And I was like, I don't have that, so it can't be real. It was just something like that. I can't remember it, the words verbatim. But I know when I heard it, I fucking almost spit my drink out my nose. Fucking dying laughing from that. But yeah, not everybody is a fucking ghost. There's not, I've said this before. Why aren't there fucking ghost dinosaurs? Ghost cavemen, ghost Neanderthals. Why aren't these things existing? There's ghost animals, according to these videos. Ghost dogs and cats. Ghost people. Why aren't there ghost dinosaurs? Why? They died too, right? What, do they just not exist now? Do ghosts wear out over time?
The footage, initially showing what looks like innocuous dust or smoke, takes a mysterious turn at the 35-second mark.
That could easily be from something like a vape.
There's a ghostly-looking shape moving across the screen from right to left.
Again, that could easily be a vape. You can
the poster
see it
from Pangasinan.
Why do you... If you watch the smoke, it comes from down here. It's shot up here and blows this way. Alright, so the wind is obviously carrying it this way, but you can see it comes from up here first. It comes from here first. See?
There's a ghostly-looking shape moving across the screen from right to left.
But it starts down
the
here.
The poster from Pangasinan, Philippines hints at a possibly supernatural explanation, mentioning local lore about a girl in a white dress seen wandering the area.
Yeah, that didn't look like a girl in a white dress. Give me a fucking break.
Cameras placed. These trees, perceived by some as a portal, have since been replaced by smaller plants, yet the eerie sightings seem to continue. This video not only captures what could be a ghostly apparition, but also ties into the local folklore, adding a layer of intrigue and mystery to the viewer's experience.
Yeah, whatever. Someone was
Late-night
fucking
intrigue has
vaping or
emerged at
whatever.
Carmarthen's Lyric Theatre in Wales, where a security camera captured an eerie image that sparked much speculation. Nathan Wynne Davies, the observer behind the footage, reports a ghostly presence haunting the theatre's deserted corridors.
That could be anything.
Davies notes that the image was captured in the middle of the night, showing a mysterious figure standing between the locked inner and outer doors. He also recalls previous sightings of the spectral visitor, seen either seated in the upper area of the theatre or pacing the perimeter, sometimes wearing a distinctive flat cap and thick coat.
Okay, this part is just a story. But the other picture, alright, I hate when the images are based on just trust me, bro. I don't know you. I have absolutely zero reason to trust you. Alright?
Coat. As whispers of this mysterious figure spread through the theatre, a subtle warning follows. If you find yourself wandering the Lyric Theatre's corridors, keep an eye out for the apparition. Within these walls, it seems, legends and spectres freely roam, casting shadows on the unsuspecting.
Yeah, especially nowadays.
This next video was submitted to our Slapcam official community over on Facebook.
AI is making fucking videos and all kinds of crazy fucking shit out there. I see it all over fucking X and fucking Blue Sky. The shit's all over the fucking place now. Right? It's all over. And making videos now that are so fucking realistic, and you're telling me that a still footage, that a still image still holds up to this day. That's the problem. Back in the day, when that shit was complicated and hard to fucking do, it said a lot more when you captured it on video. But like just still images nowadays, they're so easy to edit a photo. Like grandmas are using fucking Photoshop now. Give me a break.
Book. In it, we see an amorphous, transparent shape that appears to be hovering over someone sleeping in bed. At first, one would be excused for thinking the shape could simply be a bug on the lens. This is often the explanation given for some so-called ghost videos.
It's
However,
not even good masking.
Prove this isn't the case at all.
This is video masking. Yep.
A few seconds pass before several items are violently thrown from the shelf next to the bed.
Yep.
The line.
Yep. Instead of hiding the person, they made it. They embellished the fucking masking lines, and made the person the apparition itself, so they didn't have to hide the masking lines. But it you can see the shakiness. It's so fucking. It's bad. It's not even a fucking good job at it. You can tell that it was fucking video editing.
Then keeps moving ever closer towards the sleeping person.
Yeah, that's video editing.
The man then wakes up and is immediately confused.
Jesus Christ. What the hell?
While the video's description suggests...
Go on YouTube. Alright? If you want to see some shit like this, go on YouTube. You can look up green screen effects and see all kinds of this shit that you can just get for free. People offer it. Like, hey, this is bad.
Suggests that it shows a ghost caught on camera. One viewer made a very interesting observation. Just after the items are thrown onto the bed, the strange shape seems to shrink, almost as if it's entering the sleeping man's body.
Because people are stupid.
The viewer suggested that the man might actually be astral traveling, perhaps while in a dream state.
Oh my fucking god, stop it.
Since then, the video's also been analysed from a more skeptical stance, with several key points suggesting that the whole thing might simply be a well-orchestrated hoax.
No
For starters,
shit.
The timestamp in the upper left corner seems to move in double time. Yet when the man gets up, he appears to move at normal speed.
What the hell?
Yeah, that sounds like they're fucked
The fact,
up.
too, that the camera is pointing directly at the bed has also left some viewers questioning the video's authenticity.
Yeah.
So what do you think? A ghost, astral traveler, or just a hoax? Let me know.
A hoax! It's bullshit! I said it already! I even said how it was done!
This next one isn't paranormal at all, but it's creepy nonetheless. Residents of a Chino Hills neighborhood were left stunned when a hidden camera, cleverly disguised as a rock, was uncovered. Carefully positioned amidst the grass beneath a tree on a central median, the camera blended seamlessly with its surroundings.
Okay, but why?
Moreover, it was aimed directly at the residence of James Dimmerpersok. Describing the device, Dimmerpersok noted, it was a camera that was covered in clay that looked like a rock, so it was very precise. It was on a power bank, so it was a cordless camera. Dimmerpersok became aware of the intrusion when a neighbour brought the matter to his attention after spotting the concealed camera outside their homes in Glenridge Drive. Dimmerpersok said that the incident freaked out his wife so much she started crying. Promptly reporting the find to authorities, Dimmerpersok learned that the camera was transmitting via nearby cell towers. He then reviewed footage captured by the camera in hopes of identifying the perpetrator. The footage reveals the suspect clad in garden gloves and a motorcycle helmet, surreptitiously planting the camera in the dirt before making a getaway on a kick scooter. Further investigation via Dimmerpersok's Ring doorbell camera yielded additional footage, albeit too distant to discern the suspect's features clearly.
Looks like a fucking kid.
The motive behind the covert surveillance remains unclear, but Dimmerpersok and his wife suspect the perpetrator may have been scoping out their property, perhaps for a potential robbery. With the neighborhood on edge, speculation abounds regarding the suspect's intentions.
That's a bit
Concerns
far
have
to
been
go
raised
for
about the
that.
safety of junior high school students who frequent the area. This is a street where our junior high school students walk, remarked Julissa Castillo, a concerned neighbor. A lot of them do, particularly on that street. It almost concerns me that maybe they're watching a particular child. As the investigation continues under the jurisdiction of the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, residents remain vigilant. Many have pledged to bolster their home security measures in response to this unsettling incident.
Maybe they were just looking for a good space. They could have been checking out this house or this house, and it was just this was a good space to put the camera. So it looked like it was their house because they were dead on, but they were looking for something else. I mean, who fucking knows? But still, it's fucking creepy as shit. And whoever put that fucking camera there, you ain't getting it back. You ain't getting it back, I guarantee you that. If you go and ask for it, they're gonna have words.
Taken from the Canary security webcam of music DJ Jonesy Jones, this footage seems to have captured something rather mysterious. Early on in the clip, we see two apparitions that seemingly manifest out of thin air.
Okay.
If this isn't creepy enough, the uploader claims that she received an alert notification on her mobile phone that there was motion detected in the living room. One normally wouldn't assume to find some supernatural security footage as a result, yet on viewing the footage you can see a sudden movement on the left as two wisps suddenly appear out of nowhere.
That could
The
be
shapes quickly begin
fucking
to take on a more
anything!
stereotypical ghostly appearance before vanishing into the light.
There's so many explanations for
This
that
footage
shit.
is certainly chilling.
It's
Unlike
been
many security camera
done
clips, these shapes
to
don't
death.
resemble floating orbs or dust particles reflecting the light. There's little denying that these wispy shapes really do resemble ghosts, but could this really be the case?
Wait.
Unfortunately, without further
What do you
information,
mean
this video will
resemble ghosts? You know what a ghost looks like? You're sure? What kind of ghosts? Apparently, there's a million kinds of ghosts. So how do you know that these look like ghosts? They look like fucking baby powder, or fucking smoke, or fucking dust going through the fucking... They look like ghosts. Give me a fucking break.
will have to remain a mystery. In a bizarre picture uploaded to the TikTok account Glitch in the Matrix, we see a rather creepy image captured by a Ring security camera. At a little over 8:30 PM, the camera took this image, which at first seems rather mundane. However, the camera's owner notes that the two people in the picture are actually both him. Some commenters were quick to suggest that the camera might be showing a glitch in the Matrix. Others thought it might have captured this man's doppelganger. While the image is probably just a glitch, the man was likely spooked when he initially checked the footage.
It's probably a glitch, because this looked like it was taken by a security camera, and it probably double shot. Because of video codecs. I hate going over this again. Video codecs, they get used to, the camera gets used to seeing the same area over and over and over again, nonstop. Especially when, you know, they're triggered with like motion sensors, and sometimes they'll snap multiple photos, or again, if this is still image, or it looks like right here that he's taking a still image from a video. That's what it looks like. All right, and I have a feeling the codecs just got confused, and it's actually, you know, like it's him walking in the direction, right? And it just kind of snapped him there and then over there, but put them both in the same screen. Like the past, like this one hadn't fully gone yet, like an after image, but it's just because of the video codecs. You know what I mean? Like 1 second you're there, the next second you're there, you didn't see the time in between, and it's because of a bad camera and he's still sitting here. It's that's what I feel like probably happened. I don't know if I explained myself well enough, but look up you can Google it, or you can go on fucking YouTube or whatever. Look up issues with camera codecs, and you'll see exactly what I mean.
I'm not sure what's creepier, checking your security camera and noticing two of yourself, or seeing a person standing just behind you that you don't recognize.
Well, why didn't he say something at the time?
In a disturbing event captured on camera, a Queensland woman endured a harrowing experience while driving through Redland, southeast of Brisbane, in early April of 2024. The nighttime footage shows a man and a woman walking in the middle of the road. Watch what happens.
Yeah, I would have drove.
The man also tried to open the passenger side door, but found it locked.
Vroom, vroom.
The driver found herself temporarily trapped in the vehicle. She was unable to drive away immediately as her car's safety features detected the person on the bonnet and prevented the vehicle from moving forward. Additionally, she was cautious of the woman behind her car, which prevented her from reversing. Once the man jumped off the bonnet, the driver was able to quickly leave the scene and drove directly to the Cleveland police station. This alarming incident is currently under investigation by Queensland Police. The driver has chosen to share the footage publicly as a caution.
Okay,
to other
if you're in
drivers.
the road, you're fair game to get hit.
As one starts watching this creepy footage, it's tough to decide where to look.
I don't like a safety feature that says you can't drive if someone climbs on their fucking hood. No. If your life is in fucking danger, I will be able to fucking drive. Don't fucking put that shit in my fucking car. Fuck you. You don't tell me when I fucking drive. I'll drive when I want to fucking drive. And if someone's trying to get my ass, I'm not being stuck there because they decide, oh, I'm going to beat your safety feature.
The warehouse is cluttered with boxes, but when a strange figure pops its head out from behind the shelf, it's impossible to miss. It shows up about 12 seconds into the footage.
Peekaboo!
The figure seems to have a white face and it looks like it's floating. The spooky image moves its torso from out behind the shelf for a second or two.
I would have floored it the moment he got on the hood. Yeah, but Lady Taker. Or would have reversal. There's a safety feature in her car that wouldn't let her drive because someone was on the hood. It had sensors. It read that someone was on the hood and stopped the car. She couldn't drive. It's not that she didn't want to. She couldn't. The car prevented her. That's why I was like, I don't want that safety feature. Don't put that shit in my car. I'd be pissed.
The figure is visible in the gap between the black shelves, so viewers will be able to see it moving. When it does dash away, it's impossible to tell where it goes or how it entered the space initially.
Okay, it does not look like it's floating. They're like, it looks like it's floating. No, you can see the fucking body. It is not floating. It's some fucking jackass screwing around in the fucking stock room. Fuck that taster's hat ass then.
So what is it up to? Perhaps the ghostly figure is a former worker who still thinks he needs to complete inventory. Some viewers have even suggested that the figure looks like an alien grey.
It looks like somebody dressed as the
would it be
fucking
lurking in this
Grinch.
random
Are you
warehouse?
fucking kidding me? Eat a dick. It looks like a fucking... Oh my god.
Hearing a voice say something when no one else is around is enough to make the hairs on the back of your neck stand on end.
Ugh.
In this video, posted to Reddit by user IggyTalls15, we see just such an event unfolding. Listen
Sure.
closely to the audio. The poster believes that at around the 16-second mark, you can hear someone whisper, "Mike." Originally, he thought this was one of his children who had walked downstairs. However, when he saw that there was no
It
one
could have
around,
sounded like, hey, I didn't hear Mike.
The poster goes on to note that it was around 12 AM when this occurred, and that it was just him and his pets downstairs. The house, originally built in the 1850s, was once home to a crew member who died in the infamous 1917 Halifax explosion that occurred in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. The tragedy unfolded when the SS Mont Blanc, a French cargo ship
Not
laden
even
with
close to
explosives,
this
collided
fucking
with the
house.
Norwegian vessel SS Imo. The resulting explosion was cataclysmic, releasing the equivalent energy of roughly 2.9 kilotons of TNT. It obliterated much of the city, killing approximately 2,000 people and injuring 9,000
That's
more.
all fucked up
the
and
blast also
all.
caused a massive shockwave that shattered windows up to 50 miles away.
Well, what does
and a
that have
tsunami
to do
that
with
swept
it?
over parts of the city. So could the so-called voice heard in this clip be that of the crew member who tragically lost their life in the explosion?
Probably
Listen,
fucking
let me
not.
know what you think this is down below.
It could have been anything. The dog didn't hear shit. The dog was like, what the fuck are you
Jason
doing,
Spiegel
man?
recently posted this video clip to our Slapcam official community page over on Facebook. It's an excerpt taken from a security camera at his son's newly constructed
Like
home
the kids
only
were-
days after he moved in. The poster notes that the property is in a very private area that's surrounded by woods and the nearest public road is more than 1,000 feet away. So then, what could the strange ghostly shape actually be?
A
Let me know your take on this in the comments down
reflection!
below.
Oh my god.
TikTok user Brenner has recently
Okay. You give people far too much credit, alright? The nearest road is like so many miles away. Look, alright? Let me be very fucking clear. People lie. People lie a lot. Especially if money is involved. And if they can do something stupid on the internet and make money on TikTok, they're gonna fucking do it. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So when you're like, oh, the road's so far away. Yeah. So that doesn't mean some idiot in the house isn't screwing around with fucking lights and causing a reflection and going, oh look, it's a ghost. Give me a break.
Yet a spine-chilling ghost story that's left viewers on edge, and there's footage to back it.
And I mean, even giving someone the benefit of the fucking doubt, alright? They could have done it by fucking accident and then saw the camera and was like, oh, it was a ghost. Because they didn't know that they had done that themselves by accident. That's giving them credit.
Get up. In her eerie video, Brenner recounts the unsettling experiences of her sister and former roommate, who both worked at a music school and daycare center for children.
Basically, both my sister and my old roommate used to work at this music school daycare center for kids in the Upper East Side.
While music classes echoed upstairs, downstairs in the basement lurked the daycare, a place Brenner describes as undeniably scary.
We put the daycare in the basement. That's right, put them kids in the basement. Uncle Touchy's loving basement. Where the kids they go hide. They ain't allowed to have sunlight down in the basement.
It is really scary. Like, you know, you just get a feeling about a place like that is the basement. It was horrible.
According to Brenner, her sister and roommate.
Yeah, it's horrible. That's why we put the kids down there. That's
their co-teacher. Even more disturbing, the cleaner would occasionally stumble upon toys mysteriously arranged in a circle. Adding to the ominous atmosphere were reports from children of a mean guy lurking in the play tunnel in the corner of the room. When COVID forced the daycare to close its doors, the owner installed security cameras to monitor the empty space.
Daycare in the basement.
What the cameras
what
caught,
parent thinks that would be okay? Well, apparently plenty.
The footage reveals objects moving around the room, seemingly of their own accord.
Okay. Okay.
So what do you think, given that Brenner's unsettling tales of the property?
Okay, what do I think? I think whatever the fuck this is blocking the view of whatever could be there. Because the thing that came wheeling out across the room came from that direction. The rocking thing, again, one side of it facing this direction. Easily fucking manipulated type shit just by somebody hiding in whatever this fucking area is. That's what I think.
Now seemingly corroborated by this eerie footage. One has to wonder what's really going on in the basement.
Okay, that one's a little different, but that doesn't exclude it because they're not all happening at the same time, and there's definitely cuts in the video. Just to confirm, let me go back. I want to check the timestamp and see when the basket falls compared to everything else. Okay, Hiraki.
The footage reveals objects moving around the room, seemingly of their own accord. So what do you think? Given that Brenner's unsettling tales of the property are now seemingly corroborated by this eerie footage, one has to wonder what's
really... there was another cut. There was a cut in between each one. Alright. You put a string, again, black thread, if you're going cheap, doesn't show up very well on camera, let alone this cheap-ass fucking security camera. Give it a quick tug, the thing falls down. I mean, that's all you really fucking need. If you want to get fancy, you can use magician string. You can get it at a fucking magic shop, order it online, whatever. There has to be strings as well. Yeah. I went over that. Black thread is the cheapest way to go because it's cheap, easy to get, and doesn't show up well on camera.
Going on in the basement of this old daycare center.
Again, everything is coming. These are all string pulls. These are string
A
pulls.
bizarre incident occurred on the evening of Monday, June 4th,
All right.
2024. When
That last one, the truck, really did it for me. Because the basket pulled that direction, and then the truck pulled that direction. And then the rocking chair and the other thing were in another direction. So that's two people doing the works. All right, somebody's hiding over there. They had their 2 tricks. Somebody else behind the camera had their 2 tricks. That's the way I'm seeing it.
40-year-old Joseph Leedy was arrested after crashing his car into the Martin County Jail. Wearing only a woman's blouse, Leedy caused chaos and significant damage at the Florida facility. According to the Martin County Sheriff's Office, Leedy drove a Toyota into the jail's door. After exiting the vehicle, he poured motor oil on the floor, threatening to set it on fire, and made violent statements about wanting to kill officers. Additionally, he threw rubber snakes on the ground and engaged in a physical altercation with police and fire rescue personnel.
Okay,
Despite
this
the
guy's
chaos, Leedy
nut bar.
failed to breach the jail's steel doors. Unfortunately, the lobby was empty at the time of the crash. Leedy, identified as homeless by deputies, was subdued and taken to a nearby hospital where he refused to cooperate with the medical staff. He was subsequently returned to the jail, booked, and charged with 4 counts of aggravated assault on a police officer and criminal mischief exceeding $1,000 in damage. The incident report revealed Leedy's claims that the devil had instructed him to kill, along with other incoherent and disturbing statements. He also expressed his intense dislike of former President Donald Trump during the arrest. The Martin County Sheriff's Office confirmed that charges have been filed against Leedy, though a court date has not yet been scheduled. The investigation continues into this unusual and unsettling event.
Okay, there's nothing paranormal about that at all.
Security footage from Vision Paranormal
This
is enough to
guy
send
has
shivers down
mental
your spine.
issues.
Is this the Grim Reaper hunting
I'm
its prey?
sorry,
Or is
that did not feel like it fit in this fucking list at all. Alright? Other than going, oh, the devil may be... The dude's obviously having fucking mental issues. Stop fucking... It feels like you're taking advantage of that fact to put him on a fucking paranormal fucking view list. Like, give me a break.
More logical explanation. You'll have to decide for yourself. The footage begins with what appears to be a normal hallway with a security camera focusing on the corner of a stairwell and an elevator. However, after a few seconds, a darkly hooded figure peeks its head from the shadowy stairwell. It appears cautious at first, almost as if looking out to see if anybody's watching. Slowly, the sinister-looking figure shuffles its way down the stairs. Oddly enough, the more it exposes itself, the more cautious it seems to be. However, rather than moving with a sense of fear or timidity, the cloaked being seems to lurch about as though possibly stalking something
This
or
is a shit camera. Alright?
After taking its time, the figure is finally in full view. It almost appears like it's wearing a traditional European-style cloak that covers everything all the way down to its feet. Startlingly, it resembles the visage of the Grim Reaper.
No, it doesn't.
Whoever might be on the other side of that doorway could be in for a terrifying shock.
No, you know what it looks like to me? Like an old woman coming down the fucking stairs. Alright? And the reason it looks blurry is because the camera fucking sucks. Everything's fucking blurry in this. It's just a fucking person walking. It looks like they got a hood and a fucking cape, like a little Red Riding Hood or something. I don't fucking know. But that's a fucking person. That's not a fucking ghost. Oh, it looks like the Grim Reaper. Give me a fucking break.
Although it's not apparent if the figure possesses any sort of weapon or other means of doing harm, the careful nature of its stalking leads the mind to only wonder what its devilish intent might be.
Careful nature of its
took place at
stalking.
1:46 a.m. It certainly lends
It
credence
looks like
to
an
the
old
phrase, "Don't
woman
bump in the
carefully
night."
coming down the stairs so she don't fall and break her hip. Give me a fucking
A
break.
spine-chilling poster surfaced online, originating from an ex-user under the alias Scarred for Life 2. The eerie tale centers around an unsettling image captured within the Central Library in Manchester, shared by a friend of the user. According to the post, the snapshot was taken in 2019 from a security camera stationed in the library's basement corridors. At first glance, the image appears innocuous, depicting the dimly lit passageways. However, upon closer inspection, a figure can be seen.
A figure?
A mysterious woman clad in a black dress stands eerily still, her gaze seemingly fixed
Wait,
directly on
that's
the
a
camera.
woman? How can you tell? How can you tell, really? I mean, I can see a very definitive eyebrow ridge. And look at the size of the nose. You know what? Is it just me? Or does that look a little bit like Bert from Sesame Street? Like Bert and Ernie? Bert? The thick eyebrows. The big nose. Straight mouth. Narrow head. It looks a little bit like Bert from Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street.
What makes this image particularly disturbing is the circumstances surrounding it. The uploader asserts that the area where the photo was taken was securely locked and undergoing renovations at the time, making it implausible for anyone to be present. Moreover, the uploader's friend, a library staff member, confirmed that unauthorized access to the basement was highly improbable. During World War II, the Central Library was repurposed as a public air raid shelter, providing refuge to soldiers, airmen, and civilians amidst the chaos of the Manchester Blitz. Staff members, including Elizabeth Leach and Izzy Wallman, served as fire guards, witnessing firsthand the library's transformation into a wartime sanctuary. Amid the dim lights and blackout conditions, the library buzzed with the presence of diverse troops, from Polish servicemen to American GIs, creating a unique and at times eerie atmosphere. The library's thick walls and hidden corners might now harbour echoes of those turbulent times, fueling speculations that the spirits of those who sought shelter there could still linger, making the Central Library a potential haunt for those who believe in ghosts.
Oh, really?
Are orbs really spirits flittering through the air, or simply just dust particles? A simple mention of them in paranormal circles is likely to start a fierce debate. However, every so often a video comes along that shows something that doesn't quite fit into either explanation. Take this video uploaded to our Slapback subreddit by user infamous Parsley1210, for example. It shows the view from a home security camera a little before 8 in the morning. At first, everything seems perfectly normal. However, just over 30 seconds into the clip, something quite strange happens. Take a look. The space is suddenly illuminated by a strange shape. Sometime later, a man enters the room. One keen-eyed viewer noted he seems to have heard something and come to investigate its cause. He searches the area but appears unable to find anything out of place. Suddenly, the strange shape appears yet again. The man continues searching the area for a few more seconds.
Okay, that looks like video editing shit. And if you look at it, when it lights up, it looks like the filament inside a light bulb. Alright, I have this vibe like there's some video editing going on here. They're fucking with video editing.
However, he soon appears disinterested and leaves. Several Redditors have attempted to explain the anomaly. One suggested it might...
Yeah, it looks like something solid and then it cuts away. Alright? It is something solid and then cuts away. And I'm thinking that that's an overlaid video.
...be caused by the LEDs in the room. Another thought it was the result of the sensor dying in the camera. Yet another turned to the paranormal for answers, suggesting it was a spirit attempting to manifest. This is certainly a very curious piece of footage, but what do you think it actually shows? Was the shape and sudden flash of light caused by a technical issue, or does this video show something a little more mysterious?
I think it's another layer of video put superimposed on top.
On the TikTok account Chilled and Disturbed, a gripping scene unfolds as a young couple's domestic dispute takes a chilling turn.
Planning on, you know how it feels to hang out with your people, and they don't even want you there. They do want you there.
Captured on their home security system, the pair are right in the middle of an argument when suddenly something strange starts to happen.
They like you a lot. Acting rude to me. They're not trying. That's just how they.
The tension in the kitchen reaches a crescendo when suddenly plates begin to plummet from the cabinets. According to some commenters, the timing of the spectral intervention suggests an eerie motive. Perhaps a spirit sought to quell the escalating conflict, acting as another
or they planned it!
Befalling the couple. The intensity of the argument, evident even to spectators, may have spurred the supernatural intervention.
They're not trying. That's just how they.
Yet the video leaves viewers hanging, offering no glimpse into the aftermath. Speculation runs rampant about the fate of the couple. Did they reconcile, or did the paranormal interference exacerbate their troubles? Love to hear your thoughts on this strange piece of footage in the comments.
They planned it!
Hey.
Yeah, we're not going to clean it up or nothing. We're just going to leave the broken glass all over the floor.
Some ghosts just want to have fun and tease the living. In a security video from the Bawtry Hill supermarket in Irvine, Scotland, something seems to move a crate from under a store employee as she's attempting to step up onto it to stock some shelves.
What a dick!
Instead of her foot landing on the step, she misses it and falls against a stack of store merchandise, knocking over a few cans on the shelf. A nearby co-worker witnesses the incident and continues stocking shelves. He doesn't even move in to help her.
What a dick!
If you slow the footage down, you can see a clear gap between the employee's shoe and the crate. The crate moves before she steps onto it. According to the shop's owner, the ghost's name is Stacy, and
yeah, but the camera is such shit. It's jerky, and there's skips in it, and just because you didn't see it get hit doesn't mean that her foot didn't fucking tap it. Alright? That's the problem. That's the fucking loophole. That's... The camera skips. There's blank spots.
She plays pranks on the staff when anyone annoys her. The store shared the footage on Facebook and wrote, "When Elise, our employee, annoys Stacy, our resident ghost Stacy moves the crate to teach Elise a lesson. Don't be flirting with her man in the store." The store didn't elaborate on who Elise was flirting with, but Stacy's jealousy should have anyone looking over their shoulder. The store confirmed that Elise was okay, with the only damage being a sore ego. She does appear to have been stunned in the recording, and it takes her a few minutes to get back up. Viewers might have to watch the video a few times to see Stacy move the crate, but the crate clearly moves with a ghostly push.
See, look how she folds. Look at all the skipping.
Love to get your thoughts on this fascinating piece of footage in the comment section below. A recent post on Reddit by user Haunted Luca has ignited a flurry of interest and speculation within the cryptozoology community. The post features trail cam footage from August 10, 2023, set up on a rural track in Kilcoy, Queensland in Australia, which captures what appears to be a large, unidentified creature stalking a deer.
It's Bigfoot!
The footage requires careful scrutiny. When slowed down and zoomed in, viewers can observe a very large entity moving with a lumbering gait through the brush.
You can't even tell what the fuck that is! That is such a leap!
The creature doesn't resemble any typical predator known in the area, leading many to speculate
about
the possibility.
What are you talking about?
Yowies, often described as Australia's version of Bigfoot, are a part of Australian folklore. These mythical creatures are reputed to live in the wilderness and are characterised by their large stature and shaggy appearance.
Baby,
Reports of Yowie
reach!
sightings have dotted Australian history with various claims
How
of encounters
far
that
can
remain
you
largely
stretch?
unverified, but have contributed to the legend's persistence. The remote nature of the footage's location adds to the plausibility of such a creature going unnoticed by the general populace. Kilcoy, a region surrounded by dense forests and rugged terrain, provides an ideal backdrop for the secretive existence of such a cryptid. As the community continues to analyse the video, the true identity of the figure remains a mystery. Whether it proves to be an undiscovered animal, a well-executed hox, or indeed a sighting of the legendary Yowie.
I don't think it's any of those. I think you just got fucking garbage video and we're like, oh, what's that? I don't know what that is. It doesn't mean it's any of those fucking things.
A road trip took a spine-chilling turn for two men travelling through a remote mountainous area in the dead of night. Their dashcam, intended to capture the scenic nocturnal drive, recorded a deeply unsettling sight. Take a look.
How is it deeply unsettling? A woman in red dress walking down the road.
There's a tall figure clad in a bright red robe or dress standing motionless in the middle of the road.
Okay.
The incident occurred miles away from the nearest town, enhancing the eerie and unexplained nature of the encounter. The men, startled by the unexpected appearance, were left to wonder about the intentions and origins of this solitary figure.
Okay.
Speculation abounds.
And they didn't stop. They didn't go back to check on her. She was definitely solid. Didn't look like a ghost. All right. She's just a woman standing in the middle of the road. Maybe she needs help. Maybe something like that. Nope. We're too creeped out, so we're going to keep driving and not actually check on someone to see if they need help. Or this is staged. I lean towards staged because the red dress is very theatrical. The placement, it's almost... It seems like a blind corner on the road. I'll watch it again just to make sure. You know, they come around the corner, see the girl in the dress. I wouldn't say a blind corner, but they do come around.
Turn for two men traveling through a remote mountainous area in the dead of night.
Remote
Their
mountainous
dashcam,
area.
intended to capture the scenic nocturnal drive, recorded a deeply unsettling sight.
Turn. And then there she is. She kind of pops up out of nowhere. I feel like they knew,
dress standing motionless
they knew she was there.
The incident occurred miles away from the nearest town, enhancing the eerie and unexplained nature of the encounter. The men, startled by the unexpected appearance, were left to wonder about the intentions and origins of this solitary figure. Speculation abounds regarding what the person in the red robe was actually doing there at such an odd hour in such a secluded spot. Theories range from a lost hiker to more supernatural explanations, given the figure's unusual height and the stark contrast of the red robe against the dark wooded backdrop. The mystery remains unsolved, leaving an open-ended question about the true nature of the
Stands
figure
out
in red.
very well. Almost like it was planned.
TikTok user Wade Lanigan has posted a series of unsettling clips that have left viewers creeped out.
Okay.
The first clip features home security footage capturing something rather strange.
Really? That's your reach?
Watching that again as the family is playing in front of the TV, something appears to move in the mirror on the wall. Followers suggested the figure could be the infamous Hat Man, a shadowy entity often reported in paranormal encounters. The Hat Man is a mysterious figure that's been reported worldwide for decades.
Okay.
Described as a...
Okay, stop that right now. I wish I could zoom in.
Home security footage capturing something rather strange.
I'm getting ready to pause it. Zoom in.
Watching that again as the family is playing in front of the TV, something appears to move in the mirror on the wall.
Alright, you can actually see facial features on this. You can see a ring. Look, you see a ring around the actual mirror itself. That means, to me, that looks like another video editing tactic. They took another clip. They messed with the opacity. They made it look transparent. You know, shrunk it, fit it into the mirror frame. It even looks a little off-center here. That's why, look, there's a ring around this side. And on this side, it's like almost overlapping the edge. If you look, that's what that is.
Followers suggested the figure could be the infamous Hat Man, a shadowy entity often reported in paranormal encounters. The Hat Man is a mysterious figure that's been reported worldwide for decades. Described as a dark, shadowy figure wearing a wide-brimmed hat and a long coat, the Hat Man often appears during episodes of sleep paralysis or in otherwise unsettling situations. Witnesses commonly describe a feeling of intense dread upon seeing him. While some believe the Hat Man is a malevolent entity, others think he's a harbinger of
The Shadow
doom.
knows.
The origins of the Hat Man
It's
legend
funny
are
how the
unclear,
Hat
but
Man
it's
looks
become a
like the
staple in discussions
Shadow.
of shadow people, supernatural beings that are
What
often
was
seen
that?
as dark
Wasn't that
silhouettes.
Alec
The Hat
Baldwin?
Man's distinct
Or was
appearance
that
sets him apart from other shadow
another
people,
one of the
making him one of the
Baldwins
most
that did the
recognizable
Shadow?
figures in paranormal lore. Days after the initial sighting, a second clip captured in Wade's house shows another eerie encounter.
Oh, the same mirror, right? And the same effect.
So is this family haunted by the infamous Hat Man? The unsettling footage and the chilling history of the Hat Man certainly suggests something paranormal may be at play here.
I already said what I thought.
A spine-chilling video surfaced on Facebook, shared by the proprietors of the infamous Myrtles Plantation, revealing eerie security footage that will send shivers down your spine. Situated in St. Francisville, Louisiana, the Myrtles Plantation stands as a relic of America's antebellum past. Constructed in 1796 by
I'd
General
rather
David
see
Bradford,
the girl with the
the
glasses.
property's grim history includes the labor of enslaved individuals and tales of supernatural encounters that have solidified its reputation as one of the most haunted places in the country. Legend intertwines the plantation with an ancient burial ground belonging to the Native American Tunica tribe, adding another layer of mystique to its already chilling aura. Despite its spectral reputation, the Myrtles Plantation operates today as a bed and breakfast, offering guests the opportunity to delve into its historical enigmas through guided tours. The recent footage captured during one such tour captures something quite strange.
What?
A statue inexplicably falls to the ground. Tour guides swiftly intervene, attempting to assuage the escalating fear among guests. The unsettling incident leaves lingering questions about what transpired next on that fateful tour. Undoubtedly, the aftermath would have left many visitors.
A, let me go back. The statue looks incredibly unbalanced and very heavy. B, it is a very old building. Hence why they are doing tours of this very old building. A bunch of people walking in, shifting the wood on the floors, can tilt it, cause it to fall. Just the shaking could cause that thing to fall.
Includes the labor of enslaved individuals and tales of supernatural encounters that have solidified its reputation as one of the most haunted places in the country. Legend intertwines the plantation with an ancient burial ground belonging to the Native American Tunica tribe, adding another layer of mystique to its already chilling aura. Despite its spectral reputation, the Myrtles Plantation operates today as a bed and breakfast, offering guests the opportunity to delve into its historical enigmas through guided tours. The recent footage captured during one such tour captures something quite strange. Take a look.
All these people coming through here. It tips back and then slides forward.
Inexplicably falls to the ground. Tour guides swiftly intervene, attempting to assuage the escalating fear among guests.
Okay, and seeing more of it, it's not a solid object. It's actually two objects. It's a heavy statue on top of a base. So it tilted back off the bed. That makes it even less stable. It tilts back off the base, causing the base to slide forward. When the base slides forward, it falls, and they both just go off the edge. Yeah.
The incident leaves lingering questions about what transpired next on that fateful tour. Undoubtedly, the aftermath would have left many visitors with an unsettling unease, a stark reminder of the Myrtles Plantation's enduring legacy of mystery and intrigue.
I'm actually sitting here thinking,
Nothing says terrifying like
they're
finding out
lucky
that
it
something
didn't
ghoulish
break
could
that
be lurking
mirror
around your house. However, that's exactly what happened to one of our viewers, J2001MG. This image was caught on a Wild Game Nation trail camera that was set up to watch a chicken coop. However, it seems that it might have also captured something rather chilling. When the security footage was inspected, they discovered some sort of horrific face staring back at them.
It looks like a clown. Is it
It almost seems
Bozo?
to blend in perfectly with the mesh from the chicken coop, with its dark hair and wide nose, and even looks as if it could be screaming in one of the photos. The viewer mentions that the chickens were up in their roost at the time, ruling them out of the equation. Plus, this picture had a date and timestamp that said May 12th, 2020, yet it showed up in the March 23rd set of pictures.
Yeah,
While anytime a mysterious face-like shape shows up on camera, one automatically thinks it could be a case of pareidolia. However, given that there are chickens living inside the coop, in this instance, there is certainly reason for concern. So what do you think's been captured in this creepy trail camera photo? Could it really be some sort of ghoulish creature?
I think this is probably around the time, let's see, 2020. It could have been around the time they had the idiots running around in fucking clown costumes, that big fucking craze where they thought they were so fucking scary, so fucking clever to walk around in clown costumes. They're like, you know, that's how you get shot.
Love to get your opinions on this one in the comments section below. Shot in Wellington Market, Telford, Shropshire, UK, and uploaded to YouTube by Old Spitalfields Market, the creepy footage recorded in this security video shows how a stack of boxes wound up scattered down a flight of stairs. A subtle, shadowy figure zips up the staircase and appears to almost run into the stacked boxes. The figure seems to blur as it moves toward the boxes and knocks them down.
I
Those
can't
watching
even
this
see
alleged
the
ghost may
figure.
want to pause the video several times to get a better look.
Yeah,
While some might claim that a strong wind could have brought the boxes down, the fact that a subtle shadowy image is visible and that the larger box in the forefront doesn't move at all proves otherwise. According to an article about the incident in the Mirror, the manager of the market, Kay Bokier, said, "We came into the market in the morning and the boxes were all over the place. They were on the floor and over the stairs. We thought there'd been an intruder, so we obviously went straight to the CCTV. We couldn't believe what we saw. There was nobody there when the boxes fell off."
Yeah, bullshit.
The market is an old Victorian
I feel
building
like
that
it's
dates as far
probably
back as
set up.
1244. Old historic
I think
structures
it's
often
set
have
up.
ghost stories tied to them.
Set
The
up.
traders and stall owners
Set
have
up.
reported hand dryers
Set
starting
up.
up without
Set up.
anyone
Set
around,
up.
doors
Set up.
slamming
Set
and coughing noises coming from empty parts of the building. Those who work there never know when or where something spooky might happen. Terrifying photographs surfaced on social media last June,
Is
courtesy
she
of Lauren
naked?
Rocks over on X, offering a chilling glimpse into the eerie unknown. The images are said to have been captured by a trail cam placed deep in the forest near a hunting ground. The photos, triggered by motion, have captured 2 women kneeling over a deer. Comment sections buzzed with speculation as baffled netizens attempted to decipher the macabre scene.
Are they trying to eat the deer?
Nearly a year has passed since their emergence, yet the mystery remains unsolved, leaving the true nature of these haunting images to the realm of speculation.
Cheeks.
So as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts on these strange photos in the comment section down below.
Is that side boob?
This eerie clip was supposedly captured by a truck driver known only as Pedro while driving along an allegedly haunted stretch of road somewhere in Louisiana. Over the years, this stretch of road has gained notoriety as being haunted. Motorists often report seeing eerie shadowy figures out of the corner of their eyes and ghostly apparitions walking along the side of the road. Now, take a look at what this truck driver has captured on his dash cam.
Alright, what is it?
Watching that again, if you slow the footage down, you can see that the figure looks like a woman and is very pale and almost colourless. Then, just as he passes by, she looks up and appears to wave. What makes this sighting even creepier is that it said that one of Pedro's co-workers had also reported seeing a ghostly figure standing by this very stretch of road. So as always, we'll throw this one over to you viewers for final judgment. What do you think this truck driver's caught on camera? Love to hear theories down below.
Maybe she was walking home and she got tired, she sat down. It could be any fucking number of things.
Trailing game cameras, commonly used by hunters and wildlife enthusiasts.
Oh, here we go, the trail cam again.
And other forest creatures.
What is it,
among the strange captures are unidentifiable animal-like figures, bizarre moving shapes, or what some claim to be apparitions of people. This next unnerving image, captured on a game camera, was posted by Bully Mac to the Chilling Scary Facebook page.
That reminds me of a scarecrow.
To make the picture even more eerie, the poster notes it was captured late at night and in the middle of winter.
Okay.
The image shows what appears to be a humanoid figure standing side on. One viewer, who brightened the picture for clarity, thought it looked like an apparition wearing a poncho or cape. Unfortunately, there's no information on where this image was actually captured. So what do you think it's showing? Could it be a wandering spirit, or is there another explanation for what we're seeing here?
The man with no name.
Filmed in Bangalore, India at night, this creepy footage was uploaded to YouTube by Sacha Productions. The clip shows what looks like a ghost walking slowly into the middle of a street. It takes the alleged ghost several seconds to make its way into the center of the road. The figure doesn't appear to be in any hurry. Once it reaches the middle of the road, the mysterious image stands there quietly as people on pedal bikes, motorcycles, and cars drive by. The people passing by don't seem to notice the figure. Several cars drive through the ghostly image, and while it fades slightly as they drive through it, the image still remains visible. It finally disappears in the headlights of an automobile.
Yeah, this looks like either a reflection effect or
trees add creepy shadows to the scene,
editing.
making it the kind of street that most people wouldn't want to traverse down alone at night. The ghost is bright enough to be clearly visible. In fact, those watching the footage are likely to be surprised when people passing by fail to look at it or slow down when coming upon it. The image is too distinctive and moves forward too deliberately to be a puff of smoke or a wisp of fog. Watching the ghost stand in a city street in India is sure to make a viewer wonder if the apparition is aware they're dead or is confused and thinks they're still alive.
Or it's not a ghost at all!
Now, in case you haven't heard the awesome news, we've launched a brand new
Oh my god, it's over! Finally!
Otherwise,
so that was Slapped Ham with a very long fucking video. Ooh! Finally a fun one. No, I don't want to. I didn't want to save it to watch later. Damn it. All right. Debunking. We got a Beardo video. We got Beardo debunking eerie footage caught on camera. Thank God for something funny.
Today we are looking at eerie footage reveals a dark presence, but what is it? By Slapped Ham.
Bullshit!
Video, I would like to speak to you
Slapped Ham. God, I'm right back into a Slapped Ham.
Sponsor, GameSir Gaming Controllers. This is not available until the 3rd of March, but they've been very kind and sent one out to me for me to test and for me to play with. Got Call of Duty loaded. I've been playing with this morning. First things first.
I want cool shit like that.
Is epic. They're very sturdily packaged. They've got these protective foam rings around the sticks to stop the sticks getting damaged while shipping. Just that extra special little something. You also get a little card in there with access to the Discord servers, and with every controller I've had from them, and I've had a few, and I love these things. You get a GameSir sticker. This Supernova controller from GameSir is beautiful. Now, this has the ability to be used wired, or with Bluetooth, or a dongle that comes with it. Playing first-person shooter games as often as I do live on stream, I need a controller that's responsive.
I swear to God, I'd be like the idiot that gets paid in peanuts because I'm so amused by the shit.
You lock the controller, and then you've got a fraction of the movement in order to pull your trigger for a faster
response. But so many
time.
people like you.
LED lit.
Yeah,
now, this
but
cradle isn't just for charging.
Controller
actually looks smart on your desk.
But neat stuff. Look at this picture. Like you need money. No, this stuff is so cool.
These LED lights, which is another great little feature. The rubber grips on the handles of this feel really, really good. This is a good quality controller for a very, very reasonable price. I love GameSir stuff, but maybe you don't want a blue controller 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So with little pole of the faceplate is held on with magnets, and you can add on this sort of gold into black two-tone instead of the blue into black two-tone. Literally just drop it and it'll snap into place with the magnets. Absolutely fantastic.
I'm partial to red and black myself.
That I use to jump and slide within games, saving me having to sort of move my thumb off my aiming stick over to a button or to try and claw down to these. You can map these buttons to whatever you need. Absolutely fantastic. One of the key features of this controller is the game's Hall effect sensing sticks, meaning anti-stick drift, something that I've struggled with other brands of controllers over the years. This is my third GameSir controller that I've been sent out by these guys, and so far no stick drift on them. Also, you got your tri-mode. You can use Bluetooth with the switch on the back and use wired, or you can use the dongle as well. This is multi-platform compatible, so you can use it on your PC. You can use it with iOS. You can even use it with Android.
Yeah!
It also boasts 1,000 Hz polling rate, whether you're wired or using the dongle. Also,
okay, are we there yet?
There's a 6-axis gyroscope, meaning you can get more range from whatever game it is you're playing. Obviously, you can customize the faceplate as I've shown. You can customize the LED lights as well as the interchangeable
faceplates. Oh my god, dude! We've spent too much time on this controller now.
Please check the link on screen and in the description down below. Released on March the 3rd.
Like, look at the chunk of this video that's been taken up by that.
Footage reveals dark presence, but what is it? Oh. Okay, so the first clip is a guy on the Switch.
It's probably bullshit.
And he apparently captures angels. We shall see.
Angels!
I see a lightning bolt.
I've seen this before.
The camera records two strange figures visible in the darkness, moving oddly on top of the mountain.
They're not two figures moving oddly in the darkness. He's on the Alps, so the floor is white, and he has an IR light or a torch light. You got a lightning bolt there. These, surely, are just reflections of this lightning pole or lightning rod. You've got a reflective surface on the ground, a reflective pole. It's snowing. There's probably moisture on his lens from being that high up in the cold. Yeah, this is just reflections of this pole. Surely. It's a T-shaped pole, and these are T-shaped objects. That's not angels.
Yeah, and why aren't they in the outfield?
The man who recorded the video speculates that he may have captured angels on camera. He claims the figures were approximately 3.5 meters tall and seemed to be interacting with a lightning rod as though drawing energy from it.
No, these are just light reflections back on the lens. Moisture on the lens, the cold, all of this white reflective surface because of the snow. That's all these are. The reason it looks weird is the way he's moving the camera. These things move in sync with that. Look at the shape of it. It's like a T-shape like the top of that, and then it billows out like this billows out. In fact, that looks like a moisture drop that has distorted the shape of this, and it's distorted the reflections as well.
While he admitted feeling frightened during the encounter, he also mentioned that the figures didn't seem threatening, and that witnessing these huge figures has completely altered his perspective on life, leading him to believe that humans are not the only intelligent beings on Earth.
Yeah.
They only move
so
when
why
he moves
didn't he
the camera,
walk
so
up to
no,
talk
it
to
is a
them?
lightning rod reflection.
They're
Sorry,
angels.
You may want to calm down with the talk of angels there. Next up, we've got an office ghost. Look at what our office ghost can do. Immediately suspicious. TikTok. I'm assuming something's going to fall off one of these shelves. That could be as simple as somebody reaching in from the back and giving something a push. If it's any of these, I bet it won't be. I guarantee you, it won't be anything there that we can see front and back. It'll be something back here that we can't see the back of these boxes. Are they boxes or packages?
Yep.
There we go. It's going to be one of these there. Why? Because we can't see the back of it. It's going to be somebody poking it through from the back.
Yep.
Come on, move it.
I said the same thing when I saw this one. I have seen this video.
In the video,
I've seen
after
this whole
about 30
video.
seconds, one of the boxes on a shelf begins to move on its own, seemingly pulled by an invisible force.
Yeah, and there's a shadow way.
I get
way
to hear
up
his
there.
opinion
light casting down
on another video
so
I've
what's
already
causing
gone
that shadow
through.
there?
As the recording
That's
continues,
great.
the box slightly changes positions before eventually falling off the shelf entirely.
Yeah, why did he pull the camera back there?
I love when people get when like someone like Beardo gets the same response as I gave.
He's pulled the camera back to make sure this back corner of the box is blind.
Before eventually falling off the shelf entirely.
Yeah, somebody just pushed that off. That's blatant.
Stop. Nope. 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 We're done.
Jenner
Nope, we're done. Yes, we are. I'm not watching the rest of that. So I cut out the rest of the clip. They reckon there's ghostly footsteps that they see on the ground and doors and stuff are moving, but there's none of it being captured. That's the only thing they've ever captured. I think that was just a hoax for TikTok views because this stuff does really well on TikTok. The next clip is Franco TV, the Shadow Lady. I'm going to skip this because I've already debunked this twice. This keeps turning up in top 5s. It involves Franco in a graveyard. Franco, who has a for entertainment purposes only label on his channel or in his description, hidden away right at the bottom. But this involves a witch in a graveyard. He is the screaming of a witch and then he captures a shadow figure. I've debunked it. Dan Dalfa's debunked it. It's just Franco doing Franco stuff. And I'm pretty sure the first time I saw this clip was on Slapped Ham. I may be wrong, but this seems like a re-uploaded clip by Slapped Ham.
It may be.
Next clip is something about a spooky reflection. This is a college professor. Let's go.
I didn't see him debunk that one. I've seen this video before, yeah.
The video features a college professor from Argentina preparing to give a lecture.
You have seen me do that trick. If you watch My House is Really Not Haunted Part 1, the first one I ever did, I do the exact same thing with a mirror, where I see something like looking good and I do this with my beard, push my hair back and then I walk off and my reflection stays there, gives that sort of motion, and it's just a simple editing technique or masking technique. And I think that's exactly what he's done there. He's acted this out twice and tried to do the same movements because he's slightly
Same
off.
shit I say all the fucking time.
His signaling editing to start playing the masked in video behind him. Because
The
these
video
movements
features
are
a
out.
professor from Argentina preparing to give a lecture.
Those movements are slightly out of time before that head turn, so yeah, that's edited. It's a cool trick, one that I learned to do, 2 years ago now. Next clip is UFO footage. Apparently it's from a space station. There's these two things moving around. I don't know if I've seen this debunked. I don't know enough about this kind of thing, but I'm sure I've seen this debunked as some form of moisture droplets on the camera housing. I don't know, let's have a look.
The video shows several unidentified bright circular objects floating in the darkness of space, appearing to hover near the shuttle. Due to the low resolution, camera quality, and grainy visuals, the true nature of the objects remains unclear.
I mean, it could be moisture on a camera, it could be space junk, it could be fragments of something. I mean, there's no gravity up there.
It
so
could
who
be
knows what the hell that
penis.
is. I don't have a clue. It does look like two sort of water droplets just floating about on the camera. If this piece, whatever this is inside the camera housing and this is just sat on the lens or a protective screen. Maybe, on a window. Yeah, maybe they're on a window. I'm not sure on that, actually. Could be anything, but it does look like two water droplets.
After a few seconds, the footage abruptly ends, leaving viewers with more questions than answers. The clip has garnered significant attention on social media, with thousands of users sharing their thoughts
I don't
and
really
theories.
have questions.
Some viewers are
I'm
convinced that the
pretty
footage is
much
proof
of
of
the I don't
extraterrestrial
give a
activity,
fuck.
pointing to the object's mysterious behavior and lack of apparent explanation.
I mean, they
Critics
do
of the
look
video
like
have
water
raised concerns
droplets.
about
I
its
mean, you gotta
authenticity,
think they're
with
in
many
space.
speculating that it could have been
You got that
dubbed using
zero
CGI.
gravity effect. You
Additionally,
see
the poor
fucking
camera quality has drawn
astronauts
criticism,
do
with skeptics questioning
fucked
why
up shit with
It
zero
does look like water
gravity.
droplets. Who knows? I'm sure Mr. Degree will be able to tell you.
NASA-related recording in 2025 would have such low-definition visuals. Regardless of the skepticism, the footage has reignited public interest in the UFO phenomenon. Many have called for NASA or independent experts to verify the video and provide and facet.
Next clip. Aliens exist and President Trump knows about it from an NBC News broadcast. What could this be?
That's according to Israel's former space security chief. In an interview with an Israeli newspaper, he said the aliens have been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach a stage where we will understand in general what space and spaceships are.
The clip highlights an interview with a former Israeli space security chief who made an extraordinary claim that aliens exist and are part of what he calls a galactic federation, and that President Trump knows about it.
Hi, Alison. Well, this is quite a story, and it comes from the man who headed Israel's
Calls Jean-Luc Picard!
years. Chaim Eshed.
Get his ass in a uniform!
The United States and Israel have been in contact with a group of aliens for years. Not immigrants, but extraterrestrials. He has called them the Galactic Federation of Aliens, and
the Klingons are coming.
He says President Trump is aware of the existence of these aliens and had been on the verge of revealing their secrets, he claims, but was asked not to do so by the Federation in order to prevent what he calls mass hysteria.
According to the interview, the United
Mass
States and Israel have been
hysteria!
in contact with this group of
Dogs and
extraterrestrials
cats
for
living
years.
together!
The
Mass
aliens, it
hysteria!
claims, have urged governments not to reveal their existence, stating that humanity is not ready and lacks a full understanding of what
I thought you
space
just
really
said that
is.
they were
The
ready!
aliens have allegedly expressed a desire to remain
Which
hidden
is
until
it?
humanity evolves enough to comprehend their presence.
If they were that evolved that they could visit us and not want us to know about them, then surely we wouldn't know about them. I would love as much as the next person for it to be real. In fact, I think it is quite ignorant to think that there is nothing else out there. There has to be other life out there. We can't be it. We ain't that important. But I refuse to believe that these things are coming to us, sticking things in farmers' buttholes, and then having private conversations with Trump of all people. No. No.
Yep.
Just no.
There you go,
Beardo.
Beardo.
Made a shocking
Good
claim about
answer.
an agreement between the US government and the aliens, which includes conducting experiments together.
Agreement has been reached between the US government and the aliens, a contract to do experiments here. There's also, he says, a secret underground base on Mars where there are American and alien representatives.
He went on to state that a secret underground base exists on Mars where both aliens and American representatives work. The story
Yeah,
sparked
but
widespread debate
did they
online.
find
While some
air
viewers are
on
intrigued by the
Mars?
possibility, many remain skeptical,
I
dismissing the
saw
claims as
Total
far-fetched and
Recall.
lacking credible evidence.
And that's exactly where I sit. Okay, so we've got a seemingly ordinary room until something weird happens. This door moves. There's somebody probably laying on the floor there, just out of shot of the bed.
Yeah. Bum, bum, bum. You can
We're gonna
even
look
see
over the bed.
something bump on the
Post
door.
sparked heated debates about the clip's authenticity. Skeptics argue
You
that
can
the
even
moment was
see
likely
something.
staged,
Look.
questioning how the uploader conveniently
Bump.
captured such a rare incident.
Close.
Who are these skeptics and why are they so bad at being skeptical? We've gone straight to string. What about the fact there's a massive blind area down there and somebody can literally just reach over, slam the door, and that other girl acts all scared?
Some have speculated
Yep,
that
and she
hidden
doesn't
screen
even
or
act
might have been
very
involved.
good.
However, others point to the dog's reaction
It's like
in the video as a compelling
embarrassing.
piece of evidence. The dog appears
She's a
visibly
horrible
tense,
actress.
its body language suggesting it sensed something unusual during the event.
Or the door is moved, and the dog is
And
left
the
in it.
dog
The
is
dog's
looking at the door
inherently nosy,
moving.
just like I am.
Despite several theories, the video remains cryptic, with no real explanation for the bizarre event.
Somebody's laying on the floor. They filmed it vertically for TikTok. Ugh. You had another voice there. Somebody said Alex. Well, I'm convinced. Aliens are real. Ghosts are real. I am no longer Beardo gets scared. I am Beardo believes. I mean, very, very sarcastic again. It's not hateful to be sarcastic. There was nothing in any of that. Nothing at all. It's a shame.
at all.
The only clip
Garbage.
I really enjoyed was the guy with
Wow, that
reflection
was
changes
too
purely
quick.
because I know
Damn
exactly
it.
what was done because I've done it. Please hit the thumbs up button. I never ask people to do that, and people keep saying, why don't you ask people to like your videos? There you go. Like my videos. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do debunking videos quite often.
I've already
Sometimes I talk about
subscribed.
A little bit of drama.
Or
Just a
no.
smidge. Any of those clips down there you believe? I don't. Please also go check out GameSir, the response to this video. Much love to you all. Beardo out.
I mean, I'm subscribed but not subscribed plus.
How you doing? I'm Callan, and this is Slap Ham.
No! Back to slapped ham. It was too quick. It was too quick. I was having too much fun. Back to fucking slapped ham again. Alright. Here we go. The internet can't figure out this creepy video. Can you? Probably.
Boy, we've got some absolute bangers for you today. These are the scariest clips going around the internet right now. So hit
Sure.
that subscribe button and get ready for
Okay.
more creepy content. Just like this.
On February 8th, Instagram user Paranoid Normal, known for sharing eerie and unexplained content, uploaded a short reel that quickly gained thousands of views. The footage, captured at
bad.
night, shows something creepy.
It's bad video codecs. I can see it from right now. It's bad video codecs. It's just
In
a
an almost
normal
surreal
person.
moment, its body appears to pass directly through the solid structure, showing no
No.
signs of resistance or impact.
No.
The eerie
You
scene
can
doesn't
see
end
it's
there.
already
As the
on this
footage
side of
continues walking,
the
its form
structure.
gradually loses opacity.
It was
becoming
somebody
more
walking
transparent.
over and checking the gate and then walking away from the gate.
The eerie clip has left viewers divided, while some believe it to be AI-generated
it's not
or
divided
manipulated.
at all.
Others, particularly those from
Y'all
Puerto Rico,
are
Chile,
fucking
claim
dumb.
to have seen the footage before, insisting that the event is real.
They're already
Is it
on this
proof of
side of the
something
gate.
supernatural,
It's
or is
bad
there a
video
logical
codecs.
explanation?
I've
For
talked
now,
about
the
it
eerie footage
several
remains a
fucking
mystery.
times just tonight alone. That's all it is. It's bad video codecs.
On January 21st, 2025, Instagram user Miss Creepy TV, a content creator who shares eerie and bizarre clips, uploaded
Okay,
a reel
touch
that quickly
the cat.
gained over 12 million views. The clip features a strange moment involving two cats.
2 cats. I only see one.
Moments later, another cat walks in the frame, approaches the
okay.
first cat, and bizarrely also stops in the exact same position.
I see the cat's tail moving.
As the clip
It's
continues,
not like
both
it's
cats remain
frozen.
completely still.
They just see something.
Viewers flooded the comments with mixed
But
reactions.
look.
Many expressed frustration that the cameraman didn't capture what the
Yeah, they didn't capture what the cats are looking at. Yeah, that's the key point right there. They're not going to show you the thing that makes it, that debunks whatever they're trying to fucking show you. Oh, the cats are acting weird, but they're not showing you why they're acting weird. Because this is the part they want you to see. They're going to hide the part that explains it.
cats were looking at, speculating that they might have been reacting to something unseen. While some dismissed the event as perfectly normal cat behavior, suggesting they were simply hunting, others were convinced it was evidence of a glitch in the
you could
Matrix,
see the
or that the
tip of
cats had
his
sensed a
tail
presence
twitch.
invisible to human eyes. Could this be a simple case of feline instinct, or is there something more mysterious at play? On February 5th, an Instagram post by
dumb
Well,
shit.
a page known for sharing global news, caught the attention of many across the platform. The post, which has
Weird
received thousands of likes,
square,
features a photograph
unknown
captured by NASA's
structure.
Mars orbiter camera, showing an unusual square-shaped
What
structure
about
on
the
the surface
face
of Mars.
on Mars? Yeah.
The
That
seemingly
was
perfect
disproven
geometric shape,
too.
reportedly spanning over a mile on each side, has drawn comparisons to Earth's Great Pyramid of Giza. One of the slides in the post includes an enhanced version of the image where the structure's sharp edges appear even more distinct.
I saw the square.
In response to the viral post, Elon
That
Musk
doesn't
commented on
mean it's
X, suggesting that
anything. It
astronauts
could
should be sent
be,
to
but-
Mars to investigate further. While some argue that the shape is simply a natural formation, others speculate that it could be evidence of an ancient
And
advanced
it could be a
civilization that
natural
once thrived on
formation,
Mars.
too.
Could this be a sign of
It
something
happens.
more, or is it just a coincidence of nature?
Who knows?
An Instagram page by
Not
Anya
enough
shared a
to
chilling
go
reel
on.
that quickly went viral, amassing over 22 million views. The footage,
I'm
captured by
not
a
gonna
CCTV
flip out
camera,
over a
reveals an
fucking
eerie
square.
incident that allegedly took place at a call center in Karachi. The employee, clearly startled and terrified by the sudden event, quickly runs out of the room, leaving the camera to capture the
Okay.
aftermath.
Okay,
The caption accompanying the footage reveals that strange occurrences like this were not uncommon among the call center employees, though this was the first time the man had personally experienced one of the
they're mad at you at the call center for trying to rip off all those old people. That's what they were doing. The ghost is mad at you for calling grandma and trying to sell her fake fucking life insurance. No, the tops of the chairs are probably all linked to one string. The way they all fell at the same time and in a similar direction to a center pulling point. That's what I think happened.
these bizarre
All
events.
staged.
Some viewers believe it may be staged, pointing to an unusual reflection underneath one of the black chairs as evidence of a possible
Yeah,
setup.
they showed that
They
several
speculate that
times,
someone
too.
could have been hiding under the chair or tables, pulling strings to cause the chairs to fall. With no further clarification from the uploader, the mystery remains unsolved.
Yep, and the shitty camera footage hides
This next bizarre
any
sighting
kind
was
of
uploaded to
strings or
Instagram by
anything
user
like
Diza
that.
Bedrosky. The video, reportedly filmed in Santorini, Greece on February 3rd, 2025, claims to capture an unexplained anomaly in the middle of the sea.
Like I said, if it's happening on TikTok, it's probably fake bullshit.
The footage shows an unusual, irregular structure emerging from the water before slowly fading back into the sea within seconds.
Yeah, this is probably video editing.
However, even after it disappears, a smaller structure remains visible at the surface. Due to the poor quality of the video, its true nature cannot be clearly identified. The caption explains that the anomaly appeared at the epicenter of a seismic swarm, which has recorded over 7,700 tremors since February 1st, an unprecedented number. It also suggests that the phenomenon could be linked to seismic activity or the potential eruption of a submarine volcano. Many believe that underwater volcanic activity is the most plausible explanation, given that Santorini itself was formed by a massive eruption around 1600 BCE and remains an active volcanic region today.
Alright, well go out to it. Did it disappear eventually? What?
It's crazy.
There's more to
A
it.
post shared by the Hidden
Show
Reality
me
on
the
Instagram
rest.
on January 30th has left viewers intrigued by a mysterious sighting in New Jersey.
That's going way too fast. That's not. What's with my camera?
The post features a video captured by a man who witnessed a glowing orb flying through the night sky.
I've seen drones. I have a feeling that this
Whatever it
is a
is, it
drone.
appears far too fast to be a plane.
Look at this thing. Is he?
Again, I think it's a drone.
Jesus Christ.
So is this just a commercial drone or something a little more mysterious? Let me know in the comments.
I think it's a drone.
That is
the way the light's working, the way it's
Before we get to our
moving.
last segment, which
Drone.
shows some pretty wild activity caught on camera, remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be in the loop every time we upload our bizarre and
Drones
creepy
got
episodes.
everyone seeing aliens now.
On September 12th, 2024, the YouTube channel Horror Hub uploaded a video that quickly caught viewers' attention. The clip features chilling footage recorded by a young girl in Russia who was home alone when she claimed to witness a dark, shadowy figure lurking in her house.
I can barely see anything.
It's a quick-fire compilation of bizarre events in her home.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, all
While many
made
viewers
for
found the video
fucking
unsettling,
TikTok.
others remained skeptical. Some believe the multiple cuts in the footage suggest it was staged, questioning why
Yep.
she continued recording
Yep.
instead of seeking help.
That's what I think. It's all
Could this
staged
video
for
be genuine proof of
TikTok
something paranormal,
love.
or is it simply an elaborate hoax? Until more information surfaces, the eerie footage continues to fuel debate among viewers, leaving the truth
I have
shrouded
no
in
real
mystery.
friends. I need TikTok to be my friend.
Now, if you want to watch some more scary clips, then hit these two links here. We've got
Oh,
plenty more where
it's
that came
over,
from.
thank
Leave some
God.
comments down below, smash that thumbs up button, and that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.
All right. It looks like we got a Beardo drama video
Hey, how's it
next.
going? It is Mythos, and
Oh no, it's Mythos. Oh no, because I skipped over the Beardo one. Why did it skip over the Beardo one?
Widows, balls, goals, how are we all doing?
Okay, it says let's address it. No drama. Okay, well, let's see what it is.
Where to start? On Friday, the Ouija Brothers released a video. The video has since been taken down at the request of numerous viewers, numerous other channels. Fair enough. In the video, they came across a stain on the floor and some hair, and those stains and hairs were said to be that of a deceased gentleman, and there was some identification. The identification was on angles. You can see the full name, just the first name, and the photograph. I'm not showing any of it. Other people have made videos burying blank stuff out. I'm choosing not to show any of it. So on Sunday's live stream, which is only 2 days after that video dropped, I discussed in great detail my thoughts on there. And my thoughts are out there for everyone to see. And my thoughts were, I would not have made that video. I would not have been able to record that video. I would not have been able to edit or upload that video. That was my personal take on it. In the meantime, the side guy brought up a video and he was angry, disappointed. And that is his right. I'm not going to say that he doesn't have that right. Now, after the side guy brought out that video, there was just this overwhelming backlash at me. And I'm like, why am I going to shout you that? I addressed this. I addressed this very publicly. And if you look at my eyes right now, I haven't slept over this. Because I'm like, what have I done wrong?
What the
and the be all and end all is, I didn't go to this location. I didn't film this location. I didn't edit the video. I didn't send my viewers into the premiere.
We should not be fucking beating our asses up over shit we didn't even fucking do. Stop worrying about the fucking haters. The haters are gonna hate no matter what you do. You're like, well, I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, you're right. You didn't do anything wrong. They're just looking for reasons to hate on you. Just ignore them. You're feeding the trolls. You're feeding the trolls. They're getting what they want. You're reacting to it. You're saying, I haven't slept. They're like, good, excellent. We got what we wanted. I wouldn't give a shit. Somebody bitch about me, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. I'm going to bed.
Of this video, and if I had, I didn't know what was contained in it. So it seems that a lot of people who are angry, and you have a right to be angry, you have a right to say, I don't see anything wrong with it. But a lot of the anger is being directed at me for not covering it. I saw no need for me to cover it because I do reactions and debunking videos, and
that's so
there was nothing in there
stupid.
for me to react or debunk to. Now, when I watched the video, and I've said
I have bigger problems to worry
as well as on
about.
that live stream.
All right, my health is going drastically down the fucking tubes, and I still keep a happy face on. I still laugh about everything. I can't run around with my kids no more. I can't go out and play. I can't do things I used to love fucking doing. I'm stuck in my house every fucking day, stuck in a fucking chair. All right, I pee in a fucking jug. Give me a fucking break, okay? All right. It's not like a fucking empty milk jug. I have portable Euros. But look, I'm fucking handicapped, okay? I'm disabled. I learned really quick, like, I went through depression over serious shit. Like, you know, not being able to live my life and being on fucking all kinds of medications for the rest of my life. And future surgeries that I'm definitely going to have. We're already staring down the barrel at like 2 more spinal surgeries. And probably another one soon to replace the battery on my fucking spinal cord stimulator, because that's been acting fucking weird. You know, I've got too much shit going on in my life to worry about fucking drama and people bitching about shit that I didn't even fucking do. Like, whatever. Not that it happened. I'm just saying, look, don't worry about it. Weirdo. Not let you would listen to my little fucking 3-viewer fucking channel. I get it. But if you do see this, don't worry about it. There's more serious things to worry about than people bitching on the fucking internet. People will bitch. That's what they do. It's almost like that's what the internet's there for some people. Just let it go.
That video overwhelmingly sad. Very, very sad. And maybe that's distracted me a little, but the overwhelming sadness that I felt was, please don't let that be me. It was that video where I'm like, I actually fear death. Or not so much that I fear death, but I fear dying alone. And I fear, especially after watching that, not being found. It really struck a chord with me. And I guess part of the reason I do what I do and the reason I go the way I go is through loss and through grief. So I understand some people's rage at this video. I understand it, but I didn't share.
Like, I've really stared down the face, and I've talked to a therapist about this, about my own passing. Not that I'm looking forward to it, okay? Let me get that clear. I am not in a self-harm type person at all. I had an uncle that did, and it tore me apart, and I don't believe in it. I could never do that to somebody or my family. I have people that count on me. So, I'm not looking forward to brush it, but, you know, I've also come to terms with the fact that my health has been drastically going down the hill for a very long time. And rather than be upset by it, I make jokes about it all the fucking time with my friends. We have a roast planned for my funeral. So, like, my best buddy, Father Mac Tien, we've been bros since, like, fucking high school. He agreed to come in with a boombox at my funeral and roast the shit out of people. I'd rather it be fun. I want people to laugh, not cry at my fucking funeral. Let's drink, be merry, and have a good fucking time.
That reach. I just didn't share the reach. There are people saying, if this had been ghost theory, you would have tore them apart. There would have been a 3-hour monologue about how wrong ghost theory were. I've never released a 3-hour video. I've never monologued for 3 hours. But aside from that, I actually did a video on ghost theory in a house like that, and people seem to have either ignored that in order to shout at me, or have completely forgotten about it. Fine, it was a while ago. But you may remember it. I took the video down, not because of the same things as in the Weeds Brother video. I took the video down along with a few other ghost theory videos because of the comment section, because people were just smashing into each other, butting heads. I, by having an issue with ghost theory, divided the community. So I was like, F it, I took them down. People will remember I put out 3 or 4 videos about ghost theory in quite a short space of time, and I took them down. 1, because of the community butting heads. 2, I felt like if I put that many videos out in a row going at them, and then they call me a bully, there's grounds for people to call me a bully. So, yeah, get rid of it. And it did nothing for me.
No,
yes,
I don't think it makes you a bully.
Decent views.
Fair is fair. If you had valid points, then you have valid points.
Ghost theory go into a home. There is a stain on the bed, and they say, this is where he died. These are the what's left, the remains, the liquid, the rotting. And
that's awful.
And I made a comment like, that's a bit grim. But my video wasn't about that, because I found out that the gentleman in question wasn't even dead. He was at hospital. He could have gone home. Now, the house was not safe for an investigator, let alone somebody to live in. He was in the best place he could be, but I didn't focus on the stain on the bed because I don't know why, but to me it was, and that may sound very harsh, and I don't mean that to sound very harsh, but part of life is death, and when you pass away, you make a mess of yourself, and if you're not found, your body will decompose and etc. Now, there are some things that people don't think are wrong with the Weeds Brothers, and this isn't me defending them.
Depressing as fuck.
People saying, this guy was only been dead 2 weeks. This guy died years ago by the look of it. There have been other Urbex channels that have gone there and been far less respectful in this house. But these other channels that have gone there have left doors and windows open, so anybody can come and go. It has since been sealed. The house has since been sealed, and I'm glad that it has been sealed to stop other people going there. So did I, at any point, agree with that video or enjoy that video? No. But I tried to look at a positive spin on it, and the positive spin for me was, for fuck's sake, check on your loved ones. Don't leave them to where they are found later and there is decomposition in the carpets and on the floors. It was I don't want to die alone. I don't want to be remembered as a mark on a floor. It was a very emotional video for me, but I didn't watch the premiere. I had no sort of input because I was out with the family. We had gone out for a meal, so I'm like, I'm going to shout it out for something I played no part in. But, I put out a video saying, I put out a live stream saying, I wouldn't have made that video.
If I'm being honest, like, if we're talking about this, I brought it up, I'd rather go in a hospital. At first, I've always said I want to go in my sleep. And the problem I have with that is if somebody were to find me, I don't want to put that on like my wife and kids, like traumatize them finding me like that. It'd be peaceful for me, but that's a little selfish because it wouldn't help the people that fucking found me and had to deal with that shit. My best friend passed away a few years ago, and it was very sudden. It happened on his way, like it was downstairs in a doorway. He just collapsed in a doorway. He had a heart attack, and it was just all the people that found him or dealt with him, and all the trauma, and his fiance calling me in the middle of the night and telling me, and just it was devastating. I'd rather be in a hospital and everyone knows it's coming, everyone can brace for it, there's nothing scary or traumatizing necessarily about it, just natural and go. If I was in a hospital and they knew it was coming and I went in my sleep, I'd feel a lot better. Then that kind of solved all the problems. But I would hate for like one of my kids to find me. That would be awful. That's one thing. That's what I fear.
I wouldn't have put out that video. And I keep getting people having a pop. So I'm like, right, fine, I'll put a community post out. I'm not going to be discussing it any further. The Cider guy already has, and he's done a great job of it. So please check out my live stream on Sunday where I discuss it. And people are taking issue with things that I said in the live stream on Sunday, and that is absolutely fine. Maybe I am too desensitized, but to say that I would treat other channels differently for it, you've got a point. You do have a point. Maybe I am somewhat biased in my friendship to Steve and Griff. That's a fair comment for anyone to make. But in the same way, I covered a very similar investigation with Ghost Theory and didn't blast them for the same thing.
Yeah,
so if you're going to accuse me of one thing,
are
being
an issue because sometimes you have biases you don't even know you have.
You also remember the whole thing with Cody's story, and I'm like, you can't blame the father for the daughter's thing. You can't expect him to blast his daughter on the internet. I might have done.
People just naturally tend to be more favorable towards friends, family. They're your friends or family.
Steve and Griff are not Ouija brothers to me.
It feels different.
I disagreed with the video.
Nailing a stranger or someone you don't like compared to fucking a friend or something.
And all the rest. You don't even need to know that. Put yourself in my shoes. What if your friend has a Urbex channel, a paranormal channel, and they filmed and released the same thing? Would you then be really fast to jump onto the internet and berate them in front of potentially tens of thousands of people? Because most of you wouldn't.
No.
I'm sorry to say.
No.
Most of you wouldn't.
I can be honest. No.
I understand why people have kicked off. Of course I do. But when it's your friend, you are biased, and I am biased, and it's something I didn't even take that deeply into consideration, how biased I may be. But other debunkers have said and done things that I completely disagree with, and whilst in private we may have discussions. For example, Mr. Reed does a video about
I wouldn't make a video and blast them in public because they're my fucking friend. But I would contact them in private and be like, hey, this is what I view on it. I think you should do something about it. Yeah. I mean, even if they were like, yeah, that's fine, go ahead and make a video blasting us or whatever, I'd still be like, nah, I don't feel right doing it because you're my homie. I couldn't do it.
Figure. And he has a very different approach to it than me, and basically says I'm wrong. I still don't think I'm wrong. I wish I could get this video together without dragging the third person back in. It's just I don't particularly understand the editing methods or the breakdown or the programming used to break down the composite of a video. I've got to learn all of this before I put this video out without sounding like a complete fucking idiot and moron. I don't then put out a video berating Mr. Green, being like, how dare you have gone against my word here? I am King Debunker, which is a word doing the rounds. I am not King Debunker. I have never said I'm King Debunker. I have at a few intervals, say, as a larger debunking channel, I feel responsibility for certain things. And in with those videos, normally it is coming from a place of me sticking up for debunkers, me looking out for debunkers, defending debunkers, whether it's the Side-Eye Guy, the Sheep, Mythos, or whoever.
Yeah.
At the same point, there are other people who class themselves as debunkers that I have absolutely berated, but they're not my friends. So Side-Eye Guy is my friend. Mythos is my friend. Mr. Grey is my friend. Battle is my friend. When I disagree with them, should I then be putting out a video absolutely blasting them for a disagreement? Well, maybe, but I don't, because I respect.
Well, you don't have to blast them. You can disagree with them without fucking blasting them.
I understand that aspect, but I'm trying to sort of humanize myself because people see me as Beardo the Debunker. Whilst I am Beardo the Debunker, for a large part, I am just a 43-year-old fat bastard called Dale that's overly opinionated on some things that makes mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. You hear me apologise for them. You see me put out posts about them. You'll see me be a dickhead about them because I'm a human being. I'm not infallible. I'm not an expert. I don't claim to be an expert. I know a little bit about a lot of things. I don't know everything about all things. I get people sending me, images.
I do. I know everything. I'm a genius.
He's the guy that knows more about photography. I don't know. What about this sound? Can you break this sound down? I'm not a sound guy, but I can tell an overlaid sound from a sound that's already in the video, or ambient sound.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Grey is far better at sound than I am. I have my faults, and I try to
I have my faults, too.
My faults.
I don't have the best vision. I do have
For example,
bad
I swear
vision.
too much. I swear way too much. I watch, not so much my videos back, because I cut a lot of my language out, believe it or not. But my live streams, my language and my live streams, if I watch clips back that people have made, I'm cringing at how many F-bombs I drop. And it's something I try to avoid, but when I'm gaming, I'm concentrating so much on the game that I'm not in control of what leaves my face. It's something I want to work on. It's something I struggle with. I struggle with, I guess I struggle with confrontation. And not in the way you think. When somebody says they struggle with confrontation, it's like, oh, you don't like confrontation or you avoid confrontation. I struggle because I thrive in confrontation. Every job I've had since I was 19 years old, bar 2 years I spent working in a factory, has been confrontational roles, whether it was security.
Okay, I'm not going to listen to the rest of this. We got the gist of the story. I don't like confrontations with friends or family, especially if it's petty nonsense. I'm like, look, I'm willing to meet halfway or discuss it, but if it gets into like an argument, I'm like, I don't want to argue. I don't want to fucking argue. But the thing is I enjoy arguing. I enjoy arguing, and if people are going to continue it, I'm like, I'll fucking go. And that's what gets me in trouble. But when it comes to, oh my God, what are my kids doing with the dog? Girls, knock it off! They ruined my train of thought. Oh, but like, people I don't know, somebody wants to come at me, I don't feel guilty. I'll fucking tear into someone. And part of that is like from when I was a radio DJ. And I literally spent years as a DJ with people trying to call and one-up me all the time. And it all stemmed from just one bad day. I came in a bad mood from my second job, working night shift stocking shelves at a Walmart. And I come straight to the fucking studio. I'm tired. I had a bad night. And I just started, I told someone off on the air. And, I mean, I had reason to. I didn't just pick some random innocent. They said something stupid. I called them out on it. But people loved it. Our ratings went up. But, you know, people were eating it up. And, they were like, hey, you should do that all the time. And that kind of became my personality. Was you know, one-upping people and talking shit and blah, blah, blah. So I got really used to that. People calling in and trying to one-up me, and I had to have responses for everything. And now I'm like that all the time, and it drives my wife nuts. It's almost like a habit that I've developed that it's just so ingrained in me. I have to have a smart-ass remark for everything. What's up, this guy? It just happens. Stuff like that. I have to have a response for everything. Even if it's the same response over and over again, it's just the first thing that pops in my head. I've learned to let the first thing, because you have to have a quick response, and quick and witty. And, you know, sometimes whatever the first thing that pops in your head is the best response. Just go with it. Run with it.
Bailiffing, doorman, or bouncer.
All right. I get your point. I get what you're doing. All right.
Hey, how's it going? It is Mythos, and there's been a few...
All right. I got the gist of the video. I don't want to watch any more of that. It's kind of getting off topic and depressing. England rules and law, paranormal and urban exploring. Okay, well that's interesting. What are the actual rules and laws pertaining to paranormal and urban exploring in England?
Videos recently, which has made me want to talk about exploring and going around into abandoned places to do your ghost hunts in the UK. I've seen quite a few comments lately about it being illegal and they need to be sued and the police called on them and all sorts. And of course, I don't know where everyone is from, but that's just simply not how it works in the UK. So with my knowledge of these sort of things from my photography days, going out here, there and everywhere, and having run-ins of my own, I thought I'd make this video to help people understand better what exactly you can do and if there are any consequences, what they could possibly be. And the suing and taking people to court, that almost never happens, but sometimes it does, and I'll give you a few examples of a few cases at the end of the video. I'll also go over what not to do when you're out investigating or exploring. But first, what's the problem? Well, the problem is trespass. Trespassing is obviously when you enter a place or a property without the consent of the property owner. Trespass is usually a civil offence, but some acts of trespass are considered criminal offences. Well, what's that mean? If it becomes a criminal offence, that only really happens down the line. Even if someone calls the police and the police turn up, that's still a civil case because it's up to the land or property owner to get rid of the trespasser. Because of my own troubles doing some street photography in the past, I started following channels such as Reggie Photo, which then led onto other channels such as the auditing channels, who go around with the knowledge of public photography laws that 99% of the public just don't know, even some police.
You're standing on police property, so I'm asking, can I help you?
No, you can't help me.
Right, well, stand off the
How am I on your property?
This is police property.
How am I on police property?
This is police property.
Where does it say that?
It is the property. Police property.
Yeah, I'm not once gone around there. What if I know somebody works in here? I'll pick them up.
Very good.
Public access.
Right. Okay. Well, have a nice day, mate. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. So they stay within the rules, cause arguments because people think they're breaking the law when they're not, and those arguments create views, which creates money.
I'm not going to hit nothing. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Mate, I'll put your fucking on your ass.
Now, a lot of them are assholes and cause unnecessary arguments for the views, but there is respectable people out there like Reggie Photo. But watching all of these guys, I've seen them literally tell the police to jog on, and they do, with their tails tucked between their legs.
The only thing you need to know is I'm allowed to do it, and there's nothing you can do that can stop me, so I suggest you go away, because I'm getting annoyed now. You're really annoying. You come out, you pretend you know the law. Either A, you do not know the law, or B, you are abusing it. Which is it? I bet this is the last I see of these guys, isn't it? Because they're going to get educated now. You need to have a word with all these three. Thank you. Walk of shame. Walk of shame. Muppets.
I bet you couldn't do that in the US, right?
No.
So what the deal is public right of access.
Okay.
Public access. Taking photos in a mall, for an example, which is of course...
I'm sure you know, in the US, that could definitely escalate. Probably not to that level. Oh, I guess it depends on the person. Wow. It depends on the officer. Some know their shit, some don't. The thing is the videos you see, you don't see the videos of the smart ones that actually know what they're doing or follow the law or actually really cool people. You only see the videos of the bad ones, so everyone's like they're all bad. It's not true. They're not all bad. The problem is the bad ones are giving a bad name to the rest, and honestly, the good ones need to start calling out the bad ones. That's the best way to really fucking handle the problem. I don't know any better solution.
Private property. So when the security guard brings that up as an excuse to get out, Reggie brings up that it's publicly accessible. The doors are open, allowing people to enter, which, I don't know, I guess it overrules the private property because it gives the public right of access. So of course the security guards, being the security guard, they get annoyed that someone isn't obeying their orders and resort to calling the police. The police show up and just can't do anything about it. It's not their job. They can ask you to leave, and often people see the uniform, and that's usually enough to make you think, ooh, authority, and you most likely will leave. But if you say no, the police literally just have to walk away. That's a grey area of the law that people are using to their advantage to film arguments with the police who don't even know the law themselves. As I said, to create arguments and create views. There's so many auditing channels out there now, just go and check them out for yourself. I've literally watched these people argue with the police, and with the police not knowing the full photography and trespass laws themselves, they've acted out an arrest for people trespassing, and the person ended up suing the police for unlawful arrest, and they won money for the case. That has happened numerous times. There's a certain channel that sued them multiple times, just himself, and won every case. It's up to the property or landowner to ask you to leave. If they're not available, for example, like those security guards, you just have to let them carry on doing this photography.
Thank you anyway for having the chat with me about that. You have a nice day. You take care, mate.
Reggie Photo, for example, does these videos to basically educate you on these laws and to show off how people just don't know them and expect you to obey them no matter what they say, even though they are in the wrong. Just because they scream it's illegal, it's not. But in reality, if you're a nice person and really don't care, you just move on. If you're a complete wanker, like some of those auditing channels that I've mentioned, because they are technically in the right and have right to be wherever because of the public access, these channels will argue with the police or security because the arguments gain views. Just like a couple of ghost hunters the other day who posted an interaction.
There's a difference between pointing out the law and having your right to do something and doing it just to be an asshole. There is a difference. I mean, you gotta be fair there. You know you're doing it to be an asshole. Yeah, you have the right to do it, but why? You know you're doing it just to start a fight.
Look like tough guys, but actually it just showed that they're a complete pair of assholes.
Yeah, it's a public footpath. I'm telling you, it's a public footpath. It goes all the way through this land, through that forest, and not that way.
Yeah, this is actually a nice thing, yeah.
But don't give a shit, it's owned by, it's a public footpath, isn't it?
Oh, well, you called the police, it's fine. You called the police, I'll just tell you you're being an idiot.
Don't go that way for me.
No.
I don't want to do anything, thank you very much.
Wankers!
Now, where they were and what they were doing, like they were trying to explain, they were actually right there. They were allowed there, so the security guard was actually in the wrong. That's why when the security threatened to call the police, they probably just had no fear in him calling the police. But the thing is about those clips that really annoyed me, it's how they went about it. That was just not on. Talking to that security guard like he was a piece of shit.
But don't give a shit, it was owned by this here, obviously, as I've literally just told you.
You called the police, I'll just tell you you're being an idiot. We don't know who you are. Who are you?
You're going to have to go back the way you came.
So are you?
Yeah, we don't know who you are, so.
The police on their way. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, fine, we'll sort out with them. They'll
I mean,
actually
but we do have other things to be getting on with, so.
Shut your fucking mouth!
Screw those two guys, I cannot stand them. For two soft shites to talk to people like shit. If you've seen my video where I spoke about exploring here a lot back in the day, the police would often turn up because locals would call them because obviously
they're doing it just to start shit. There's a difference.
So they just
There's a difference.
They asked what we've seen in there, and they said they didn't mind us exploring, but they just kindly asked us, can you please just move on because we don't want you falling through some of the.
Sometimes being an asshole isn't illegal, but that doesn't make you not an asshole.
We'll just come back next week. So, okay, what happens when the security or whoever actually gets hold of the landowner? Well, now you need to get off the property. A landowner could pursue a claim against you for trespass. How they would usually go about putting in a trespass claim would be an order of possession or damages to compensate for the loss suffered. But as you've seen, paranormal investigators or urban explorers are usually only in the property for a short period of time. They'll have been and gone before the claim for trespass even gets off the ground. So it's pretty much a waste of time for the landowner to even bother. But when they do, they often seek a civil injunction against the trespassers. An injunction is a court order which basically stops the trespasser from entering the property or land again. If they do, then that will be breaching the injunction, and that will carry criminal penalties, i.e. prison time. So if these places are abandoned, why would the landowner even care? Well, if the explorer or paranormal investigator hasn't broken in, someone has before them, and they could catch the blame. There's risk of squatters. Now, in the UK, squatters' rights are a complete and utter joke, so you don't want anyone taking up a home in one of your properties. Believe it or not, someone can squat inside of your home and then ends up having the power to take it over and become the property owner themselves without the actual property owner's permission. Yeah, I know, that is insane. Alright, so also, there's not only people who want to go and do ghost hunts, the explorers who just want to get some cool photos, there's also idiots who just love to damage stuff. Maybe if they find out this this location, they'll go in there and just freaking destroy it. We've seen it happen a bunch of times. Also, people steal stuff. There's risk of injury which could fall onto the landowner. Continued visits could be a nuisance to neighbours. So, with that said, the people who we tend to watch are always sticking within the rules anyway, but if you go out to an abandoned place, don't break in, don't smash the door in, don't break a window. If you
don't be a dumbass.
Sure you include how you entered as proof.
This seems like common sense.
If you don't include it in your video, make sure you film it and keep the footage as evidence. Don't smash stuff up, of course. Don't steal anything. Don't be loud. Don't be there too long. Get your footage, a quick investigation, and get out. Also, a big one, try as best as possible to keep it secret. Partly so the landowner can't find your video, but partly so others can't find it as well, who are the type who will just destroy the place. Just try and share it with who you trust. If security or police do arrive, don't be a dickhead. Speak with respect and just leave. And one more thing about that, they do not have the right to delete footage. That's your property. But hey, if you're an asshole, they could be assholes back and ruin your night. At the end of the day, like those two idiots who we just looked at, who thought they looked clever, all you do is make yourselves look like horrible people who speak to people who are just doing their job with no respect. One more thing, don't go alone. Because it falls into civil dispute, and the police can't really do much like we've gone over. Some landowners solve civil disputes with baseball bats and crowbars. So be careful. The next thing is what type of abandoned properties to explore. Hospitals, theme parks, churches, factories, people's houses. That's just on whoever's doing it. Some people will just go wherever. Some might not think it's right to do certain places. That's on the team or whoever is going there. But be prepared for shit from people who don't think it's ethical to be on this or that property. Okay, so as I mentioned, I'd go over a few cases where property owners actually took these explorers to court. They found them trespassing on their property. Guess where? On YouTube. You're literally uploading evidence of you trespassing on their property. So be careful what you upload and show off in the videos. But as mentioned earlier as well, nothing really comes from it. So in 2018, some
there's far too many videos of people committing crimes on video, and they post it on YouTube or TikTok or something, and then they're like, but why am I in trouble? Duh! Stupid!
The scaffolding and cranes in Canary Wharf, London. Remember when people used to do that? Climb high things and freak you out by looking over the edge of these things? The landowner seen this footage and took them to court. And all that happened, like I covered, was just an injunction. Slap on the wrist, don't come back here again. In 2023, at a cool old abandoned Catholic building in Manchester, people were there checking it out, getting some cool drone footage and stuff. The landowner asked multiple people, multiple times, to stop, and they didn't. So he found their footage on YouTube, went to the police, who now can do something because the landowner is asking. They took them to court, got injunctions against them, slap on the wrist, don't come back here. But on this one, the drones were included in the injunction. You couldn't even fly your drone over, otherwise that would breach the injunction. So, like most people anyway, you don't really tend to go back much, do you? You'd see people doing it.
Okay, if it's a private residence, but I don't know. I guess it depends on the owner. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about when I say I don't know. Like, if I own the place, I wouldn't want to take some, like, historical building off of views. I mean, unless they're really violating privacy. But, getting a drone shot from a distance, I guess, is okay. I don't know. This is England's rights. I don't know what they are in the U.S. for that specifically. And I thought they said that was a church, but I don't know what it is specifically. I don't know. I think it's a shame that such a beautiful building they can't get video footage of or pictures because of the owner, but whatever. Sometimes maybe the people doing it were assholes, and the assholes ruined it for everyone, and that's a possibility too.
An investigation there, and then somewhere else. Now, obviously, some people do go back to places now and then, but if you have an injunction to not go back there, you're just not going to go back there, and you're going to find other places. Alright, so the last one, some stunt riders were riding through a mall on their motorbike. When asked to leave by the security, they were aggressive and acted like a-holes. Because of the argument they got in with the security, they uploaded it because arguments get views. And because it pissed everyone off by the way they acted, being so aggressive and disrespectful to the security, the landowner followed it up, found the footage. Guess what? Injunctions were granted. Slap on the wrist, don't come back here. So there you go. It seems like nothing really major can happen from it, unless you run into a landowner who's carrying around.
That didn't violate traffic laws or something? They're riding a fucking motor vehicle inside a building. They were putting people in... I guess this is England. That would have definitely been reckless driving at the very minimal. Or criminal mischief in the U.S. That's for damn sure.
It's not really illegal. It's a bit of a grey area where, like I said, the police have even just had to walk away from a lot of cases because they just can't do anything. It's a civil matter. You have to sort it out between you and the landowner. Like I said, I can imagine laws are different in different places. So the people shouting at certain people might now think, okay, there's more to this than simply, you're not meant to be there. So hey, if you want to see me checking out an old, abandoned, creepy building that a murder took place in and potentially there's some ghosts, you can check out this video here. I hope all is well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
How you doing? I'm Callan, and this is Slap
Oh no, not you again! Slapped Ham is everywhere. He just keeps coming. And coming and coming. He's not even breathing hard. Okay, and then we got a Beardo video. And then another Slapped Ham. Wonderful. Alright, let's see what we got.
If you want the scariest clips of the week, then you're in the
9 most bizarre glitches in the Matrix caught on camera. Here we go. Another glitch in the Matrix.
Just like this.
A bizarre TikTok video by Ruben.v.irs, better known as Memetendo, has left viewers stunned.
But what about it? Oh.
It appears as if the fish defies gravity.
No, it doesn't. Can you not tell? That is the part of a toilet bowl. Alright? This is a joke fish tank. It's a toilet bowl. There is a barrier where there's an actual tank that the fish is in. Alright? Imagine like a fake wall, so to speak. That's the tank that the water is going out of goes to a toilet. Of course the fish isn't going in there. People, use your fucking heads.
Here it is from a different angle.
Yeah.
This bizarre sighting made its way onto Reddit and Instagram, fueling discussions about optical illusions, reality glitches,
because people are stupid!
Ultimately, whether you see this as a funny aquarium mishap or proof our simulation is broken, one thing is certain. For a brief moment, one fish convinced the internet it had unlocked a new level of existence.
It's a toilet!
A bizarre TikTok video posted by Nick2Swift has left viewers stunned, showing something truly odd.
Okay.
Despite nudging it, the fork remains mysteriously suspended, seemingly defying gravity.
That looks like shit that happens with a magnet.
According to the uploader, this is just one of many eerie occurrences in his brother's supposedly haunted house.
There's a magnet.
5 years later, and
there's a magnet on the bottom of that fucking
the first
thing.
unexplained event they've experienced. Viewers are divided on what's really happening in the clip. Believers insist it's paranormal activity, claiming spirits might be interfering with
then
the
they're
object.
Stupid.
Skeptics suggest it could be an optical illusion, hidden string, or some kind of static cling effect.
Oh my god.
Regardless of the explanation, the floating fork phenomenon has captivated TikTok, fueling debates on whether this is proof of a haunting or just a clever illusion.
Yeah, show the after. Show what's underneath. Can
A
you show
mysterious
the
TikTok video
no,
by
we're
Empowered
just gonna
Healing
show
with KBX
that.
has left viewers baffled
It's a
after
fucking
capturing what appeared to be a
trick.
Christmas ornament disappearing
God,
mid-roll.
that wasn't even good.
Despite an immediate search under the tree, behind furniture, and across the room, the ornament was nowhere to be found.
Wait, what? Okay.
The eerie incident has
Show
sparked
it
discussions about
again!
disappearing object phenomenon, or DOP, a strange occurrence where objects go missing, only to reappear later, or, in some cases, never be found again. Some viewers suggest the bauble might have bounced into an unseen spot, fallen into a tree branch, or even broken silently off camera. Others believe it could be a case of selective attention, where the object was overlooked despite thorough searching.
Yeah,
Despite
it could be
thorough searching,
easily
but
overlooked.
silently
Why
off
don't
camera.
you show it a
Or even
fuck
bauble
again
might, or in some
when it
cases,
actually
never be found
disappears,
again.
since I didn't
Some
know
viewers
what to
suggest the
look
bauble
for?
reappear later, or
This is like a stupid fucking magic trick. Alright? They show you once. They don't show you again because now you know what you're looking for because you know the end of the fucking trick. They're not going to show you again. Alright? So they played the video and now they're hiding it. Because they know, now you know what you're looking for the Christmas ball. They're going to fucking make sure you...
the eerie incident has sparked discussions about disappearing object phenomenon, or eerie incident has sparked discussion. Made an immediate search under the tree, behind furniture, and across the room.
God damn it. Okay, there she is.
Despite an immediate search under the tree, behind furniture, and across the room, the ornament was nowhere to be found.
Huh.
The eerie incident has sparked discussions about disappearing object phenomenon.
That is an interesting... That is interesting. That is interesting. It looks like she rolls it to herself and it vanishes. Okay, now I want to watch this in slow motion. I'm very intrigued by this. Okay, I thought it went behind her foot and she kicked her foot back and her body was blocking it. She rolled it this direction. She rolled it this direction. It rolled under her foot, and when she moved her foot back, she kicked it this way. There, I saw it. Watch. She kicks it behind, she hits it behind her foot, and when she moves her foot back to look, see?
Despite
she kicks it that way.
Under the tree, behind furniture, and across the room, the ornament was nowhere to be found.
I found it. I know where it went. It went that way. Went under the tree.
The eerie incident has sparked discussions about disappearing object phenomenon, or DOP. A strange
Yeah,
occurrence
well,
where objects go
la-di-da.
missing, only to reappear later.
Problem
Or, in some
solved.
cases,
All you had to do was
again.
play it in
Some
slow
viewers suggest
fucking
the bauble might have
motion.
bounced into an unseen spot, fallen into a
Oh
tree
my
branch,
god,
or even
what an
broken silently
insane
off camera.
mystery.
Others believe it could be a case of selective attention, where the object was overlooked despite thorough searching.
Yeah, no shit. Mom, where's my keys? Where'd you put your keys?
Others linked the disappearance to DOP, speculating that the bauble slipped into another dimension or temporarily became invisible.
Yes.
A few even joked about fairies or spirits playing tricks.
Oh my god,
DOP
because
is a
of course.
well-documented yet unexplained occurrence where objects vanish and sometimes reappear in impossible places.
No! The child kicked the fucking thing!
Others involve items
Why don't you
reappearing
do a
spots that were
little
researched
bit of
multiple
fucking...
times, defying logical explanation?
No, it doesn't pay to pay attention or
The video
look at
quickly
anything.
sparked a viral discussion with many users sharing their own stories.
Yeah,
of
of course
vanishing
it
objects.
is.
My keys disappeared for 3 weeks and reappeared on my kitchen counter. I live alone. Santa needed an extra ornament. Your bauble is in the North Pole now. This proves the Matrix is real. Whether
No,
the
it
bauble fell into an
doesn't!
unseen gap, was overlooked, or genuinely glitched out of existence, the mystery remains unsolved. While skeptics dismiss it as a simple accident, believers in DOP and parallel realities see it as more proof that the universe isn't as stable as
Then they're
think.
stupid! I got a bridge to sell
A bizarre
those
TikTok
people.
video by Yikes.Bikes has taken the internet by storm, showing something quite strange indeed. The dogs, which look like carbon copies of each other, stand completely still, facing the same direction, creating the illusion that reality accidentally copy-pasted them.
Or maybe they are standing completely still and they are replicas of each other.
Dog trainers and pet owners pointed out that the dogs may be trained hunting breeds like pointers, which naturally freeze when they detect prey or a scent. However, the comment section exploded with Matrix.
Or, hear me out, maybe someone had stuffed dogs on the beach and they were doing it for a photo project. I mean, what if they're not alive dogs? I mean, yeah, the trained one, the idea of them being well trained, that's a possibility too. Don't get me wrong. Or there's plenty of other excuses or explanations than fucking a glitch in the fucking Matrix.
Jokes and
God
gaming
damn it.
references. The simulation copy-pasted the same dog twice. NPC dogs got stuck in the loading screen. Someone forgot to animate them. While the frozen double dog moment sparked a fun viral debate, it was likely just a mix of instinct, training, and good timing. Still, it gave social media a hilarious reason to question reality, because if even dogs can glitch, who knows what else is going on?
Oh, it's not a glitch!
A mind-bending
2
TikTok
for 2
video by
down.
Leand Cole, also known as Leandro C. Magic, has left viewers questioning reality.
Gente, olha só. Uma borboleta do outro lado do espelho. Será que a gente vive numa simulação mesmo? Olha só.
The clip, which racked up over 51,000 likes and 800 plus comments, presents what looks like a glitch in the Matrix moment, where a vivid butterfly can be seen in the mirror's reflection, yet when the camera pans to the actual space, nothing is there.
Do outro lado do espelho. Será que a gente vive numa simulação mesmo? Olha só.
So what do you think is going on here? CGI or something more mysterious?
We talked about this and about mirrors. We actually literally, I explained it and then Beardo explained it in one of his videos. We've been over this shit.
Será que a gente vive numa simulação mesmo? Olha só.
It's video editing tricks.
Here's a quick and strange one posted to Facebook by user Lida. The surreal scene looks like a glitch in reality, as the floor is covered in water, furniture is partially submerged, and fish swim freely around the child's legs.
Okay, so...
Video quickly spread on Facebook and TikTok, often with no clear explanation.
So what?
So as always, I'll throw this one out to you, the viewers, for final judgment. What do you think is going on in this living room?
There's water in it! What the fuck is wrong with... Really? How is that a glitch in the Matrix? Oh my god, this is some dumb shit.
TV has left the internet baffled.
El Kukui! This bullshit again.
The clip appears to defy the laws of physics. The baby starts on one side of the gate and in an instant is on the other side, without the gate ever opening. The video quickly became an internet sensation, often labelled a glitch in reality or proof that toddlers are secretly magical. Despite its viral status, the clip remains unexplained. Some of the most popular theories include a camera glitch, a possible frame skip or jump cut might have erased the moment when the child actually opened the gate, squeezing through. Though unlikely, some suggest the bars may have had just enough space for the child to slip through.
No, the child did not slip
more
through.
Supernatural take argues the child momentarily phased through matter, fueling ghost baby jokes.
No, this is video editing 101. We've been over this several fucking times. People use this shit all the fucking time. It's simple video editing techniques. Just layer over fucking shit.
Interestingly, no visible signs of video editing have been found, keeping the mystery alive.
I really need to fucking get off my ass and make a fucking video where I show all these fucking techniques.
Guys,
but
did
that
we
would
just
mean
witness
I would
glitch in
have to
Matrix?
record myself,
A
which
bizarre
I don't
TikTok
want to
video by
do.
One Raised Ride has left viewers questioning the laws of optics after showcasing a mirror reflection that seemingly defies logic.
When he covers up his reflection, we shouldn't be able to see it, right? Or be able to see him, right? But depending on the angle...
Oh my god.
The clip, which quickly gained traction with hashtags like Glitch in the Matrix and Mirror Challenge, shows the phenomenon in action.
I'm behind the towel. Hal? Ken? We still see him.
You do not know how mirrors work.
The eerie effect makes it seem as if the mirror has a mind of its own, reflecting something it shouldn't be able to see.
God.
The same strange effect was captured in a separate viral video posted to Moist Buddha on Instagram.
It makes my head hurt.
Yeah. How does the mirror know what I'm doing if I've got it covered?
How does the mirror know what I'm doing?
What my head is doing on the other side if I've got this
Oh my God.
These videos quickly fueled glitch in the Matrix speculation, with many questioning whether reality itself was breaking down.
How, if I'm covered, how does the mirror know what to reflect of me? I'm not in front of the mirror.
Despite the mind-bending
because
visuals,
the mirror is
experts and
only
science enthusiasts
reflecting
were
what
quick
it
to debunk
can
the
see,
supernatural
and from
claims.
that
According to
angle,
physics
it can
explainers,
see
this
you
effect is
at
simply an
that
optical
angle.
trick caused by mirror angles. Mirrors reflect whatever is within the angle of light bouncing into them. The angle of incidence equals the angle of reflection, meaning that from the camera's viewpoint, the mirror is picking up a slightly different angle than expected. Essentially, the laws of physics remain intact, but the effect tricks the brain into seeing something impossible.
Ta-da!
The comment sections were filled with a mix of fascination and disbelief.
It's
Some
just
viewers
a
embraced the
simple
glitch theory,
optical
while others
illusion.
eagerly sought explanations. I've watched this 20 times and I still don't get it.
Because you're dumb.
The mirror is haunted. Get rid of it. Mirrors are just government surveillance
Can we
devices.
get rid of you?
I googled it. Turns out it's just angles. My brain still refuses to believe it.
Yeah,
Once
because your
scientific
brain is
explanations began
broken.
circulating, many calmed down, realizing
Oh
it was a
my
mere
God.
geometry trick. However, the spooky vibe remained, with users joking that mirrors
Why?
can't be trusted.
These are the
Before we
people
get to
who
our
are
last segment, remember to hit
reproducing.
that subscribe button and turn on all channel
Idiocracy
notifications.
is
That
our
way you'll always be in the
future.
loop every time we drop our scary and creepy content. A bizarre underwater discovery off the coast of Malta has left viewers in awe after diver Raniero Borg captured footage of a mysterious, transparent creature.
Probably a type of jellyfish.
The clip shows a gelatinous, nearly invisible sea organism with only a faint outline and its internal organs visible.
Again, probably a type of jellyfish.
With 40-plus years of diving experience, Borg described the encounter as unlike anything he'd ever seen, adding to the otherworldly glitch in reality
Yeah,
vibe. that
not
made the
all
clip go viral.
jellyfish are the same thing.
Despite
And
its
plus,
alien-like
do you know
appearance,
how
the
much
strange creature
fucking
isn't
sea
actually a
life
fish.
is
It's a
out there
salp,
in the
a type of
fucking
plankton
ocean?
tunicate closely related to jellyfish. Salps are pelagic filter feeders that move by pumping water through their gelatinous bodies to feed on plankton. While common in deep waters, large solitary salps are rarely encountered by divers, making this sighting especially rare. News
Okay,
outlets
so
like Yahoo News and marine science
not
websites
impossible.
quickly picked up the story, confirming the creature's identity.
Again, not
Borg
a
himself
glitch in the
described it as
Matrix.
resembling a jellyfish or even a whale fetus due to its translucent, ghostly appearance. While not supernatural, this see-through sea creature is a stunning
No
example of
shit.
Earth's hidden wonders. Whether a ghost fish, an ocean glitch, or simply a mesmerizing salp, Borg's footage captured the imagination of the internet, proving once again that nature can feel just as surreal as science fiction.
And people automatically assume anything that they don't understand is something
Now, if
weird.
you want to see some more spooky content, then hit those
Let's
links
look
right there.
back
Keep
at the
it
old
for hours and
Salem
hours.
witch
Leave us some
trial.
feedback down in the comments. Which one of these clips you thought was the scariest? or
Stupid
weirdest? We
people
love your
doing
feedback.
stupid things.
And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.
Weirdos, balls and ghouls, how are we all doing? What happens when a paranormal...
Alright, hold on. What happens when paranormal people are actually honest? Oh. No. Mo Sargi caught faking and it's brilliant. Okay.
investigator that is full of the truth is actually in the wrong place and still gets paranormal activity. Oh, Mosaji, what have you done?
He's in the wrong
I've had some help
place.
with. Now, somebody has recently gone on an investigation. I don't think it is filmed for YouTube, but they've gone on an investigation to a very well-known paranormal location in the United States, and this place is called the Third Bridge. It's a very distinctive looking bridge with very distinctive roads and a distinctive looking underneath. Mosaji has done a video called Camping at the Haunted Third Bridge Gone Wrong. Mosaji is not at the Third Bridge. I don't know where he is, but allow me to break this down for you. So the person that sent me this has actually muted the audio because copyright music in the background and things like that because of obviously they're out driving. It is important to note the road surface. Look at that lovely tarmac for miles and miles with the double yellow stripes up the centre of it.
Yep.
It's a beautiful drive. Very nice.
Okay, I don't want to hear the music either.
Just because he's gone to the wrong location, maybe an accident, doesn't mean he's faking out Beardo, does it? You're correct. But what happens when you go to a bridge that isn't reported to be haunted, and you go to investigate specific claims of a specific haunting, and you get an activity, but you're in the wrong location? Well, my weirdo little friends, what that means is they're faking the activity, because if they're in the wrong place, they shouldn't be getting any activity. Or if they somehow manage to find another haunted bridge, but they're calling out to the spirits of a specific haunting, and those spirits are interacting, did spirits get lost? Did they turn up with Mosaji to this other bridge? You know, hey, Mo's lost. We'll just nip over and, you know, sort this right out. We'll give him some stuff to go off. It'll be fantastic.
Oops. We made an oopsie. We went to the wrong place. How long is it? Can we just cut to the fucking chase?
Okay, so you'll have seen some sped up clips, and I'll have removed the sound of me just jabbering over it. The main focus is the road surface. Tarmac, or asphalt in the States.
Yeah.
Asphalt in the UK is when you're fat and liquid comes out. You don't want an asphalt in the UK. I've made that up. There she blows. This is the Third Bridge. The actual haunted Third Bridge. Apparently haunted. I don't know what by. So obviously this team...
I don't know. I've never heard of it.
Take a good look at the bridge there. All that wood surround. Look at all this tarmac / asphalt. The yellow lines.
Okay.
Okay, so I have muted the original video because there's copyright music and this person wants to remain anonymous and their voice is in it and maybe their voice will get recognised.
Alright.
So they're now walking across the real third bridge. Tarmac, painted road lines, fences, trees. Obviously this is the winter, maybe Mo's gone a different time of year. Okay, so we skip forward a bit, they're walking towards, skip forward a bit, they walk towards, show how they get in and they show in this area. Looks a bit bleak in the winter. That gimbal is making them throw up. Now then, look at the underneath of this bridge. All spray painted up. Been tagged a lot. Look at these support structures and then these wooden support structures in a crisscross, making an X shape beginning to end.
Ta-da! Yeah, I wish I knew what it's supposed to be haunted by. It would add a little bit of context.
Okay, low taper fade on one wall. Happy birthday, 17 britches, we'll say. Just things to notice. Next up, we have the third bridge. Tourist attraction. This is Google Maps. So you can see here, County Line Road. This is where the third bridge is. Third bridge, tourist attraction. 1228-8 County Line Road, Bennett, CO8102. Americans, how do you name stuff like this? It's confusing shit. So the bridge is there. 194, is that a highway marker? Oh, look, street view. Wait, look at this street view. It's dirt. It's a dirt road. That's because the street view was taken in October of 2009. It is now 2024. A lot of time has passed, but you can still see the way where the bridge is. Down at the crest, down at the bottom of this dip in the road. This is the area we've just seen driven on, but it's tarmac and yellow paintwork on the road. Now, I tried to find this on Google Maps, and I did, and I had this issue. You can't get any closer. The Google Street Maps obviously stopped at this point. Even though the road has changed, it's got a new surface on it since 2009 in yellow paint. That new road surface is worn. Look, the edges of the road have started to corrode. The white paint has started to corrode. We've seen when they were driving that the yellow paint has started to corrode.
Those Google images, you can find the date of when they took those images, too. They have them on there.
Well, that don't look right. That don't look right at all. Did you see this mound of rocks?
Yeah.
And what is this road there? That's a gravel road that looks more in line with an image from 2009, not 2024 or 2020-25. Both of these videos, as far as I know, were made in 2025. How has this road been tarmacked, painted, and degraded within a few months? Very strange.
What is that? Oh my god. What's that?
Wait. There's something missing there.
Oh my god.
Spin around, Mo. The underneath of this bridge. Why does it look so different, Mo? It's shorter. Not only is it shorter, but there are no support structures, no concrete support beams, and certainly no cross supports in them, making X shapes all the way up. It looks like you're not actually at the third bridge there, Mo. Where have you gone, Mo?
What's that? Oh god.
Mo went to the wrong bridge!
We can mute this now, because we can tell that this is complete bullshit. Because where have the trees gone? No matter which way he's pointing, where are all of the trees that this other party drove past? Where are the trees, those tall trees in the winter, either end of this bridge? Where are they? Did they just spring up within a few months like the concrete did? Like the asphalt did? Very strange. This just isn't... This doesn't look like the same bridge. So Mo then tells us a story about this third bridge, which, by all counts, may actually have happened. That's not the issue. The issue is... Where is Mo? Where is Mo? Because... the graffiti doesn't line up. The underneath structure of the bridge doesn't line up. The length of the bridge doesn't line up. The bridge road surface doesn't line up.
Yeah.
There's something wrong.
Something's wrong here!
No happy birthday, bitches. None of the stuff that I read out earlier is on this strut, or this structure. In fact, on the actual third bridge, you can see from one side all the way through to the other with vertical structure support in it, not one big lump of concrete in the centre. So we look at the other end. Well, this looks very, very different. What's all this boulders and rocks? And none of the spray paint, none of the tags match up. Very strange. No, the other end doesn't match up either. Yeah, I bet that rock was placed that way before you idiots turned up. How much shorter is this bridge? And why is it that the white paint, that looks very, very white, very, very fresh, has got upside down crosses and things like "You're going to die"? Maybe Mo filmed this a long time ago. That'll be in the channel description, right? Would you guys camp here? No, because it's the wrong bridge. Buy my merch. Watch my most popular videos about me, Mo Saji. This video's for entertainment purposes. Oh.
Entertainment purposes.
That's interesting. I've never noticed that with Mo before. Maybe that's a new addition since the rise of debunkers. But look at all this shite you have to read through to see it right on the very last line, which to me means it's fair game. He is investigating the wrong place, and for entertainment purposes only is not good enough to cover that he's in the wrong place. So what is he interacting with? What is he scared of? What is giving him any sort of evidence? He's in the wrong place. Back up on top of the bridge here. It's a dirt road. It's a dirt road. There was a tree. Where are all of these tall trees that we saw in the other video? Of course, then he uses an app. That's where he gets his information from. So he hasn't realised his mistake and gone to a different bridge. He's setting up camp under the wrong bridge. Reads a story of ChatGPT. How reliable. That is the laziest way to research ever. Now you'll notice there's black and white sections in his video and apps and all the rest of it, and it all feeds into this narrative of him being at the right bridge, and he's not. He is at the wrong bridge. I don't know where this bridge is. There's no markers or anything for me to be able to find it online. Maybe he's in a similar area, but he is on the wrong bridge. Now the team that sent me the right bridge obviously found the bridge through Google Maps. So they've gone there, they filmed their journey to there. I don't know if they filmed an investigation there, but they investigated there, and then they filmed driving away from there. And it is a very, very different bridge, both in regards to road surface, in regards to the vegetation, in regards to the structure on top, in regards to the structure underneath.
4K!
Straight, vertical concrete pillars with wooden X's beginning to end. The spray paint and tagging is completely different to what
How are you going to milk 4 more minutes out of this shit, dude?
108,000 people, nearly 109,000 people have watched this, and he's in the wrong place. So October into November, December, January, February. Now in February, this team went to this location and realised that something was amiss. So are we meant to believe that in 4 months, this bridge, which is there, has grown and sprouted all of these trees, very old looking trees, big thick trunks. Not only has it grown all these trees, but it's been tarmac. The tarmac and the paint has faded into obscurity almost. Look at this, the white line is gone, the yellow line is barely visible, and all that happened in 4 months. And lucky for us, this team filmed their journey to the location and from the location. I've shown it. All this vegetation.
I don't know if I could take another slap ham video.
Look how old and degraded this road is. The paint is gone, the tarmac is gone, it's crumbling away on the edges, all of these trees. This is a completely different place, but this is the right place. Now, without being able to give away who this team is, they even check with a police officer that they're at the right location, and they are. So where the hell is Mosaji? What is reacting to him? What is speaking through his application? What is he investigating? He is investigating a specific haunting, a specific tale at a specific bridge, and he's at the wrong bridge. So how is he getting any form of communication at a bridge that may not even be haunted? But to go there and to speak to specific people that died in a specific accident that he discusses in his video, he's at the wrong bridge and gets responses that he believes. Now, yes, his video does say for entertainment purposes, but it's hidden right at the bottom after all of that other junk. It's not good enough. So there you go, Mosaji. Yet again, telling his audience he is in one place when he's not. He's in another. And before you say, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, that's pretty bad. All right. In my opinion, if you're a ghost hunter and you're caught lying, if you're caught, that damages any credibility you have for anything else you put out. It's one thing to have someone call you out and say, this is what I think you're faking, or this is what I see in this. But when it's that fucking blatant, like, yeah, dude, you just fucking shot yourself in the foot. You like for an investigator, your credibility, your believability is your bread and butter. You need that to be credible in the field. And if no one believes you because you were caught fucking lying, guess what?
Before when he was in the house, he made up a story about a PDF file, and he was in the wrong house, and it certainly wasn't an abandoned house. I cannot say who this channel is that gave this to me. They want to remain anonymous, but they told me that they'd seen this Mosaji video, realised that he was in the wrong place because they had been there, and then said, hey, we've got to make a run to the airport this week. We have to pass this stretch of road. We'll film it for you. So I really, really, really appreciate this. This is smart debunking. Debunking via landmarks, debunking via geography. There are lots of things you can put together to realise that Mosaji was 100% talking out of his ass. He was in the wrong place, investigating the wrong thing, and was getting results. He is 100% staging and faking his results and his investigation. Maybe he didn't realise he was in the wrong place. Easy mistake to make, I guess, but when you investigate a specific place and get results that you can tie into the place you're supposed to be, it highlights how fake and how wrong you are. So do please let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Much love to the people that have sent this out to me and gone out of their way to get this footage to make sure I got this right, because I was like, I don't know America, I don't know the geography. I did the Google Earth thing and I'm like, it's a dirt road, much like his. I don't know. You've only been able to say the road is tarmac and has been for a long time, but then they prove it. They go out, they drive this road, the road is battered, it's been there for years, and Mo's put out this video in October. Much love to you all. Beardo out.
Beardo! Good one. Good catch. Good catch. Well, everybody, I think on that note for the evening, I think that I will be calling it a night. I don't think I can take another slapped ham video. I just can't. I know I need to catch up on all those fucking videos sitting in there. I do. I have so much to catch up on. I don't wanna. Ugh. But I'm tired. I have dinner waiting for me. But I want to thank you all for sticking around. Thank you all for another pleasant evening. I'm going to raid out to somebody. I'll see. I don't know who I'm going to raid out to yet. But you'll see my stream ending, my ending credits thing that goes on. And I'll raid out. So please don't go anywhere. Let's share the love with someone else. It's always good to share even a little bit. help people that need the numbers get the numbers. So thank you all for coming. Thank you all for being here tonight. I'll see you again tomorrow night, unless something happens. Peace out. Thank you all for coming. Bye.